Hello everyone, sorry about this. I'm just trying to figure out how do I do a mid-roll on YouTube. I don't know. Is the answer. Like where's the thing? I don't know. Anyway, we have some things to go through in general anyway. VCT EMEA. They haven't even started their stream yet, so who cares? What is that? Right, this needs to come over here. That can close. Oh, it's the music. Interesting. So yeah, just figuring out how to run a mid-roll on YouTube. Like, where's just a run ad button? It is a good song though, isn't it?
Party will be for nothing if they see us.
Oh, here we go. Roadman with 100 bits, thank you.
Hello, Mr. Thinking Man's Valorant.
Hello. This stream might be a bit scuffed. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, you don't see me. I'm here. Hello. I'm just wondering. I'm trying to figure out this YouTube stuff. I don't understand where it is. Like, because I've put it on insert mid-rolls manually. But then I don't know where that is.
This is Valorant Heritage.
Message delay. No, it's not there. Oh fuck, see now this is a problem. If I don't see your alert at the start, I miss it. I guess I can probably come onto this. Does this tell me? How do I see from this? I feel like I should be able to. It was Zolwek is who it was. Thank you, Zolwek. Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. What? No, I don't want that. No, what is this? Twitch? Okay, yes, I've got it. Oh, now I need to change this. God, there's so much going on. Okay, Zolwek, thanks for the 18 months. Enjoy your new badge. Quick 2-0. The pick'ems. Oh fuck. Is any mod here who can update the the pick'em alert? Hopefully they are. Yeah, because I posted it in the thing. Okay. Well, why am I up there? Okay, I should be in the right spot, I think. Is that the right spot? Oh, looks like it. Okay, but actually, first things first. Let me tell you this. So, for those of you who don't know, last year, there was days off. Right? We had days off. Monday, there was only one game. Tuesday, there was no games. This year, because Pacific have decided to troll me, essentially, even if we don't count China games, which we will watch obviously some China games, like games that I want to watch in China. The schedule now is, so in Americas, there's 2 games on Saturday. You know, this says Sunday for me, but it's Saturday night, essentially. 2 games on Sunday night, and then 1 game on Monday. This is how they did Americas last year. That's the same. EMEA is similar, I think. If not, no, it's similar but not the same, because sometimes they did 3-day games. This time it's all 2 days, just Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 3 games. But Pacific has decided to do Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and only do 4 weeks instead. So they're only doing 4 weeks of games rather than 5 like everyone else. I don't know why they've done this. It's trolling me. So that means that there are no days off now, which is even worse for me. So I will be missing games. I'm just going to tell you that right now. I will be missing games. Okay? We're not going to watch every game. In fact, today, I'm not going to watch all of Koi Liquid. Right? I'm not going to watch all of Koi Liquid. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to a pub quiz. Particularly Wednesday and Friday nights, I might be busy. I want a life. So Wednesday games here for EMEA, this kind of game, unless it's Too Fast 2-0s, we'll miss some of this game. And then Friday, so like this Friday, I won't be watching BBL Gentlemates because I don't care about it that much. Now, there are some games, like if it's a good game, I'll watch it. But this isn't a good game, so I don't care that much. That should be a C, shouldn't it? No, I don't know. I don't care. So yeah, Wednesdays, Fridays, we might miss some of the games. Also, of course, if like, for instance, let's take this game, right? So NRG versus Loud. Let's say this game does happen and it happens at 1 a.m. my time, but this is a good game, so I want to watch it, right? Well, the thing is, Pacific has games on Sunday morning. I'm not going to be able to watch both NRG Loud. You know, this could end at 4 a.m. my time and be up at 9 a.m. to watch Bleed versus Talon. So often we might have to pick a game. You know, what do we think is better, Pacific or Americas? We'll pick a game and go, okay, I won't watch the Americas late game. I'll watch the Pacific early game or vice versa, right? So basically, I'm going to miss some games, but I also need a life. And so, like, watching mid-Valorant, I would encourage you to get a life rather than watching mid-Valorant. That's my opinion. But yeah, there you go.
Dangerously bad start, 4 losses in a row. I feel like this year as well with those 2 losses, I think they're coming in cold because as all the teams have gathered stronger together, right? There's less of a different level amongst them. I think that BBL
why have I got this light on?
has the most to prove. So
I don't want that light on.
They're very bone cold, exactly. And then a little bit higher than them, but still a bit cold. I'm going to place GiantX.
Map pick so you can gamble.
Same logic, like
Okay,
last year,
yes.
where the
Who's
winners
playing
of
Giants
execute,
versus
but,
Karmine Corp?
you know, maybe with the new change coming in, we're going to see a different face of them, maybe adapting
That's a
more
fancy
to
way of
this
doing
type of
Giants.
This is
running with a
Valorant.
Divide Marva
Heritage.
with 15 months.
Wow,
Thank you.
15 months.
Wow, yes.
It's a little biased because I
Oh, Bongold's on the desk.
You lose the round, you lose the game. It's an
And Kian Arshi
Damn, it's been 2
2015
months already.
with 2 months. Thank you.
This is
And Final
Valorant.
Moment 1 with 21 months.
Hashtag Giants win.
Well, good luck with that. That's what you've picked, FM?
You get shot, you lose the round.
And Takedown Val as well with the 11 months.
Multi-stream man's Valorant.
Oh, I also will be setting up channel memberships for the YouTube people as well. In time,
Dual streamer.
I forgot about that, so I'm just gonna need a bit more time to kind of figure that out.
I feel like these are pretty good
So yeah,
picks, but there's a couple
those
of
will be
things.
coming,
If you can do me a
but
favor, I'll take care of the bone
I'll need more
medium
time.
rare.
Thanks for the bits as well,
Thinking
and
man's
Zerastics with the sub. Thank you all.
Some potential to move up or down.
Hear me out. I think that people are very excited for Fnatic, maybe forgetting a bit of what happened during kickoff. They're still a top-notch team. Same for Navi, maybe a little bit.
My
of
giant
reserve,
stocks are an
not
all-time high because I've seen Purple with my own eyes in the server. If you say so. TM Vito, yeah, I'm doing it now. Chill out. I mean, Giants, who knows what they'll ban, right? I'll just go what they did before. They banned Bind there. They banned Bind there. Let's just say they stick with Bind.
No, okay, anyway.
Karmine Corp.
That boomer joke out of the way today. Let's talk about
They've
the
been
first
banning some
matchup we
different
are gonna
stuff.
see Here,
They were-
kicking off with Karmine
they banned
Corp
Sunset there.
versus GiantX.
They've been
We're
banning
gonna have to
Sunset.
address, this roster change right off the bat because
I'll
not
say they
many
just stick with it.
teams around the world even made
Giants.
a roster change. So, Bone Cold, talk
I'm
to
gonna
me
say that
through
they pick
Purple,
Ascent.
the fact that he's coming in for Nuke.
Yeah.
Karmine Corp, I'm gonna
Purple's
say that they
super exciting
pick
player to actually see coming into this league. I was playing with him. I think
Lotus?
he subbed in for us in Ascend back in 2022, I think. And
Giants
This is
ban.
Valorant.
amazing flex player, super
Heritage.
nice to play with, but from what
Big
I've heard,
23,
he might be
who was
coming into
first?
Duelist role. So it's
Oh
going to be
no, this is
nice
tough. What would they
to
ban?
see him,
Let's
you know,
just
like,
say.
let's see how he can flower off, you know, like.
Let's just
into
say
the-
Icebox.
Yeah, exactly. And
They
of course, this
ban
is the tweet where they announced that he was going to be
Breeze
joining
or
them,
Split?
Nuke. I'm sad that we have to
Split.
like let him
And
go.
we
I
play
hope that
Breeze.
we see him again either during their year or maybe next year. Definitely is not the last of them, but just to give you a little bit of information.
Okay, let's go for that.
I think Boko does is a brilliant introduction. He does have that
Who does my
year
prime
VRL
sub go to now,
experience
though?
in,
Well, it's still you should still just do it.
KPI.
Sub to
Obviously,
me.
you know, the best
I missed a
players,
sub or two.
Minibu
Sorry,
from,
I'm gonna have to
the
go
Spanish
back.
league. Also,
Get in the
as you
shadows.
said, he also has that VCT
With the
experience. He also
23. I think you were
matches.
first, right?
He
I
did
can't
join
see
Gambit in
another
that
23.
transition to,
I don't think.
M3 champions,
No, I
right,
think
to
Melo's
Quebec,
late.
but he only screamed one
It's
time,
only
and then
between
he
you and
went on to
Melo.
play
You're
that
one
one
off
time.
the
His
next
performance
badge,
wasn't
kid.
Great, but he was the kind of player that people expected that sooner or later he will come into that top tier. We also could see in the
But yeah,
graphic
we got the
last stages
veto
that
up.
he played a lot of initiation, info gathering, but he actually is a super flexible player.
This is the thing, though. This is a good pickup. You know,
I mean,
he's
God
been
knows.
doing really well
Right,
in Tier 2. And
analytics.
Bone Cold, he played with you for one match, I believe that was, right? So what was that like?
No, yeah, he was subbing in for us for a week, and he seemed like very open. He seemed to have like a lot of ideas on his mind. He was very, at least
This
for us,
is
he was, you know,
Valorant.
Like, even though he came, like,
Heritage.
so new, we were the world champions. You
Testing
know,
the
like,
sub
back then,
alerts.
he was
What
still, you know,
color
just
is it,
full of,
chat?
you know, like, just energy
See,
and
I
stuff
miss
like
it
that,
now.
so
It's
I'm
much
very
harder
happy
for
to
me.
see
But
Black.
Magnum,
But this
thanks
is
for the
thing, let's also
14
kind of
months.
theorize a little bit what role he
The
can
sub
play.
alerts
He
still
looks
work.
very, very
It's the
flexible. So
YouTube
is
ones
the
that
one
might
for
be.
one, Nuke
If
the
someone
right
wants to
move, or,
give a super
you
chat
guys
or
will
something,
maybe just take him out
I've
of
just
the
got the
room?
default
You have
alerts
to
on now.
identify
I think on the
your
YouTube ones.
Giants
I'll get
one
working on that.
kickoff, right? It feels like they weren't very sure of
This
what to
is
do or who
Valorant.
to be,
And ain't me too makes it to 23.
Bernardo Silva running down the wing. Silva makes the blue boys sing. Silva. One IT all in Istanbul.
Why did it say one IT?
Especially here in EMEA, how are we
He
going
won
to master
IT.
that to make us again a very good contender for titles?
Well, you guys have heard from us. Let's hear from GiantX
This is
Coach
Valorant.
Pixon.
And Connor Nodwell with
Heritage.
15 months.
It's nearly arrived. Friday is nearly
I'm now
here.
joined by
Hi-ho,
GiantX
Wolverhampton.
Coach Pipson, welcome back. Now, you guys are coming into this split. One of very few teams has made a roster change. So talk me
Wait,
through
we got
what
a
led to
super
this, what
chat?
was the reason for this change?
Did we?
I don't think that there is a
How do
one
I even
exact
look at this,
reason
man?
why it happened. We worked for a pretty long time, like all together. I think we didn't make any changes after Champions. It was Ryan retiring himself and the stuff like that. So
And why did it not come up?
It's just like with a matter of time, we had the issues which we couldn't fix in general, and it's not related to
Oh,
only
sorry.
like Gigi. It's related to the full team. So
Oh,
it's
the
not us
crypto.
making the change is not only
I don't even know what
changing
currency that
we're
is.
changing a lot of stuff. The way we will approach the game, the way we will play.
But thank you.
goals,
Why did it not come up, though?
To make people more comfortable, to also take
That's
a
not
look
good.
on,
It should do.
Players' personality. Like, for
Oh,
example,
there it is. It
what
just
is
comes through
Fraser's
late.
personality
Okay.
and what fits him more inside the
What
game
even
and stuff
currency
like
is that?
So we did a lot of changes, and it's
40
not only about changing like a
looks like an
certain
R.
player, but so there are a lot of different reasons to
Rupee?
To make
makes
that
sense.
change, and it has
Okay,
to
so
do
they
with,
do come through. It just takes some time. So know if you do give anything on YouTube, apparently it just
It's an FPS game.
11
takes
months.
more
I'm
time.
still salty about my internet preventing me from subbing again for an entire month at the end of 2023. It could have been a year now.
Well, Noxy Noctis, you're almost there. Don't worry about it.
I mean, in general, what's being
mean-
shuffled around? Because he's very flexible.
Yeah, so you will mostly see him on proactive roles, like being more proactive, and Vitinho will also flex more, like in that sense that sometimes he will play dually, sometimes he will play something else, and the stuff like that. So we are just trying to make everyone a little bit more comfortable, and it's also switching other roles because Gigantes was playing a Sentinel role, so someone else. has to
Truffles,
take it.
TMVG2 is the
And
only
so
team
it's
with a
lot
winning
of
record
different
against
changes and a lot of
Sentinels.
different changes not only inside the
This
What,
is
all time?
Valorant.
inside the game. The way
Heritage.
we're gonna approach,
Surely all time, someone's
there's
just like
a lot
1 and 0
of
against them.
fundamentals which lead us to champions.
Olga Dr.
This year,
Volga, thanks for,
they
what was that, 21?
garbage
21
from
months.
So it was unacceptable.
And Nolchester, thanks for the 3 as well.
And
Yeah.
we are
Did you see that Minibu completed his exams and will be playing against Fnatic tomorrow?
Thank you.
Now, we've heard
I
a
did
lot
not
from
see that.
Magnum and Tomazi
I did
on
not see
social
that,
media.
Nolchester,
They've
but
been
thanks for the 3
spilling
months.
some tea, and I thought we would also
Oh,
spill
Miniboo
some
has completed it. What, how did he
VCT
not know what
inside.
day his exams
Well,
were?
we are at it. We're gonna talk
Classic
about KC
student.
in just a
Whoa, look
second,
at this
because I
green
felt
screen.
like Kukuka, Pipson was spilling a bit of tea as well. What did you make of that?
I love the fact that he is always so honest about why Purple is also such a big pickup, but the way that he's talking about, we lost all the fundamentals, which, by the way, as a coach, like admitting that about your team, it's probably admitting that you made a mistake, and you're admitting it in front of everyone and like taking that blame. We've seen it from
I
other
can't
coaches, but to be so
scroll this
open
chat.
and
You
honest
get
about
shot,
such
You
a
lose the
big
round, you lose the
mistake.
game. It's an FPS game.
Yeah,
TMV wow.
19 King, thanks for... Man, this is quite annoying. Thanks for the 2 months.
Kind of, like see behind the team as well a little bit.
Yeah, well, we've spilled some tea on Giants, but let's hear what the tea has been spilled with KC, because I'm going to ignore everything Magnum has been saying.
Happy
on
to not
social
have to deal with the
media.
Twitch
Kukuka, you
buffering.
heard
Very cool to see
any
them
rumors,
multi-stream. See,
anything
some
that
people
coming
are...
out of KC?
Some people are
do
happy
hear a
at
lot
least.
of rumors, right? There are
Will I
some
talk
that
to
are
YouTube chat? Yeah,
leaked,
I've got both
but
chats up.
now what I heard is that
Um,
from the beginning, they didn't
So
actually
I see
intend to
both
win
chats
Masters,
at
they just
once.
wanted to get the reps
The problem
and
is I can't
they
scroll
did
down,
it
so if like chat was going
so
crazy,
severe
I
that
couldn't.
they just
It would be
wanted
difficult for me, but...
bots for the other teams.
That is
Felipe,
Let's go
Felipe,
Wolves.
thanks for the 3 months. Now we'll watch all the Wolves games. In fact, I will miss a Wolves game because I'll be at a Wolves game. If you get what I mean.
So they can fix it
That,
before winning.
that is a great
That's the
rumor.
young method.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
here for
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Anything that you've heard, Bone Cold?
I mean, some people have been talking.
Doesn't
about
streaming on your
how
main
KC,
YouTube channel mess with the
honeymoon,
algorithm?
like through the first split and
Does it?
into Madrid, but from what I've heard and like just what I've seen as well, I don't feel like it's a honeymoon. I feel like they're playing super solid.
What about you? Have you heard anything?
I've heard many things, many things. And the thing that I like the most about what I've heard is very much same as you, Kukuka. They wanted to give Americas a chance, you know, let them have one.
Exactly.
For this one, and we go to Shanghai and champs and stuff, it's going to be their time.
They just wanted to get comfortable because otherwise EMEA would have been on top on like trophies, and they just wanted to get.
That's a question for
even,
Ryan.
You know?
Yeah, make
I
it a
mean,
bit more
it would be
interesting.
weird if it did. I know that YouTube, like their streaming stuff
And I
is
also heard Narrate is actually a
literally
I heard he's
This
not-
is
he's a
and
fraud.
Valorant.
anti-synergy.
Did you hear that as
Heritage.
well?
No, I haven't heard this.
Well, now you have
Can't
to.
wait to watch these two fraud teams go DFM.
I've been missing
Keyboard 69, thanks for the 15, and bought 2 bucks with 50 bits as well. Thank you.
What are we expecting,
Hype.
Bone Cold, from a player like Narate? Does he have an even higher
Party will
ceiling
be
than
for nothing if they see us.
I mean, he's been like
Only saving VODs to the main channel?
So
Oh, that's a good point, actually. Like the
Party will be
VODs,
for nothing if they see us.
because the VODs will automatically be there, won't they?
and in Madrid, and I'd
Hype.
like to see Narrate, like taking the responsibility and like bringing his like standards even above what they were.
I feel like I won someone else.
You get shot.
Which
you
of the
lose
3
round,
missing
you
maps
lose the
from
game.
the
It's an
rotation
FPS
do you
game.
miss most?
It's an honor and a
Probably
blessing to
Fracture.
watch you dissect the Giants saving today, Sir TMV.
Thanks, X-Jags, for the 9 months.
Someone else, like taking that role of surprising all of us.
Yeah.
Would love to see like Martin is someone. Yeah.
The only bad thing about streaming on YouTube is that it will start spamming your audience with stream notifications, which could turn people off who will only want to watch short videos.
This is Valorant.
Do people actually have YouTube
Heritage.
notifications on?
Demote Canadaman Plaza.
History will truly be destined to repeat itself.
Is that what people do? People actually have that? I turn it off instantly. Oh, they still got the music. Oh, this is the I remember the Karmine Corp music.
Returning to the region that they now rule. Please welcome to the
How's
stage,
the audio versus me?
Karmine Corp with Narrate, Martin, Tomazi, and Shin.
Is that okay or? I do it literally for you. I mean, if you're doing it for me anyway,
But now we'll see the
does it matter that
Giants'
much?
second
I don't know.
stage. Welcome GiantX with Vitinho, Parkbo, Redguard, Cloud, and Hoodie.
Bob Scotia, thanks for the 19 months. And Ralph Albert donated Pen 2. What's Pen 2? got all these. What's a pen?
Rounding up the squads, of course. They couldn't be here without their coaches. We've got A and Pipson.
Very blue on stage. Peruvian currency.
Kings of EMEA are back
Oh,
here
okay.
on stage. They're going up against Giants once
Is
again.
Indonesia new mod? No, it's
Giants,
just
they have
the
a different
Restics
look, they have a
YouTube.
different player,
Sorry if I'm
and you have
doxing you
to
there,
wonder,
Restics.
Kakuka, what have they been doing when KC were out there in Madrid?
Exactly. Casey might have been getting all of those reps in the international tournament, but we brought the best teams in the world to Prague here at EMEA, and I am sure that Giants was on the
What's up to 50?
right, bringing in a new player,
TMV,
trying
you look
something else,
older.
and finding
Is
a
it
way
the
to capture
Bulgarian
everything that was
radiation?
seen in the
Eh?
international stage.
Yeah,
What happened in Bulgaria to get radiation?
Bunker, again, they
Might
have
just be the
played against
light.
Each other, as
I
we
got
have
the
a look
purple
and see what map we're gonna
background,
get
so I look a
today.
bit
The
purple
last
now.
time it was,
I like
Excel,
this is
I
the thing.
believe
This
it's
light that I have
Lotus.
here
You
that
think,
I can like
we're not gonna get a
go
Lotus
very
this time
bright.
around?
I hate so.
Yeah, we won't be getting like Lotus, but like for the maps, it's going to be interesting to see. Oh, we have Sunset as well.
I mean, Breeze.
Oh,
we
fuck,
haven't
they did the
seen
thing.
Teams playing Breeze yet, and it's so interesting because
They banned
see,
that.
Just
They
this
banned
year,
that.
they've played
That's wrong.
25 maps. None
That's
of
wrong.
them have been Breeze. On the side of Giants, we haven't seen them
Wrong.
play, but right, they played like 6
Wrong.
maps, so it's not
Wrong.
bad. The fact
Was that
they're
0?
selecting, choosing to go on this Breeze, also knowing and hearing from Pipson that Purple might be
It's a 0.
duelist role, or that more flexible role. What crazy things are Giants going to be bringing in today?
I mean, banning Lotus is super smart.
Oh, dear.
Other teams,
Whoops.
they have tried to take Lotus to KC, and they've always lost against them. So, what do you make of this?
Yeah, I mean,
Not a good start.
I'm just like very excited to see, like their new map, like bringing the Breeze into that pool. It's going to be very fantastic to see, like what they have been.
I just like when the kind of like normal doubters lose. I prefer 0 to getting 1, to be honest. Because I just want the people who always go for the most likely option to lose.
It's a good peak to
You know?
ban, right? After the older performance and all the rest, even though the votes are there, there are things that you cannot prep against.
Also, correct me if I'm wrong, when Purple played VCT for MPC,
It was Breeze.
It was Breeze, right? So this is like a redemption thing, because when he stepped in as a sub,
That's
then
Ace.
he was very shaky, but this time around, he's not a sub anymore, he's coming as one of the main players, so he's got a lot to prove.
Yeah, I think that it's different because I asked him, like, because he was a 6th player, right? It's not like he's subbing every map, but he only practiced with them 1 map, and it was Breeze, and then he got...
So yes, just for those of you who came in a bit late, I will be missing Ogopu. Thanks for the sub. For those of you coming in a bit late, I will be missing at least some of the second game, I would guess. We might. It depends how fast the games end, of course. If this is a quick 2-0, then maybe we'll
21
watch
months is
it. But
kinda long. Still remember that the last Pokemon randomizer Nuzlocke run was named after me, yet you never killed me.
sure, thanks for the 21 months. I don't remember that, I'll be honest. But I'll trust you that that's the case.
Okay, the agent select is very interesting, yeah, Fitinho Yoru.
Okay,
And Redgar's playing Cypher. Okay, keep your eye on this. This might be
yeah, it's so interesting to see them going with this double duelist,
interesting
applying
thing.
the extra
Normal
pressure.
comp
They're
here.
going to be starting on the attack since they picked this map. KC, they're going out with a very, very
No,
standardized,
Purple and Defo are different
composition.
people.
Martine
Purple,
there on that jet
different
raid.
person.
I mean, I really like this. What do you think, Bonko, about the compositions?
It's so nice to
The
see
codes, I think you can type in !pick'em and the codes will come up, I think. Well, Toolbox, extra 100
Giants
bits.
already trolling.
I wouldn't say this is trolling. It's a comp quite a few teams have played. And there's Rito, thanks for the gift sub as well.
Also, Redgar Cypher, I'm all here for it. Yeah, well, it's time to jump into game and throw this over to your casters for today.
Why am I missing a second game? Because I need a life. I'm going to a pub quiz. And I'm basically just deciding if a game is boring, then I don't need to watch it.
It's exciting. This guy's always been a star.
Thoughts on the Viper glitch? Doesn't matter.
Yeah, like, well, we heard that maybe he'll be shifting a little bit with
Um,
coming in. Purple has stolen
Yes, I'm
the
reading the
game,
YouTube
so I
chat.
guess that's something a little
You
bit
will be
different.
read
I'm
if you
also
say
excited
something
for
interesting.
the Cypher coming in on Redgar.
But also,
Normally when he flexed, it was
what was I gonna say?
something
I'm not going to say stupid, but that's the word I want to use. It'd be like, oh, I'm playing Reyna this game, or I'm playing Jet. That's what he did back in the Gambit days.
What was I going to say?
Now he's actually playing
I'm not a part-timer. We're going to watch almost every game. There's just certain times.
Oh, I love pub quizzes. Will it be football?
It's on a variety of subjects. But Wednesday nights and Friday nights, I might miss some games. Like, I'm missing this Friday as well. And then there are certain times when if Americas play late and Pacific play early, we might have to just choose one of the games to watch. Basically, whichever game is better, because obviously, like, if I'm staying up till 4 a.m. to watch an Americas game, I'm not going to be up at 9 to watch Pacific. So it's kind of like, sometimes there'll be a choice. Sometimes I'll just won't watch a boring EMEA game.
Starting out, like, oh great, we got time to prep now at least. But it is something that might stand to them coming back in here now. KC had a grueling international schedule between media days, coming in, makeup, hair.
Is China going to be fully neglected? No. We will watch.
Very much time to
like, the problem is for China is sometimes it's overlapping with Pacific. So that, again, we could have a choice there of, like, if we think the Chinese game is better, I'll watch that instead. I'll watch all the Wolves games for sure. Right, we'll be watching all the Wolves games.
I think the more interesting thing as well is going into
and
although you say that KC haven't like had the time to make
yeah, we'll
this is a map they've not played. They have not gone into Breeze at all.
We'll see with the China. If people want to watch a Chinese game, you know, if the majority of the chat would rather watch the China game than the Pacific game, I'll watch the China game. Basically.
We have no data on them either because they only play
kind of depends what you're in.
The international schedule, something I spoke about with KC, and the fact is they had little turnaround, but they were still able to deal the damage to some of the best teams in the world who had a lot more prep, a lot more time under their belt.
Okay, we're in.
Now, they're coming in here
Karmine Corp on defense.
And hey, KC
double
with a couple
push holes.
Could be a
we like
scary
this.
Thing. Time to put them to the test on the side of GiantX. Their defense start. We'll see them.
My hair looks like Pythagoras' theorem. What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
Yeah. So that graphic
What's wrong with my hair?
But that's okay.
Yeah, you know,
I'm already getting bullied. What the fuck is this Viper Wolf from Karmine Corp?
So it'll be here soon, don't worry. It's on the fastest delivery possible.
Like a
Purpo,
full
though,
retake
we like
wall.
leading that charge, taking that space, and Coutinho, well, his debut has not gone fantastically on the Yoru. Narrate is just holding the line, already managing to reposition. I think a little bit surprised to spot Purpo in that corner. And now it leaves, well, the debut of one agent.
So Karmine Corp were banning Sunset, and now they've come back and they've picked Sunset. How was I ever going to get this right?
I mean, the pistol round Yoru on attack, sure. I don't want to say the debut's gone to hell just yet, but yeah, for Redgar, maybe there's a chance. He could pop off with 3. They're watching every single angle.
Yeah, they're ready.
It doesn't matter where he comes from. First player spots him, even if they go down 1v2 with info to play with. And look at the reaction. Immediately, they put him in a box.
Look where the
they know he
spike is
spawned,
as well.
and they run to the site, take the fight together. There's no way. It's going to be a triple swing on contact.
They don't even need to take the fight. He doesn't actually have time.
He has to
go
die.
Get the spike and plant it, so they're just waiting for him to walk into an implausible angle. And yeah, KC, as ever, vigilant.
Why the colors inverted? Look, that's on production. That's not on me.
You're coming in with a group of youngsters, a very experienced coach, and a brand new IGL, or brand new to the role at least. And somehow this team has always looked incredibly structured with everything they do. And that's, I'll be honest, that's the one thing I'm a little bit disappointed with going into this map is the comp they're playing is old school. Like, this is something we've seen for a long, long time, like running in with those double initiators, basically the double sentinel with the Viper and the Cypher. But if their synergy's on point, I don't think it will matter.
Yeah, it looks like the UI is a bit off.
1-0, of course, to the defensive side of Karmine Corp. I'll keep you updated on that as we go throughout it. Suppose I will start doing a little tally up here.
Somehow you're going to write the tally the wrong way around and confuse yourself.
Hold on, we can draw on the screen.
Let's not. Let's
there we
not.
go.
Oh.
Perfect.
But they're also on the wrong side, so it doesn't really help too much.
Color it in blue. Get a blue color. You've got time, Tom. You work away on that.
What? Oh, I'm a genius.
Oh.
Oh wow, that's actually good. That's actually good.
But I only have the number 1. So after this round, this doesn't work anymore. But for right now,
we've saved
that is currently the scoreline.
It's perfect. Well, at least there's some semblance of. Oh, I don't know what's going on anymore, Tom. Well, for GiantX, they're pulled back. They're on the A site, nice and cozy, looking for a little bit of mid control down through the doors. They
Oh,
haven't
come
seen
on, Giants,
anything
just
there, and
die.
this is a round where they
Just
come in
die
with
already.
a decent amount on the side of KC's defense, of course. The Giants, they'll blitz into A. They've got a lot of space through that tube, though. No one, I mean, it's being watched from way back in spawn. That's
It's also just timing now. How much damage can they do? Oh shit!
Woo!
Gonna farm. Getting himself halfway to that Viper's Pit in a singular round is definitely going to help out in the future. And for Cloud,
Again,
well,
gotta
this
die.
stage is more so die. Like you've just got to go down. You don't want to be holding on to just a classic. Martin will get that final frag and put them 2-0 up.
good start. Expected
2-0.
the pistol. Tidied up nicely.
Don't worry, I got you.
Now we see an opportunity for them to take it even further.
What's that little noise?
And I mean, for Shin, it's not bad as well picking up those orbs early. I think a lot of this is similar to the broadcast. They're going to iron out some of those little issues as the rounds go on. On the side of GiantX, here's those issues especially. I mean, they're trying to figure out fist bumps, high fives. What's the default?
You get shot, you lose the round, you lose the game. It's an
JJPDA 1999, thanks for the 6 months.
GiantX are going to buy rifles. They're going to invest pretty fully.
Ooh.
I like this.
Redgar presenting itself. 2 players sneaking up, but does he check the left? He's seen one close. He tries to retreat, and Martin catches him. Very nice
from
fight,
Karmine
KC,
Corp.
with a double
They
2
decide to
push.
blitz
It's netted them
B
a lot
after
of
this.
value. The pressure's
Wall
on
comes
B for
up.
them to hold on, but look at the
Full
util. How many
retake.
players on the way?
Yeah.
Fortunately, we don't know the
rotation's already
guns that
coming
they
in
have, so I don't know
quickly.
how much
For that
danger there
defensive
is to
side,
this.
Of course, something we didn't talk too much about is the fact that we haven't seen much of the Sentinel at all out from Tamazi.
Oh, the flash.
Most of the time, he's basically just been playing.
Oh, Cloud. Cloud's pretty good.
From Cloud, though.
Ooh.
Managing to put this round on
Bro,
his
I
back.
got timed out in the
Martino does still
YouTube
have a
chat
rifle.
for
Has
saying my
something to
own
play
name,
with. Can
Elmods.
try and do a little bit of damage. We can see how safe GiantX are being.
I approve
using that drone late in
of
the
you
round.
getting timed out, Canada man.
We mentioned this is around the KC shouldn't really win, but they've got a chance with Martin now. The positions are good though from GiantX. You've got a player tucked up close that has to be cleared, and Cloud.
Okay,
just
Cloud
too
with the
quick.
classic
4
Cloud
kills
round.
in
Just
that
Cloud
round
go
from
win
GiantX.
in a
That's lifeline. If he
4v5.
doesn't
Go get a
pop
4K
off,
on
they could have traded
Sova.
that round out and ended up with next to nobody or just nobody online.
If Cloud buys full shields here, though,
Alright.
what a replay.
Speedy.
That's one of those things. That's what I was bringing up during the round, is that this is actually within this team. Thomasy, I believe, first time playing on a Cypher. Now, we were told he was moving to a Sentinel, and then over the last couple of months...
The score is
Viper
2-1.
19 times.
To Karmine
Played a
Corp.
couple of other agents along the way. So, again, new ground for him,
Hold
at
on,
least
I'll
within
actually
this team.
we can
But for now, at least,
KC2.
we are going to be
1.
seeing this aggressive push into the site. GiantX taking
2-1.
that space, and not really anybody actually looking to hold on to
Okay,
it.
full retake A.
Yeah, they know what they're up against at this point. They just create that space instead. Vitinho being
Going
an
for some
annoyance,
cringe
closing
here. They
yellow,
got the
now just
orb on it.
backing out. Having created the
So we might
space,
see
having found it
a
all,
bit of
here
cringe.
comes
The
Toronto
KO
over
might speed
from
them up,
Magna.
though.
And they're looking to barrel forward on the back of this as a decoy that hasn't quite distracted them or drawn their vision. And as KC close in towards the site, the fight is good for Shin. Narrate into Mazzy
Now you
stepping
can't
up
really
too.
go
And
for
they
it,
know
though.
exactly where Hoodie is thanks to the last kill. But his util could buy some time. One snake bite already used, but he's just
They got
about
plenty of
out of
time.
toxins. Now it comes down to a 1v3 fight, not one he's likely to win. He needs to hit these opening shots. He'll find the first,
we
but
got
that
the UI
is
back.
all.
Cool.
GiantX,
3-1.
they won their round on round 3 when they were
3-1.
expected
Put
to,
a 3
but
there.
KC are right back in the game.
And this is something they were good at throughout the entirety of
Party will be for
kickoff,
nothing
and
if
when
they
you went
see
over
us.
to Masters as well, the retake.
Roadman,
KC,
I won't
I
be.
think
You
one of
should
the better
stream
teams
on
within
cam
EMEA
girl
is sort of
sites for
giving up that
extra
control
revenue.
and then moving
I'm
back
sure that
in
would
as
go
a
well.
unit.
I'm sure. Do you get banned if you stream like
And while in the end,
non?
made it look quite easy.
You know, like if you just
There is still
stream
going to be a
normal
purchase,
stuff.
though. GiantX are going to be able to put something onto the board.
Don't answer that
can even
question.
maybe
Why do you
handicap
know
a
if
little
that
bit with
if
the
you
fact
do
they
know the
have
answer to that
Hunter's
question?
Fury
Why?
online. Bashin being one away
How about
from that
that?
Viper's Pit might help them out if he can get himself a kill.
Oh, we can take stock of where we are. Yeah, you can look at GiantX's credits
Oh, this
down
is
on
a
their last
cheeky angle.
legs. Big investment from this
He
attacking
might
side
even
now
die to
try
this.
push
They might
KC
see him
back.
here, and this guy
Done his
might jump
early
underneath.
start, one that they're likely
If
to
so,
just
that
run
would be
away
funny.
with,
You've
considering
seen
the
the drone
squad
on
and their
this guy. He
performance
could drop
internationally,
down.
Not a map they're known for. And with Purpo taking the
And they
opening and
check it.
dropping Martin.
Wow, good from
KC are
Purpo.
now on
It's a
the
good
back
start.
foot.
What's
How will
Karmine
they
Corp's
fill in
reaction?
this information,
Probably need this guy to start
void
pushing elbow.
that they're left with. I mean, the good thing is all that util on
He
B
just
in the
stopped pushing elbow.
it's locking down the control. They can afford to
That allows
commit
this guy to then
bodies
rotate
elsewhere,
here.
and those bodies are coming down middle, looking for a fight on Redgar. His timing could be good. And the hat off his head. He's lucky to get out of there alive.
Okay, now they'll just
knows where he
blitz
is
in.
now.
Although the dart is nice.
Just about, and it will give the space over in towards the site. Shock dart. Not gonna have the desired result. And at least at this point,
And now Redgar has a
position
very
for
good
GiantX to
position.
fight from. Already looking for the trade back. Purple is going to manage to get another. Hoodie with one more. And now Magnum only with a Marshall in hand, and he's being flanked. Redgar, the survivor, is going to get that backstab in the end. A response once again from GiantX.
Okay, big
and
win.
back
This
and
will
forth to
be a
kick off
save
the
now
Breeze.
for Karmine Corp.
They're traded out decently as well, Tom, as far as ults go. I mean, GiantX are going to have a lot coming online, high impact ones later. But for them early on, it's a good sign to still be able to compete like that, make these rounds work. Redgar even getting his slow play up through mid. You know, he used to command one of the best Cypher players out there for flanking, for getting behind, for being a menace. It's going to be very fun to see him attempting to do some of that himself, already finding success in round 5. Round 6 sees the reward. GiantX
Man,
of rifles.
people after my own heart.
As I said, ulti's coming online for the next
Soul
round,
pushing ult.
or maybe just after. And if you
They
look
run
at what
to B.
KC are working with, well, pistols. So for GiantX, their ult economy is going to help them out
Unlucky.
in the next full buy.
Do you want to know something really interesting?
What's that?
So we've spoken about this before.
Okay.
Purpo, I would say, was somewhat harshly given his debut in the VCT, playing for a team called Mech.
Yeah.
Do you remember what map he was subbed in for, Mitch?
I do not.
It was Breeze. So he's come back.
How
to
likely
play
do Giants
against
win
Redgar
this map?
time on the same map that he was subbed in for.
When you say audio, you mean
There's
their
some
audio,
swings and
right?
roundabouts. The streets never
Because
forget.
their
It's
audio
all
is a bit
about
off, I think.
Oh, that's
Although
it.
Hoodie, wow. What a start.
Do
to the
I
round.
sound okay?
Yeah, it's huge. They have pistols, but actually it's good that Hoodie gets those kills. That's Viper's Pit online. I mentioned that it might be next round, it might be the one after. Well, it is next round. A big ultimate to have, especially when KC have their own pit to play with. Now, Shin's picked up a weapon, so he is out of here. He wants to save
Yeah,
that.
it does sound
But
like it has a
Tamazi and
little
Narrate
buzz
aren't
to it.
Too keen on doing the same. They'll go down to the
They
spike.
just need to
save over some
plug
money.
it in a bit
Those
more.
Sheriff's not worth quite as much. And we'll see a sixth round.
Sound like a
3-3,
Victorian era
neck and
surf.
neck, despite a pistol round to KC,
Okay,
a
kid.
bounce back in round 4. GiantX have those legs to their attack already. And I guess this is the question, right, for KC. Letting this map through, Tom, you mentioned that this was a map they were banning.
Okay, we've
constantly.
got Viper's
They
Pit
didn't wanna
both
play it,
sides.
And now opening up the season, maybe it's because it's early season as well, though. We don't know whether they've worked a ton
One
and
off
this
a
has been their
Yoru ult?
speciality, or whether they're
I mean, with the
"Let's
Yoru
try it
comp, you're
now,
probably
see
looking
if
at
we
what?
can figure out our
You probably
pull as the
want
season goes
at
on."
least 7.
So I think they
They
ended up
lose
banning
pistols, so
Ascent,
they're probably
it could
aiming
just
for
be
a
that they
7,
felt
I
a
would
little
say.
bit less comfortable on that map. And
Well, that revealed
I guess
everyone.
also versus a
I think that got.
team
I
like
think
GiantX
that
who
dot just revealed
brought in
everyone.
Another
I mean, yeah,
superstar
look at
duelist.
this.
You're thinking, do we really want to face off
These two are
against
just
Purpose
fucking
Jet on
running.
that map? Maybe not. I think also just it might be an Eng thing of like, I don't want to have a permaban. Like I don't want to have a map that we don't play, so I'll let it through, see how it goes. And the thing is, I especially think on Breeze with the players that they've got, they can definitely get away with it. Look at the amount of aggression already, though. A complete push through B is going to garner them the information that it has to be either towards mid or towards that A site.
I mean, they got the Yoru ult.
And with 2 players already deep within A, 1 waiting to watch the tube, they are about to have a flank that could catch players off.
Yeah, it's the one gap that GiantX have, even as Redgar comes back through mid. But do they check it? Do they even look to their left on the way through? They haven't. They haven't just yet. And they've taken a kill. This is where presumably Redgar turns around and finds them, but a little too late
say,
to
they
the
just
party.
destroyed your trip. Now the
KC have already picked up
plant
a
is
wealth
outside.
of kills, and that advantage will be hard to fight back from. The pit not even reaching all the way onto the spike. This is going to make it incredibly difficult if Purpo goes down for Hoodie to have very much of any impact, especially with a Vandal. Those sprays through the smoke aren't going to go too well.
Now, if they realize that the spike isn't
Here's
planted
a real
in the
test
pit,
for Hoodie. They know where he is now. They've echoed. Well, I thought they did. They're still looking in main. He almost snuck his way back over, but just too many bodies to deal with. The round goes to KC.
lick my balls.
The positioning.
Thanks for the sub.
A team might have if they're not running a Cypher. GiantX are running a
Oh, it was a gift,
so the
sorry.
fact that they
See, on the
managed to
thing,
get
it just
that
came up
far
with
with
Ligma Balls,
absolutely
just
no one
subscribe. It's
realizing
a
is
gift
big problem. And
to
I
Ligma
think
Balls.
Either you're going to see a pause taken or just something from Rega to say, okay, we can't allow that to happen again, because that is such a ridiculous amount of map control that they've managed to take without any information going in the other direction. And while for KC, it almost gave them a free round. Like, they're able to get all the way through, have the players within the site, so even the players pushing were just walking into a stack.
Yeah, really gorgeous round
I
from
think it's
that
broken 'cause my
defensive
sub
side,
never
although,
popped
again,
up. Oh, I'm sorry,
timing for
Limbo.
Redgar was key there. Maybe even the cam placement.
I can't
but
help
think the
those
idea
things.
was to cover the tube push, but with that many players there, it's you can sometimes commit the player to it. It's one of
I mean,
those
they
things
love
they left
holes. I mean, I don't mind it
that
because
happens to be
you
the
do see
gap
this a
that
lot
KC
with, like,
walked straight
even with
into
the Cypher,
unknowingly.
people
Now in
don't
round
put a
number
Trippier
8,
anymore.
GiantX
Right, so it is a bit like,
still with some of
why
those
not do
ultis to
this?
play with, and they've managed to surround these
I'm not
players.
sure
on
doing
the
it with
doors open, the
4.
players are blitzing
And
it.
I don't know about
GiantX
just...
not winning the engagements to start with, and Redgar's gone down to one of their own snake bites. This is a disaster. They haven't even seen Martin. He's able to pick one up inside the smoke and bail back into main. The attackers are now the defenders, and they're surrounded. This is a terrible round. And the information, you know, it's coming in, not for long. That rate's gonna fall eventually, but it's still a 4 versus 2.
Yeah, and they have no map control. That's the bigger problem. You are surrounded on all flanks. They're going to have to almost try and fight forward, baiting them in on the plant, but you can see Tomasi waiting deep, and Martin on the corner leaves Vitinho alone, and there's just absolutely nowhere he can go. They might even allow him to get the plant down just so they can get into position to try and clear him from that angle. And well, I don't mind it. You got to try something on the edges. You're trapped. You're hoping that maybe somehow they're not looking, but
yeah, I'm not sure about the everyone run this way.
Immediately, so there was no way for
Or like, you know, have 4 players. Was it 4 players? It's a double snake bite. I was gonna say he's dying to the... He was dying to the other snake bite. And then he died to his team snake bite. Like, he was running through Karmine Corp's snake bite.
I don't think we needed a replay of it, to be fair. But, you know, throw
And then
him
ran
under the bus.
into his.
Just in case you didn't know how he died.
And again, I don't
There it is.
mind,
It was
like,
almost
going
fully
for
to
this
snake
quite
bites,
often.
but,
Again, with no Trippier a
a
lot.
couple of rounds, I think Redgar is going to want to forget.
I think going for it with a lot of people,
debut
like...
on the Cypher
Because just opening the door creates a lot of pressure
I'll
anyway.
be honest. Definitely some gaps within it.
So you don't
But they're
need,
gonna go back to
like,
this
3
B-side
people
hold.
there.
Now, bear in mind, last time out,
Just go fast
Cloud
B.
absolutely farmed. It's not gone well to start.
Yeah, but they've gotten a lot of space. So they've lost a player, but at what cost? Well, nothing they're able to convert by the Lux.
What?
What was that shot by Martin? 3 quick kills! And GiantX are way behind.
I thought Magnum was meant to be the one with the shaky aim. That was like...
Santos with the
In
7.
the middle of that fight, by the looks of
Trademark.
it.
That was ridiculous, but hey, 6 and 3 up. Any sort of danger in this half is somewhat diminished. Oh, here we go again. Like it looked like he was even sort of surprised by the peak timing, and then also just catches the second player.
They're vibing, man. That's a...
Yeah, we can't play his mic.
No,
I know what he said.
that's muted.
Okay, Giants take a timeout.
Same reaction though, Ang. I gotta say, GiantX immediately.
My
called
problem with
timeout.
Giants
And
is
I'm
they
not
are
sure there's
they do
anything you
one
can
of
do
two
about the
things.
late round there, him just
They have
popping
2
off with those
paces, it
last
feels
2
like.
kills.
Yeah.
But the
Super
first
slow?
kill and the player they lost on the way through, the ideas here
Or
for
fast.
GiantX just haven't really been working
And
out.
it doesn't
I
feel like there's
understand why
much
they
in
take a breather
between
here.
a lot of the time.
Yeah, and again, I feel like the rounds that they've won, you had Cloud obviously getting a 4K to win them that bonus round that could have gone the other way. And also, there's 2 duelists. You invested into having this
What
jet
clip's the 7
combination
from? It's from a
alongside
time that
Yoru.
I was on Plat Chat
Players
and I
have
put
been very
DRX in
quiet so
7th
far. Like, we've
on a
seen
power
bit of
ranking,
space taken by
and
Vitinho,
everyone
but they
thought
haven't really
DRX
been
was
able
shit
to
at the time.
capitalize on it most
They
of
ended
the
up
time.
finishing 6th.
And I am starting to get a little
So I
bit
was kind of
worried
right.
because, again, this was the thing with
And
Purpo.
everyone
He
went
was someone that
7.
I think, as I said, if you've been a fan of Valorant, if you've watched any tier 2, this guy is someone we wanted in the VCT for a long time, and with Mech, we were expecting it to be this explosive performance where they finally have this star jet. Maybe you weren't a Defo fan, you're like, this
The
is
Karmine
the
Corp had
guy.
regressed?
And then he played, and you're
No,
like,
they hadn't
ah.
regressed. They were just
back
playing
down.
against
Okay,
better teams
the pressure maybe got to him a little bit, and so far,
on a
we're
bigger
not seeing
stage.
it yet. Now, I'm not going to count him out after what is 9 rounds in a game. Yeah, it's never going to be easy. But this composition is kind of built for the attack.
Yeah.
So on defense, it's not going to get any easier.
You don't need Purpo to find those openings, but you need one of Purpo and Vitinho to be hitting. If you're not, you're getting space.
So again, we go
but you're losing
fast A.
advantages,
We're going to
and
play
you'll
for
win rounds that way. At least
The
not many
post
teams
plant
do.
stuff.
Hunter's Fury used. It's caught one, and the updraft is saved. Purpo, but he's caught. Unlucky
No
for
second
him, but
updraft.
Redgar might be able to retrieve some
think
advantage, but
they've
they saw
seen him.
They just caught a pixel of him and immediately refocus, push him back,
Thing is, they have
and
to-
move towards
they have
this
to go.
mid-rotation. They know that one player's out of pace. That's a 5v3 on the side if they get there quickly.
Again, they're playing for these snake bites
And we can
stuff.
see that one player's even in the tube with the Viper's pit down. They're going to find
He
it hard to
missed?
fight their way back
No.
through. Snake bite in.
Why
Toxin's
is
running
Magnum
out. There's one kill for Hoodie.
taking
But the
the
immediate re-aggression. It stacks up the advantage for KC. Cloud,
That's too late.
oh, he's going crazy. He's popped it way late, and even then, in a 1 versus 3, this was always
I don't know how he survived, but
I was kind of
What the
alluding to
fuck are they
Martin killing
doing?
him, but, you
Ah,
know,
that's an
whatever, the other way
awful
around.
round.
Someone else could have
Like,
defused
that's
it
a
at the same time, it worked
simple
out.
Oh,
round.
yeah, again, just
Like,
it
that's
looked
a
kinda
really
scrappy.
easy
you got
round to
yourself
run.
Into an afterplant with the
You know,
snake
we're
bite.
just gonna
You don't
go
even let
A
the snake
and
bite
play for
connect because they
lineups
put the
with a
Viper pit
Cypher
and
lurk.
instantly started defusing, got it to half. And he had an orb on it.
And
so
a
one of the
Sovereign.
pieces of utility must have not been on top. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to defuse.
Let's go!
Nice. There is nothing better though.
And
Than when
here
you
they go,
take
they
a
just go
round and
fast again.
Just as you're winning, you hear that old popular. Yeah. Don't got that anymore, do you? I like Fatino's clearance. It's good. That's what the dimensional drift
They're
is all
happy
about.
to play retake though. That has been the case so far in this game.
Happy
They're
just
already
to
going.
flood in again.
He's right on the corner already. Pop flash through the timing. Not bad from Fatino. At least gets rid of Tomazi. But Martin is just looking to try and do this alone. Has support from Magnum. Oh, it's labored. But
Oh!
eventually the second shot from Hoodie is wonderful. Leaving it into a 2v2 scenario. Redgar
Oh,
not
Redgar's
going to get
gotta win
anything
that.
done. And now it's left onto Cloud. There's
They
no
have
other
wall.
man you'd want in this sort of scenario, but already being pinged up by the drone. I think it's already going to start being diffused. I don't think that's actually connected. He can't
Oh,
quite
and Magnum
correct.
wins it.
Magnum
Nice from Karmine
will
Corp.
get
Nice
themselves
retake
another
again.
round, and
Giants
eight
just
onto the
blitzing into the
board.
site every
Bear in
time.
mind,
Can't hold on to a
this
post
was
plant.
3-3.
You know what I've really liked about Magnum? I'm glad he gets this round because those are the rounds people remember. You get 3 kills, you did good, your kills go up on the board. You're 8-6 now. You're positive, fantastic. That gets you into the good graces of most of the community.
Looks
but
like
the
it's
reality
Cloud
is
and friends.
his util's been sick.
Yep.
Only 1 assist, and that was the. This wasn't even. One.
Yep,
No, it
Cloud
wasn't.
and
He got the
friends.
kill. A couple of times I've seen this. I think when he used his ult, he'd already popped a recon over because Purple updrafted and got revealed again. Add to that this round here where you have the flash that came out of Narrate, but there was a reveal popped as well. So that player's blind, spraying, and now he's being revealed just as everyone's ready to fight again. It's been really good to see that utility, even if his teammates
And I
haven't
said the
followed up
Giants
on it.
wanted
It's
7.
gotten
When
them
they
info,
up
and Magnum's been able
3-2?
to follow up on a couple of those kills himself. 8-3
Is
right
Redgar
now.
cooked as
Last
an
round of the
IGL?
half. Full investment from both squads, of course. No real ultis in play. This could be a game changer. The op in the hands of Purpo, but there's an op in the hands of Martin, and it's a head-to-head battle that Purpo wins.
Yeah, a good start to the round at least, but they're putting that pressure onto Redgar again. He's been having a bit of a rough time. I'm surprised Magnum is still going for this. He's being revealed, and he somehow still kills Redgar.
They go for the
They're
flash. They
literally
know the
waiting for
narrate's
him.
here, though, surely.
They're watching as well, just in case there's a
player.
second layer to this,
They
and
saw
there
the
is.
flash.
Narrate, he might catch one on the
Oh.
way out, but no. They will be able to fade away. GiantX for the first time in a while.
I don't.
Going towards that
honestly,
B side with a man advantage.
And they've got the perfect
I'm not
read.
sure
They know
this is the
Viper's A,
angle.
and you're pretty
Like, if you
sure
have a
that
Viper
someone
up
just
here, it
shot
might
at
be,
you too.
but
So at that point, there's
with
only
no
one
ult,
player on B.
this is gonna be
Only
tough.
one, and that's Tomazi with deep traps as well. He's got to take the fight on them, normal as can be, and the trade is quick for Purpo. Narrate already on backside though. The pace is
Oh,
on
he's
the
so
wall,
good.
and he's standing strong,
seconds left.
taking every kill, leaving Hoodie alone. 2 orbs
Sincere.
away
Spike's
from
down, he's
grabbing
gotta
a
get it.
Viper's Pit. Oh, if he had it now, that could turn the tides in his favor. But the spike is down in the open, no wall to work with. He's already got his down. It actually might get him to the spike if he used it, but instead, he goes walkabouts for a kill. The kill's found by the Viper on the other side.
And Narrate wins it.
9-3 at the half, Tom. This
How
is
is,
not looking
my-
great for GiantX, considering this is a map KC don't really play. Don't play,
Versus
just
the
don't play.
casters.
No,
Like
they
my
are
sound
yet
versus the
to
casters.
play it
Is
within
that
the
okay?
entirety of kickoff and masters, but evidently it's something they've been
I might
working on
stand
behind
up,
the
but then
scenes.
again, that's
but
a
again,
risk.
I feel like that's just something that comes default with this team having like such great synergy with each other. That I think they're going to be able to, unless they're up against a very well orchestrated team on the other side, I think they're going to be able to pick you apart just with good team play. And I think that's what this team has in spades.
Audio is
They're
good.
so good at
Okay,
just
good.
trading off each other, flashing for each other, putting utility in position to basically allow someone else to go for these swings. We've seen it with Narrate's flashes. We've seen it with their aggression and
Okay, good.
main and across the map. I also think
I'm not
GiantX
walking, I'm just gonna
didn't do
stand.
a very good job of stopping them taking space.
It's better for your
I think
posture.
yeah, that's fair. And now on
Oh, I
their,
need to change
well,
camera.
on the defensive side, let's hope that's not the case for GiantX this time around. There's definitely going to be some challenges for them. Coming back from this scoreline is very tough. Sunset up next, somewhere KC wanted to fight and bind
There we go.
as a decider. It's a long road for GiantX.
The treadmill
They
will
count
come back at
themselves
some
out
point.
of this
Maybe if
map.
we get... Is
Willing to do
Sunset
that
going to be
just yet,
boring
but
though?
Martin's trying
This
to
was
help
the
them
first
out.
game, so I was kind of
Good
interested in
shot
seeing
delivered
how it
to
would go.
Cloud's
But
head straight down tube with the Sheriff. And KC have a man advantage yet again.
Giants did take one time out, didn't
I think that probably has been where the golfing classes differ.
At this rate, Giants ain't
I'm not
getting more than 8 in the
certain, but
series.
I wouldn't be too scared
This
to
is
almost
Valorant
bank that maybe Martin might actually have more kills than
I know as well, thanks for the
Let's
18
Let's
months.
go KC.
He has been on one, and they have been missing Tomazi as well.
Oh,
the
the timing of
peak is
that.
so good on the trade. 3 players were waiting. 3 of
Go
them fall.
walking.
Redgar. It's worse odds than the first pistol.
If you're standing, you might as well walk. Yeah, but I'm tired.
Do you believe in the 1v4?
The
No.
1v3, no, but the 1v4, Tom, 70 HP on Shin, 74 on Magnum.
Do you believe?
No.
Wow, that was toxic. You for a second, you almost convinced me. Never mind. Narrator's going to put him in the ground, and I'll be honest, this map is looking pretty much done.
It's
It has
looking
been
GG.
a pretty ludicrous streak. 7 rounds in a row now for KC without much of a response. I think they very quickly warmed up into this game, and yeah, that'll do it. I don't really know how you deal with that.
Well, he saw his elbow. That's,
So there you go. Just in case you're wondering, Martin does have more kills. than
Anyone pick
George on the
Giants in the
outside
pick'em
line.
group?
Yeah.
Any Giants believers?
You know, you got to commend GiantX for trying something new. Might be the last time we see this one from them, but and especially having the attack side already under their belts, this is a comp that, put it this way, I don't expect them to thrive on the defense quite as much.
Oh, here we go.
They didn't even buy. I
Moore on
mean,
one side,
I would
Marshall on the
definitely
the only
you
real
know,
investment
force this
is that
through
onto
pure
Purpo. Everything
anger.
else is being saved for the next round.
10-3
for GiantX
down.
just to give themselves a chance in the buy rounds. But it definitely is looking like a bit of a golfing class. Bear in mind
Don't know
the
where to
last
do
time
pick'ems?
these two
You go
played,
to
it was a close
VLR.gg.
series. Like, GiantX went
you
the
go
distance,
on
but
the events.
I think they
So
got
like you
bullied
go on
out
the
the
EMEA
third map,
League.
the first map, not so much. So
That was he
I
just
think we're
walked
definitely
into
seeing
B.
how far KC have sort of leveled up in that time. I think Tomazi is probably a little bit confused that he's managed to just walk
And they're
onto
starting
the
to
B side.
rotate. But they're also
Normally you
starting
might
to
be
rotate
calling
the
for teammates
spike.
to rotate, but I think he got far enough and he's like,
And now they
I don't
go back
actually
to
know
A
how
because they
I've got this
paused
far
for a
without
bit.
anybody
Oh
really
my god.
spotting me.
So
And
they
in
didn't
fact,
know, like, they were thinking, I think what they were
GiantX
thinking was,
rotating
oh,
away
we've
from
got
this.
B,
Like,
they're
this
going to
is the
rotate to B.
ruse. But at this point, he's
So
gone,
we'll wait. But then they didn't
I've
hear
got the
anything,
whole
so they're like,
side. There's
maybe
no
they've
one
just
here.
stayed.
Just cut
So
block.
let's just go
Did
to
you see
B.
where the cam was from Redgar? I didn't spot it at the start of the round. I don't, like, I mean, I would have thought it's B with their setup, but it was broken somewhere. But yeah, clearly a misread from GiantX. And these are the rounds where you want to have those stacks on a site, so you can just use the numbers to your advantage. Getting back in, I mean, maybe Purpo hit
No, he
some
did put the
shots
cam up. It
and
got
stays
destroyed. He got
alive
it back.
to still do damage in late round. Best hope that I've got for you. And the timing couldn't have been, oh my, Narrator's just slipped by a pixel. Well, this pretty much puts a pin in this one. The question is, how many orbs can he get for himself? That's already 2, and the third with his death. Not bad. Farm them up, and the rest of GiantX will just go down to the spike. That was the plan all along.
Yeah, the audio on the
No
free cam
surprise to see
is
the
kind
round
of
going away of
crazy.
KC now just a couple
Did
away
Purpo
from
replace Nookie?
a very, very dominant victory in map number 1. Again, it has been a long hiatus from the board now. A 3-3 scoreline. Now 11-3.
KC easily win this. It does look like Karmine Corp are going to easily win this,
midway
yes.
through and
then-
yeah, sort of midway through the first half.
I mean, this isn't even their
First
map
quarter.
pick. This is Giants' map
This is
pick.
where you're going to look to see if those rifles can get anything done. It's still not a bad purchase, though. That's
You
the
got
thing with
Koi
KC,
winning
they
the
managed
next
to keep
game?
the
Ooh, now that one I
3
think is
rifles and
tougher
the
to pick.
sniper in. they could still win this. And with
How
the way
many
they've been
koi
playing, I
believers
wouldn't
are
be
there? Oh
surprised.
my goodness.
There you go.
You were
There you
saying
go.
that's a first already, and brave to stick around. Vitinho now
Vitinho.
down to 30 HP. Must have been a tag through the wall,
30
otherwise
HP.
he'd be 10.
I mean, Redgar's on
Maybe
light shields
onto
as
the
well.
leg through the wall, but either way, he's holding on for dear life. Has escaped towards the A site with his TP.
Next
But it hasn't
match
helped
is a battle of
GiantX
mid.
out. With a player low and a
Yeah,
player
kind
down,
of. That's why I'm missing
well,
it.
KC are definitely in the
Although, again,
advantageous
if this is
position. They can group
13-3,
up, look to
13-3,
trade out fights, and with the weaponry
I
they
might have time to
it's
watch
not going
it.
to be impossible. This isn't
I'll have to
very
leave it in
hard
about-
round for them if they can use the numbers to their advantage. And I
When
think
will I
the
have to
first
leave?
thing they
Probably
need to
about,
do
like,
is clear out this man on the corner.
quarter
If
to
we can
8 my
find
time,
some
so that's
value
like
with
what?
Vitinho baiting
3
for him,
hours?
a lot could be done, but he's spotted immediately. Now he's going to get out of there while being revealed. He does actually escape. Cloud gets one from afar, but a very aggressive push leaves them blindsided to Vitinho's
How are they winning
attack.
those fights?
Even still, though, he's
2v2?
only good for the one. Cloud has to do so much more. The damage done to Tamazi, though. 38 HP.
crossed.
Shock dart through. Magnum caught as well. That's it. It's got to be. Tamazi with an outlaw in hand. Only one player that's one shot to him. Spike still to be planted, and 30 HP himself. Still a shock dart for Cloud. As soon as this is tapped, that Shocky's on the way.
He's trying to work out if there's some better weaponry for him to take.
10 seconds left.
Trying to fake out the sound a little bit. Does manage to land the shot onto Redgar. Puts this into a 1 versus 1. Cloud
What does he
already
do?
looking
Push
to
forward?
wrap back around, but I think Thomas
like
might
it.
have actually figured this one out. Trying to spot where the man on the other side is. That time ticking down. Neither player really knowing where the other is. And eventually Cloud will save them once again. It's their 4th round, and the 2nd time he's needed a multi-frag just to get it over the line. And in a bonus again, in a bonus again.
That's the main thing. You know, he basically
Yeah,
saved
I
them
think
as we
it's
can
over.
now look at it, considering the 3-3 to 11-3. He saved them from what could have been a devastating bonus last half. Now the same thing here. If he doesn't go big, if he doesn't find every single one of these, they are right back down
1v9.
and basically out. Not that it's much better now. 11-4. And the rifles come through from KC. We've just seen what they can do.
Every
with,
million
I think,
starts
2
with $1.
Vandals,
I'd give it up,
Bulldogs,
FM. I
an
don't
outlaw.
think
I was about
they're
to
gonna
say.
win.
Now
Imagine if
they've
they
got
bought
an
an outlaw
ult on
now.
the
See,
right
imagine if
and
we
rifles
used our
across the
brain.
board.
Well, that's
GiantX
because he
are gonna
went
need it.
running in with the ghost in the prior round.
Oh, Martinez used his
They were
brain.
gunning
Hold
to get
on.
this armor online as soon as possible.
We have a brain.
Now, I do like the fact that GiantX, they've done the classic, put the Cypher setup, but then the Cypher's going to go to the other side of the map. So there's no chance that that utility is going to be online. They've read or seen that the ultimate's available, and they've stacked up on the A side of the map. It's going to mean that they are a little bit shallow when it comes to the utility that's over on B, but they've done the same thing with the Viper Wall as well. So they will be online when the take comes in.
Cloud to Navi minus Angel Shao IGL. I mean, that would be
I said
fucking
with the full
cooking.
rifles,
Let's be
submitting the
real. It's not
outlaws
gonna
to
happen, I don't
Platinum
think,
Martin.
because you
Good
know
game.
Angel's
I
just
like
a big personality in that team, so
Some
it's
good
not gonna
opportunities
happen.
on this map
But
as well, with
it
so
would
many
be cooking
sight
if they did.
lines.
Oh,
diving in
the
first.
audio on
You know,
that
crazy
freak
to see a player doing this. He swapped over weapons to grab.
Oh, the flash just.
Vandal.
What
Heavy
was
drop
that
down
Giant's
up
flash?
close.
I don't know.
Magnum didn't even bother taking the outlaw. He's run out with a classic in hand. Let's hope he's not needed to fight with narrate down. He may well be.
Oh, the
He's
Thomasy
finally
flank is
recovered the
good.
outlaw with a chance to do some damage from afar.
Can he
but
get the
spike
wall
is
back up?
isolated on site. Shin's being
30
spotted.
seconds left.
Could be spammed from that wall any time now. They need to
think
close
narrate
in the
has to
distance
die.
and find some control on this attack side, because right
Oh my
now
God.
it looks
Shin.
like everything is playing towards GiantX's court.
This is
And in
Shin
a
gets
second,
two.
blink and you
Heritage.
miss it.
Redgar
The
with
kills
a-
come in.
Nucky
Shin
died for
finds
this.
2, and Redgar's alone. The information now finding its way into the hands of KC. There'll be no element of surprise for Redgar, a weaponry disadvantage, but he's got the HP on them at least.
gonna
25
wait for him, I
shields.
think.
Tamazi's tagged and Shin is very low. Problem is, they're not looking to move, Tom. They're just grouped up, waiting, confirming he's still there. And the time is on their side. They'll take the fight. I love the reposition. I love
Wow,
the
nice
way
play
they
from
drop the
Karmine
wall
Corp.
to
That's
take
what
a
Karmine Corp are
1v2
good at,
fight.
right?
And
Those
he catches him
situations,
way
that's
off
where they're
guard.
just better than pretty
12
much anyone.
rounds
Astro
for
TLL.
KC right now,
Thanks for
Tom.
the 40
It
months.
is
Yeah,
not
Nuki
looking
did die
pretty.
for this.
If you're a GiantX fan, remember.
Oh, Guy
this
knows
was
all.
their
Did I say the
chance.
18 months?
That's
Not quite
what
sure.
I want to see, because
If I
there's
missed
something
it,
about
I'm
Shin
sorry.
and finding ridiculous kills and us never seeing it.
Oh,
He
wow.
just swings off the back of his teammates going down and he didn't even see the second player. And at the same time, Tamazi takes a fight. Like that is the thing again. So much depth within this team in terms of individual talent.
Upo.
It's the Eng, sort of mantra.
Yeah,
Let's
it's not a
just
great
pick up
start.
duelists and put them in other roles. It means that you can win any round off individual brilliance, and that's exactly what that was. Now
Okay,
look
so
at
they have
what
to force.
GiantX
They
have
got
to
one
fight
Vandal,
with for what
3
is the
Sheriffs.
final round, potentially, of the
Unexpected.
map.
Couple weaknesses in there, Tom. I think it's fair to say.
Couple?
1 or 2 or 4.
Yeah, there's one not weakness, and that's on Purple, who's having a rough day at the office, I'll be honest.
It looks like we just missed Redgar getting tagged up as well. I was thinking maybe it was
I mean,
the
this
K
is
from
too
something,
easy.
but a glance at the map sees he's on
That's
back
too
B
easy.
site with a Sheriff in hand, 56 HP.
Like, there's
Coutinho's
not much
popping the
fear
ulti
there
to try and
if they're
close some
doing that.
distance, find some information. He'll just get here with the gate crash. Flash was a little shallow, but he's on the site. Just wants to be here for Redgar to fight with him, and he picks up one for his trouble, a second as well.
Okay.
They weren't ready for Coutinho, but he needs to do so much more still. Waiting to see Shin's head, but it never comes. Never crests the horizon instead. Purpo and Hoodie are left to do it all. That rifle still yet to find its mark for Purpo. The wall is up,
Nice
keeping
trade.
him out, so Hoodie's isolated in the duel. The dash leaves him still in the open.
That
but
was
Purpo
less nice.
recovers. 1 versus 1. Martin having snuck away, and the time ticking down. No smokes for Purpo, not even that cloud burst to get him on the spike, to get it near half. Instead, he has to win the fight. Bait Martin into open combat. It'll be the tap and the hold thereafter, but Martin's wise to it. He's just playing with the clock, running down the timer, and finding his mark in the
I'm
end.
not even sure.
13-4, a convincing opening map for the side
Well,
of Karmine
GG.
Corp. And not a lot of hope for GiantX in this series if they can't recover from that. Sunset up next.
Yeah, this was their map pick as well. This was an absolutely brutal dismantlement of their opponents after what was a
I'm telling you, it's the
3-3
good music.
scoreline, finishing it 13-4. I'm not feeling good for GiantX. We'll see if they can turn
That
it
is
around
tough for
after the
Giants. I
break.
mean, they looked fucking lost. Like, fucking lost. So yeah. Whew, tough one. Right, what shall we do then? In fact, I need to go get my washing.
This is
So maybe I'll be back in a
Valorant.
second.
Everything.
Mr. Cow 17.
GX Nucky died for this.
Thanks for the 16 months. And one day I'll figure out how to run an ad on YouTube. One day. Almost 500 people watching. That's pretty good. I'm gonna be honest. That's not bad. So thank you all for the to the YouTube people. Yeah, next map is Sunset. And then oh wait, Ligma Balls is actually in the chat. Oh, I thought the gifted sub to Ligma Balls was just because it was a funny, because you know it's just oh one of the let's make TMV say Ligma Balls, but Ligma Balls is actually in the chat. I just thought it was make TMV say something funny. Really? Balls joke at this age? What do you want me to say? There is no joke. What's the joke? I don't get it. You'll have to explain it to me some other time, because I don't get it. Yeah, let's just do something quickly whilst we wait. What shall we do? Let's play some ranked, though, shall we? Oh, did we change that? What the fuck is this? What? The fuck have I just clicked on? Yeah, just give me this. Have we changed my rank? To the I'm now the purple rank. Yes, I'm on brand. I'm on theme. The purple background, ascend, the purple rank.
You're crazy.
This could be anything really. I mean, they've used a smoke. I mean, it kind of missed, but you know. Makes sense. And then what? Just spam through a smoke. Use the smoke. What the fuck are you doing?
Crazy.
I mean, the reset is decent. I would say probably. What am I thinking? I'm just, yeah, I'm going plat. It was diamond. Unlucky. Looked like me out there. What's that Sova doing? Hello? Any awareness? How are you past that wall? TP.
Spike down A.
I got spike here.
Spike's there.
I got spike woman. Probably main.
I mean, what the fuck is the Omen doing? What are both Omens doing? Why is the Gecko baiting so much? I'm going diamond again. That's ascendant. What I don't get about that clip, right, is like, how is this Gecko not swinging? Someone explain to me. So the Gecko swings the smoke, gets that kill. Right, when this ISO is in this fight, this Gecko is right here. Why are you swinging that? Where are you going? Got a deadlock though. Ult, bro. Big fight on A, ult. How is that not your first reaction? Why are we baiting everyone? Now you ult? There is no fucking way. Oh, you fucking idiot. How have you got away with that? Why are you putting a question mark? This is dog shit. Plat. There is no way an immortal is that fucking brain dead, man. There's no way that an immortal is that fucking brain dead. Like, what are you doing, man? Like, what are you doing? Like, you come into this round with a Raze ult, and they fucking, like, you see what? How many people? You see, like, almost everyone. I think everyone but the Cypher. So yeah, Gecko and... How are you not ulting? How have you not ulted right now?
Spike down A. Last player standing.
And then how do you... I mean, I guess you're down 12-6, so yeah, you got to ult at some point. But how is it now that you picked the ult? Like, why is it not when you've seen, like, just even a bit of util? Jesus. Immortal.
Eclipses a bit.
I'm on my way.
Martin does, but I feel like, especially what we were seeing in Tube, the way that he was controlling the area, getting the kills, the way that everybody.
Akko, thanks for the 3 months. Okay, I'll be back in just a second. I'll check on my washing. I've had a bit of a washing disaster.
The position that Tomashi was taking on mid just to shoot on to.
See, I got a bit greedy and tried to wash my bedding with some clothes, but then in the dryer, the clothes got caught up in the bedding, and so none of it dried. So now I'm facing the consequences of my action. I had hoped that by, you know, doing it together, it wouldn't go in, but then the dryer has opened it again. It's not an amateur mistake. I just, last time I did it, when I put the bed in, like, you know, I put the buttons on it, it didn't open up, and so it was fine. This time, the buttons did open up, and all the things went inside. Unlucky.
A little bit more of a fight against Casey.
I think that we need to be mindful of the state that both of these teams have arrived into here. Casey just coming in from Madrid. We saw them when they were playing on stage just here. They were vibing with each of the wins. You get both pistols on both sides. Like, everything is going on your favor. And as I said, individual duels, those individual fights, we're getting in at the perfect time each time.
I also want to have a coach cam of Pipson as well. I feel like we didn't see enough of Danny molding. Here he is now, but we will see Sunset coming up next. Bone Cold, what would you like to see GiantX do differently on Sunset?
I feel like we just need to get, you know, like some light, you know, like into their eyes. I know the first map was hard, but I want to see, you know, like I want them to like set up Purpo, you know, like for good fights and let them pop off, you know, like let Purpo, you know, like have fun after such a long time, you know, like coming to Berlin and play. Let the guy just roam free, you know.
I love that we're seeing the papers and it said, like, a PowerPoint presentation just said Karmine Corp, and I'm like, what did they have on Breeze? They haven't played on Breeze. What's on those lines?
Well, they have played on Sunset, and GiantX beat Keiko on Sunset the last time they faced each other.
Yeah, and not only that, ever since kickoff, Casey has not played Sunset, so they didn't play it during Masters. Of course, there is that preparation coming in there, but also just thinking and seeing how prepped they were on Breeze, and also thinking that things might be different on Giants. I think that Casey, you know, has an edge on this one.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, this is a map where a Giant before didn't run the Cypher, so Bone Cold, they don't have to kind of shoehorn Red Guy into a role that Nuclear was previously playing.
I haven't been really like going into the comps, but just looking at like from the previous match, I just hope that we can get. I don't know. I was
Would you like to see the double duelist, for example? Again, they did it on Breeze. Would you like to see it on Sunset?
Not really, to be honest. I would love to see them, you know, like Giants are always, they've been
Okay,
playing
we're back.
very, you know, like by the book. And I feel like when they're doing it well, they're actually playing like super well. We saw it last time in the last chance qualifier.
My question is, will we see the Sage? And
That's
if we
the
see
thing.
the Sage, who's
Let's
playing
hope Karmine
Sage?
Corp don't shit the
So
bed.
hear me out, right? If we see Redgar, for example, taking in the Cypher, it actually fits him.
I mean,
we know that he likes
that's
to
the thing,
work,
it's always
he likes to
risky
be
going in
the
on
last
one
and
map.
is kind of the player that you can live on his own. But
You know,
will
you
we
never
see-
know
Well,
on a
let's
one-map
find out
basis.
now as we
Anything
take
could
a look
happen.
here at
But
Agent Select for Sunset, and it doesn't look like they're gonna do the Sage anymore. And this time
They go for the
around,
Sentinels
Bone
comp?
Cold, they got Hoodie on the Cypher. They've shuffled things around again.
and they go Cypher Hoodie
Yeah,
this
I
time.
mean, the comp is actually like, this is what I really like, you know, like this is something that I expected, you know, like very default. This is kind of what I wanted to look like, see them from Breeze, but I'm really happy to see them, you know, like
This is just a better
going with
version of
something
this.
a little bit more solid.
We're just playing the
Mafioso
better
moving
comp
away
over
from
here.
That, Viper, and now he's taking what Magnum was in, and they're adding in the KO, more initiating power on the side of KC. I mean, that initiation going on to
I think
side,
Paper X are
starting
gonna
on the attack is
main
going to be
Clove.
stellar, it's
No,
going to
I
be
don't think
explosive.
many people
And
will play
GiantX
Clove.
has changed
You know why
everything.
most people
He is
won't play
no
Clove?
longer on that
Clove
duelist.
is
He's
worse
just
Omen
going
in
to the
every
purple,
single way.
playing on the
Omen
race.
is more
Also
fun than Clove, and
incorporating
Omen
the
is
Sobat
better than
and,
Clove.
you know, moving
So
away,
play
from
Clove.
the Fade and incorporating the Cypher. If KC had any read onto how Giants plays this map, it should go out of the window right now.
I love the Sova, but also I can't help but wonder, Purpo is a good Breach player. He has experience playing Breach, and Fatinho, of course, his Raze. They've swapped these two around.
I mean, maybe this is the new edge, the new way that Giant wants to do things. Maybe Fitu wasn't comfortable anymore. Maybe
Oh,
they
yeah,
want
so
to
don't play
give
Clove.
Purpo
No,
something
no,
that
don't
he
play
feels
Clove.
more comfortable in.
Play
They decided
Omen.
to go for this player out of
More fun is a
everything that
stretch.
was out
There's
there,
no
so they
way
had
you
to-
think Clove is
Wow,
more
Giant,
fun than
not a
Omen.
great start on
Omen
map
is
one.
like
They
one
have
of the
an
most
opportunity
fun
to come
agents
back
in the
on
game.
Sunset, it's time to jump into that map with Mitch and Tom and see if they
There's no
they can
way you
indeed
think that.
turn this around.
Clove is not more fun than Omen.
Well, the good thing, Tom, is you never really get those one-sided maps back-to-back, do you?
Oh, why
Don't
you
look at
said
last
that?
season. Don't do it. I'm feeling like this is where GiantX
No way.
They've got the edge. Last time, comp a little strange when it
They
came
got
to
the
Breeze,
edge.
but now they're coming in. Purpo on the duelist, Fatinho testing out that support. I don't know. It's new. It's different. I'll reserve judgment till later, but it's possible.
I'm trying to figure out why
odds
they
on-
have the edge.
Odds on them getting more than 4 rounds.
Omen's kind of boring.
It
There's
is,
no way you
yeah,
think Omen's
like
boring.
50% chance.
There we go.
I think
I'll
we
take
must
those
just play
odds.
them in a boring way. Why are we just looking at Cloud?
Oh god.
Look, it was a tough start, that's for sure. And now moving into the defensive side here on Sunset, they're not going to have control over the pace. That's something KC are definitely
they'll
going to bring to the
destroy the
table. A quickened pace and a much faster
The only thing
play
that the
towards this
Sova will
B
be
site, as
good,
the plan
well,
should
not
be
the
coming
only
in
thing Sova
fairly
will be
soon.
good for, but one thing that
Mexico.
will help with Sova on this map, of course, is destroying the Cypher trips.
Ah,
Remember a
this is
full retake,
not
we got
gonna
the
be the
cam
easiest
here
of
as well.
retake.
Will they play the
attempt
B
to
main
try and
post plant only?
close in
Not
the background
quite,
as well.
but they're
Obviously,
in kind of
Hoodie now
position
taking
if they
over that
need
Cypher.
to
It
just
seems like
come
that role's
back.
going to be split between multiple players.
This could be a big
Surprised
retake here. They
Fatiño
have
is the
no
one
real
taking it, if I'm
util in
honest.
the
I
smoke.
think Hoodie's breach is
One
what I
blast
enjoy,
back.
but nonetheless,
Alright, I don't think picked up any
see
Gecko
how they
stuff.
make this work. This is something that Casey almost
Well.
enjoy. Getting into these post-plant scenarios. They
Here
now
we
have
go.
that KO as well, which is going to add another layer in terms of
And
the
you can't deal with
utility,
it.
and they may not
Seriously,
even
this is
need
a
it as
problem.
they
We
just
need a map
slaughter
change. We
every
seriously
member
need a map change. This
of
should
that
not
GiantX
work on a
squad.
pistol round.
The HUD can't even
That
quite
should not
believe it
work
just
on a
yet.
pistol
They
round.
can't keep up, Tom, and I don't blame it, considering how things have been going so far. KC, like we said, we expected a quicker pace. It's nasty to see that B setup as well, though. When you play retake on
Like,
this
we
map,
have to
on
change.
this site in particular, it is so difficult to avoid just being spammed out from main. There's angles they can hide behind, like this one here for Tamazi. You can't really hit him. There's only a pixel or so of him available, a little wider than that, but it's behind a box, it's through a smoke, and all he has to do is aim
Again, we're
at a
just
kind of
sending it
5-degree gap. It's very easy to stop that defuse, as we saw. Now for KC, 1-0 on the board. Doesn't look like they're going to change a damn thing, but GiantX have opted to swap up the setup. Obviously with pistols now, they'll stack up on backside. They'll give them the space, but when they look to take it at the last second, the pistols come around the corner, unfortunately. Martin wasn't so hasty to get around there, and he's got the full breadth of the KC attack.
Sam, they just fight them against the worst guns.
It's about as easy as can be, and listen, don't go in on Cloud,
Just
right?
need to pick up a
We're
gun
gonna
here.
let him have one little lineup whiff.
Lineup? I don't know if that was
Pearl
a
B
lineup.
didn't work with pistols? Yeah, that's true. But
My
like,
flank is clear.
yeah, they need to
Shot
change
back
this so
behind
that,
myself.
like
Oh,
this,
Purpo.
they need to
This
just cut
debut
this bit of the map off so that you basically can't
definitely
stand
not
on this left-hand side.
Started as he'd hope. Any damage he can do here would be nice.
So that a defender can still be
It's
here,
not going to be happening.
but you
Narrate is gonna
can't,
add
there,
him
this
to
corner
the
doesn't
death toll,
exist.
Getting ever closer to Thrash as well, which is not something
It's
you
a
want
pretty
to be facing
basic
up against in
change,
the early rounds. And this
but
is
they
where
need to do it,
GiantX
'cause,
should be able to get
that
themselves
is
in
just-
with a purchase. Now, the one thing I do like
It's just too-
compositionally is
it's
they're going
just-
to have quite a lot that they can use
we
to
don't need it.
try and set up Purpo on this
There's
one.
no need. There was no need for the replay of that. Yeah, Thrash.
I wanted a slow-mo.
Very dangerous for Nara, yeah, to have these
Okay.
orbs on so soon. Thrash, not to be confused
Will
with
Giants
Thrasher.
win more
That's what
than
they call Magnum when he's swimming in
5
the pool.
rounds?
There's an
Let's find
opportunity
out.
for them to get this online pretty much right away. An orb and a plant, which, you know, you're going to get with Gecko quite a lot of the time. It's been retake setups from GX towards B. This time, though,
Fucking
Sexy are here
super
to
deep.
test
This dash is good.
With a strong
Oh my god, what a play.
paranoia and a disease.
Rego Moores, thanks for the
So much
9
space
months.
claimed. And KC now, they have their way with the A site. Redgar is isolated. If anything,
Oh,
they've
they've
turned their
even
back
caught
to
the
kill
other guy.
Purpo as well. And where does Redgar go? There's a player in front of
know
him,
he's
some
elbow.
behind him, and they're all over.
Oh, Redgar,
got
nice.
2. Maybe
Okay.
there's still a chance with a 2v2.
Yeah, there's a possibility. Already able to get extra information. The plant actually somewhat being faked. It looks like they're going to go back towards the B site. This is such an intriguing reset of the round. You can see the GiantX players, they're slowly encroaching on A. They're making their way in. They're checking their angles. They're looking for
The thing is, they
their
just still have
opponents.
camera and trips here.
And they're not there.
So-
They're gone
so
completely.
they
All the
they
way
know
over
to
the other
wait,
side of the map.
essentially.
You can even see
I mean, he could
Tamazi's
check
got
the
time
cam
to
here.
reclaim some of his utility, and I think soon for Hoodie the penny is going to drop because he's cleared the entirety of the A site. Finally, they're going to start their run back to the other side of the
And
map.
Narrate has ult, so is he going to pop it? Yeah.
But now they do have that Thrash online ready. They expect
wanna
them to be
stay
closer,
here.
Mitch. They expect them to be much closer.
So yeah, he brings it back. I was going to say, oh, but it didn't really make it that far around the corner. That's not retrievable. Thrash here, a glorified recon drone. It buys them a little bit of time, but there's a drone on the other side. GX will claim back that space, seeing one, but they didn't see the player close. It was destroyed too quickly. Tamazi has the jump, but he loses the fight, and Narrate's now alone. He's good in these positions. Clutch in! Oh, good! That connection, clinical, and he doesn't even flinch.
The funny thing is as well is it's almost like he let the first player run across. Because the thing is, again, GiantX, I feel like they played that right. Hoodie runs across because he's low, and then Cloud is the one to peek. Narrate kills the peeking player and then goes back to the low HP one afterwards.
What a
I don't know
nice
if that's
round.
planned, intentional, but look, he snapbacks afterwards. That's disgusting.
And they
3-0
say
up.
friends
From
once
bad
again.
to worse for GiantX. They're now going to have to go in with a weak bye.
Oh, that's a devastating one as well. Just
Over
beaten
under.
out the round by some innovative plays from KCGX.
Giants 5
Have
rounds.
some tricks up their sleeve. One of them just shown early.
Let's say
mid-push
5.5.
Flash into the double
Over
blast
under for
packs, but
Giants.
It hasn't worked, and again, the target seems to be the B side. Close nade, not going to clear out any traps. It's the most important one to clear because you just cannot shoot that one. And they send in the wingman, but no.
They kind of
the
fake
spike.
it, come back to A.
It wasn't a misclick. Yeah, they intend to hit the A side. And look, well,
I mean, it's
the
not a great
rotations,
round, this,
I think it's fair
it'll
to say
work.
they've come in on B. There's a lot of Giants players on that B side.
It's the thing is as well is what are you going to do in terms of utility to delay? Is Redgar going to use his paranoia here in an eco round? No, at least not until they get back into a retake scenario. Cloud at least having a weapon to play with is something. And they're going to try and...
I don't think they did a roster move
least
3 days ago,
clear out
Taku.
mid.
I think
The
they
fact is,
announced
though,
the roster
KC,
move 3 days
they're
ago,
just
but I
playing
think
this
it's
as a
probably
unit.
been in the works
Like,
since
normally
the
you would
end
have a
of
lurker. Normally you'd have a
kickoff.
player behind. You don't need
And they
it
lost
when
straight
you've
away
got
in
such a
kickoff,
high
so.
weaponry advantage.
And again, we got the paranoia here. This is just so strong, this paranoia.
Will be a question.
You have to use this CT. That's a pretty big mistake, I think. I don't think that's ever
And here
correct.
comes GX, their chance now to make this costly. Good to
It
start.
shouldn't die to the aftershock as
2-2
well.
trades.
We just kind of had a
Players
stinker
close
of
for
a
the
round.
spike explosion.
Okay, this was
If it
really
even
bad.
goes off. In fact, Fatinho's got 3 and just about enough time. Tamazi needs to be quick, getting out of the smoke, and he's hit the diffuser. He might just have won them this. It's close on
Oh, and they still lose.
Oh,
They
that's so
still lose
disgusting.
0.13 seconds. It was a really bad round by Karmine Corp there. A really bad post point.
Ultimately,
Dying to
not
that
a great
aftershock
round
is
for
awful.
them. They
And then the
lose
swing as
everybody,
well, just the
but fact
chasing of
is, it's
Redgar
that
kill.
split-second decision
No
of,
one floods out
if I'm gonna
CT,
kill
bro.
someone, it has to be the guy defusing, and that's exactly what it does. And from another young
where are they
star,
going?
That's the thing I always enjoy about KC, is they are a team that are playing above their experience level. Above their age. Like, you expect someone who's been on this stage a million times to come out and do a play like that. Tamazi, he's been in tier 1
Yeah,
for
never
a couple
punished.
of months.
Hey, Fatinho as well. He's not
Purple,
looking too
you can't
bad.
see, he's right in front of him.
Leading the charge in this one. 2 quick
Martin
kills,
just-
and they're fighting.
Who the
tooth and
fuck
nail
did that
for it, but
flash?
Maybe a little too much. Overcommitting to the duels, perhaps, until the support comes in. Cloud and Fatinho tying
Okay,
that
this
one
time
up nice and neat.
they had a bit of a
And
stack
that is
on
one
A.
hell of a
Read it
change from
right.
the round we
Get
just
the
saw,
kills.
but round we just saw was
Don't know what that
Fatinho
breach
going
flash
in.
was. There's
3
one.
kills on the breach with a sheriff. The confidence now might be regained a little bit by GX.
The big thing as well is the economy. Remember the last rounds that we've had it was coming down to the wire. A single
Yeah, look,
player
Martin's
surviving
just
and then
stunned,
0
firing
players
bullets at no
surviving
one.
the round after. So actually the main problem that's there for KC is their finances are about as bad as you could ever have to actually buy back into this with. So sure, they had themselves Thrash, they had themselves
Karmine Corp
a
have to
couple of
save.
SMGs, but that's
And
not
we
what
got
you
4
expect
ults
to
for
see
Giants.
for a team that have won this many rounds.
Oh,
They send it.
That didn't get a kill. It barely.
Okay, they're just
scratched the
disrespecting
surface,
them.
But not right. Okay, a return of something for KC. A Rolling Thunder still online. A Cloud Burst as well.
Oh,
but
you gotta
I was
win
gonna
that
say
with
no
this
chance
thing.
to use the Rolling Thunder. Narrate's actually had a little bit of a whiff. Fatinho a little closer than he was expecting him to be. And these pistols now left for walkabouts. Magnum won't find the space. Shin will be left alone. And with the spike down, it's not really a chance for him to get out of this one with a win.
No, it would basically be down to damage. Can he do anything? Can he remove some weaponry? And you could see GiantX all grouped up as a unit, a firing squad that he should never be able to connect onto. And it will be another round onto the board for GiantX. Again, though, not much, if anything, really invested into that round for KC. So this is, again, where you kind of expect to see a bit of a response.
And
The Giants
last
troll
two
by
rounds
dropping
have seen
Nuki.
a lot of aggression.
I don't
Actually,
know.
The last few rounds have seen a
Like,
lot of aggression.
were they gonna be
out
good
of the
either
side
way?
Of GiantX. Now here
I
they can feel
don't really
confident in
think so,
taking those
but-
duels, considering the weaponry disadvantage.
I don't know.
their
Slicky was
opponents
trying to
have.
give a lot of,
They
like,
also started it out with a showstopper,
hopium,
which
I
is
think,
obviously
to
something
teams.
you're
Like,
gonna use
oh,
to break
teams
the
generally
momentum
tend to
and
be
then
right
charge
when they make
forward,
roster
but
moves. I don't know if that's true. I think it's more
something
like
that can get a little
50-50.
bit predictable. I don't expect to see them throwing it out.
Like, I feel like
round
some
after
teams
round,
just
but
make
here
roster
again,
changes
the blast
just
pack
to
play comes
hope.
through.
I
The
mean, we're
stun
team
has
stunning.
actually caught Purpo.
Yeah.
We're lucky
Which
that
is
they're
an
not
idea.
there.
But
Look
either
at
way,
the
there was no
instant
one there.
rotation as well. That's the
I mean,
main
they
thing.
are just firing
You
them
already
around the
have
map.
yourself the majority of the players rotating over on the other side of the map to get themselves set up and ready. Now, the Thrash is at least going to clear some of the utility, but actually sending it forward is only going to slow them down. An immediate response off that rolling thunder, but the showstopper is going to drop Redgar.
Why are we...
The flash through, however, is only going to garner a trade, and now that pushback coming through from the side of GiantX, making things more costly, making things close. As it would just be
Okay, nice from Giants. What they've changed is they're just not giving any respect. Nice swing.
Great work from GiantX and a good round overall.
Yeah, another very good look from them.
C9 was correct with
Obviously,
and then bringing back
aggression, they get so much control. They can be confident that that play is not coming in there, or at least they can rotate on time if it is. The B site has been just straight up blitz when KC go there. They take a lot of space, they overwhelm it, and although we've seen GiantX play retake before, and it really didn't go too well a couple of times. Now we're seeing them get ahead of that, actually fight, take down the wingman.
But this has been good from Giants, right? They're basically just, we're going to be aggressive somewhere, and then if you're not there, we're just going to rotate because we know you're going to go there. This is basically just playing off the fact that Karmine Corp are a pretty simplistic team.
This is what I'm saying. It's not the same.
Right, like, oh, they're making noise here? That's where they are. Right, they're not here. They're not here.
There's going to be 5 guys staring at you when you make a round.
Look at the jump already. I thought Martin might actually be able to get away with that, as he does get very far forward again. They make these rounds look competitive, but the amount of HP they've already lost should make this easy pickings for the rest of GiantX.
It would have to be a crazy round for them to recover. Even with the smoke down, those players aren't going to go barreling through. I'll give you the time that you want to get that spike planted, because they've got the numbers advantage to work with. I do like that they're just sticking together too. Just a blob of defenders, as I see Redgar go back the other way. Get a little worried, but he's got the HP on them. And he was only holding it for a moment. 45 seconds.
Sneak into spawn.
A ton of time. Looks like we're going around the world for both squads. KC might just get an open A site plan. But
I don't think we'd expect this. You might expect them to go this way.
Maybe we catch them off guard here or there, and then we play the retake as a team.
The big thing is how much utility is available for GiantX because of how fast-paced
There's an update on that. They might make it.
I
mean, either way, they got
KC.
I think it's better for them if they don't.
Not really going to be any opportunities to
unless they're
wean
forced
out
to forfeit
utility.
the game.
So you've still got paranoia, you've still got nade, aftershock, flashes, stun. Like they should have everything needed for them. Now being in mid, they will be able to.
Surprised they haven't come this way.
What direction they need to go in, and the main thing
because
for
this
GiantX
is a threat.
that they don't get caught off guard.
There's
they
like threats here.
Giving up
Threats here. I feel like this is the
for now, at least,
easier way to
they
go.
are still sticking together as a unit. The only worry for me is they are moving very slow.
Yeah, the timer's going to be ticked away. There's some weapons to spam with. Narrate, not really. He's on the Vandal.
I mean, no util, this should be impossible.
We'll see. I mean, it's going to be down to blind luck, essentially. They're willing to gamble this round with the lower HP on spam wins. It's not always going to work out. Defuse underway. Out of bullets. Spray from Shin is good. A few bullets connect, and Narrate closes it. They gambled this round on spams through the smoke.
Oh, no.
And it's worked out in their favor. KC can't put a foot wrong. The lead will remain in their hands.
Bruh.
They shouldn't have won that round. They really shouldn't have won that round. Like,
no, they should
the
not have
initial
won that round.
I was like, okay, that's a nice kill, but surely still GiantX are going to be able to convert this. And then the rate, what's that?
That's a headshot.
What even is that? It's just a blind random spray that just takes out one player and gives him an easy 1v1 on the second. I don't know how they've managed to take that one home. And actually, maybe they agree, because KC are going to be the ones to take a pause.
What a weird time to be alive, man. I've got Zelsis convincing me to be a fan of Sentinels, and then Narrate, possibly my favorite player in the EMEA as a North American. He's one of.
Yeah, I was about to say,
I'm not going to talk about the next match.
We all know who your favorite player in the EMEA is, so no one believes that for a second.
What the hell is going on in that whiteboard?
Nearly ripped your hair out watching
They've lost their damn mind.
That's true.
Actually, maybe last year.
Last year was
very
stressful.
different reasons.
Melons. But yeah, no, this is like, Narrate is such a fun
This
player to
is
watch because
Valorant.
he's a
Chowie,
guy
thanks for the 14 months.
Don't worry, we have TL Coinex. That will be a good game.
No, of course not.
Oh, and Rego Moores, thanks for the 9 months as well. I think I missed that. Akko, did I say you with the 3?
The impressive thing, because he hits them. Sometimes
I think I
that's
did,
just luck.
but
he
if I
gives
miss a
himself
sub,
those
I will come
opportunities
back and get it.
Again and again, he's so cocky. But it works out.
might need to
11 and
just
4 right now as a get-go. Thrash is almost back online. We've seen it a few times.
Also, Tomazi again, like as I said, I think before being in this team, he'd played Cypher 5 times ever.
So interesting. I thought that they would do the opposite of this, to be honest.
It looked pretty decent
You
on
know,
the
we've
last.
seen
It
the
looked
Giants like just
fantastic at the
aggression
moment
coming
in this
out
map.
and then just basically
It
following
is showing
the
just how much
noise.
depth a lot of these,
Maybe
like,
because they
aggressive,
think the Giants
duelist
will
players
not do that now that they've taken a
actually
timeout.
have within. Again, they're going to have themselves a
I don't
free
know about
reign
that,
into the
but-
site. Now, bear in mind, there was early contact last time out. The afterplant didn't happen.
Oh,
and
nice.
There was a lot in terms of the retake. They had a Rolling Thunder. Now, there is a Hunter's Fury available for Cloud, which he's going to try and throw through here. But he's
Oh,
actually
the
had to give
KO
up on it, or
suppresses him.
didn't have a choice because of the null command.
Yeah, had to give up on it.
So they're trying to stop this post plant by coming on the
Good
flank.
by Magnum countering it perfectly. Fight in towards spawn. They can't overcommit to this. GX are
They got
tucked into
Redgar.
nasty positions. In fact, it was
Oh, this is a
Vitinho
good
I was
position.
talking about. He's given it away as 3 look to push forward, but the reposition from Tomasi. You mentioned his Cypher looked good, but this is just him looking good. Fantastic play. And even though he's
Bro's
gone
just
down
chilling.
before,
He's
he
not-
stopped
he's
Breach.
baiting them all.
Vitinho from being able to
And it
put
doesn't
his
matter.
util down, from being able to fight with his team. Maybe that trade would have changed the course of this entirely with the players in main.
No,
80
Clove is
HP,
in next
30
week.
HP. They just
For
needed that
all
extra
the
gun
leagues,
in the
I
fight,
think.
but they couldn't get it.
Do we have a rule that we're not allowed to show Shin multifrags live in the round? Because like before it was a joke, but I'm genuinely starting to believe it now. Now don't get me wrong,
Zilv hates Shin.
we should have been following Tomasi there because he had the right position to
Yeah,
get the
yeah,
kills,
oh,
and then
100%,
Shin
100%.
just peeks and absolutely wrecks everyone. And this guy as well, like you have to think about the team he was in last
Tomasi
year.
won't
His own
swing it.
individual level
He not
last year,
swinging.
It wasn't even comparable
He's
to
just
what we're
sitting there.
seeing from him.
He's
Even
chilling.
from kickoff, from Masters.
I'm trying to still
and
have a
here
buy,
today.
but honestly, that's
And
just.
what, again,
This game could have
we
been
were
an.
at a
This
scenario
game could have
where
been an email.
GiantX get to 3 rounds, and immediately
They're gonna go
it's
for
like
aggressive
KC just
again,
flip a
in
switch,
mid.
turn back on, and
Stun,
they're
flashbacks, flash.
far in the lead once again. Now this has been one of the major successes. That aggression coming out from Purpo spots nothing but gets them info.
Again, though, that info's worked well when it's an A-site play or a slow B. This time, though, much pacier again.
I mean, look at that flash,
Paranoia
man.
has delayed them entirely. Shin just about snuck away from that bullet.
I haven't got the
Dodged
spike
it.
down yet, though. What are they doing?
As GX look to wrap back around, that spike still needs to be planted. They want to take advantage of the chaos with quick kills coming in. And Thrash used up. It's actually caught them. Huge with Redgar down. I don't know what's happening.
Tomasi
with
again
Masi
in the
there.
middle of nowhere.
But he's caught Redgar in the end. Bought some time perhaps for Tomasi to come up and find this quick kill, make it more awkward, but he's left in a 1v2. Tomasi to do it all. And the defuse down right underneath his nose. He's going to go for the spams instead, but they're off it. They're willing to run down this clock a little bit, and the
Okay,
cage
Giants
didn't
finally
quite
get it.
reach where
I
it
don't
needed
know
to.
why
Purpo
they
on his
didn't
third
plant
kill
like
of the round
after
and gets GX
after the
a
Omen
fourth.
flash. That was
He's
our time to
definitely looking a
plant,
little bit
surely.
better. I think with especially a lot of the retakes
Maybe
that
they were worried about
GiantX
market at that
are
point.
playing into, they're sending in a lot of utility to just give
But again,
them
this is the
space,
plan for
get
Giants,
back
and I
into the
don't know
site.
why Karmine Corp. They took a timeout and then just did the same shit.
But then,
Maybe they're talking
yeah,
about
just
post-ban or
moving
something?
as
I
a
don't know.
unit and allowing him to just put that raw individual aim. And Vitinho as well, really putting up some numbers here. Now they got that showstopper back online once again. And Rolling Thunder's not far away. So
Yeah,
it's
they
definitely
if they
starting to look
yeah,
a little
that's the
bit
thing.
better
If
for
they do nerf
GiantX,
this, they
but
would need
there is
to.
still gonna be a
There'd need to
purchase
be a bit more
coming
on
in
the
for the
site.
side of KC.
Maybe like extend this wall out, I guess.
Fighting to equalize this scoreline at the half. GiantX
Or, like,
quite
add a
battle
box
on their
somewhere or
hands,
something?
Looking for a B main crunch with lots of utility thrown through,
again.
but cancelled
So again, it's just
out.
aggression from
Well
Giants. I
placed.
mean, this
Knife coming out of Magnum, but Shin's fallen
this
to the
is
spams.
too
They're running
like this
through
is
the
too
util,
simple.
and they're losing
from
their
Karmine
lives
Corp.
to it. A showstopper
This
used
is way too
confirms the
simple.
round. Purpo even landing his third back-to-back.
Like, bro, come on.
GX.
Sakira 2795 with 7.
Love from Cleveland, Ohio.
This could be a
Cleveland,
much better
Ohio.
half than it was looking like it would be.
You know, I almost went to
It's
Cleveland,
been a sort
Ohio
of back and forth in terms of
to
streaks
go.
of
That's where
rounds,
the
but
Rock and Roll Hall of
to
Fame is,
level
right?
it up after
But I ended
what
up
was a pretty
not.
rough start to this map would really not be a bad showing from GiantX whatsoever. I
In
think
fact,
as
do you
well,
want to
the
know a
fact that we
fun?
are seeing Purple
It's not a
come
fun
more
fact,
into
is
this
it?
game is gonna be really important because he is the pinnacle. When it comes to
Actually, I
that,
won't give it. It's quite sad, really.
he's
Super
gonna be the focal
Stephanie was
point
that?
of their entire move. Again, though,
Yes,
seems like the same
Super
again.
Super Stephanie.
KC, they are
I'm
not
assuming that's how you
gonna
say it.
shy away from this
Thanks for
B
the prime
side,
as well,
feeling
and they just
comfortable
fucking go B
in their
again.
post
Fuck
plants
me.
once
Do
they can
something
get there.
more.
That's what GiantX have been doing well, though. They've been stopping them getting there in the first place.
Now we need to know.
That's it. Interrupting, disrupting
I'll
these
tell you what,
pushes.
Half
Last round it was inside B
Oh,
main.
they
This time
push
it's
this
gonna be
time. They don't get hit by the ult, but the spike is down.
Control. The retake on the backside, though, it's spiked down now under their control. GiantX might have something to work with. They know the Purpo's here. They know the site is lost, at least they're spotting that as we speak. A costly bit of information, good blast pack, but the player's too close. Cloud got his double. They've shut down Purple, leaving it to the 1 versus 1. The sneak around from the right, 45 HP, spotted, trap destroyed, headshot.
Oh, 2 HP, wow.
2 HP remaining, but it's enough just about.
Yeah, I was seeming like in some of the early stages of this matchup that the Cypher might just be a little bit cursed for GiantX, and I won't lie, Redgar's still not been having the best of days. I think maybe having a new player, a little bit more micromanagement that needs to be done. But the half looking much better. 6 of the last 8 rounds going the way of GiantX, and now, as said, heading into that attack side, that's where Hoodie's going to be able to get on those lurks a little bit more, and as said, that's where Purpo and Vitinho is still going to be that double duo, those setups that are going to have to be put into place well for him to get those opening kills.
Okay, I mean 6-6. Oh, we don't have a halftime break? Oh, hallelujah.
Second half is sure to be exciting. The pressure on for the side of GiantX.
Did they not during kickoff?
Kicking this off with a loss.
It's going to be a full
Already
8.
making this map close against the team that did so well internationally and regionally last, I don't want to call it stage, but in kickoff.
I mean, I was pretty disappointed with Karmine Corp there.
But that's not an accolade that they're looking for.
I mean, this is on their map pick as well. Maybe they just thought we don't need to do anything special, but
for them. Even in this series, 6-6 pistol round, carry some weight. They can farm up some rounds.
Nice
it could be good for them, but Red
Trip doesn't get destroyed either, so that's pretty big.
Off rip, but it looks like they want to fight for spawn here.
Yeah, this might be the wrong call. There's a couple
I'm
of
gonna
players
blame it for
waiting. The
Shaq.
flash should actually be able to catch Martini, dodges it, but still isn't able to take that fight. Magnum not quite quick enough on the trade. Narrate also looking to push in. He did damage early in the round to Cloud, keeping them low, but this death ball,
Hello?
the swings coming out. It's not pretty for Magnum, but eventually he gets the job done.
You know where he is.
Left
They've
them
seen
to
him.
Cloud, dinked at the beginning of the round. Left.
20 HP. I mean, unless they mega with. I mean, it is Cloud, but
Planted, not in a bad position
waiting for
him, but
smoke.
You can see Magnum already just pre-firing some of the shots. The smoke onto it is going to make things all the more difficult. Needs his kill immediately, and even the tap to the face isn't quite going to be enough. It will be KC
Okay,
to
another
regain
Karmine
their
Corp
lead.
pistol.
A second pistol as well in this map. Should give them good opportunity to convert it, but we already know that GiantX are pretty good with those comebacks so far in this map at least.
Yeah, they definitely have been. I mean, a slower start is never ideal, but they can pick it up towards the end. That's all good. Just the pistol makes it that little bit more difficult. It swings the odds into KC's favor. They've got the lead in the half, and they've got an injection of rounds. I don't expect to see a force buy coming out of GiantX. Probably just take it on the chin and move on to round number 15. And as we can see, indeed, it will be just classics. The one ghost on Hoodie. An opportunity to fight together.
A lot of trouble.
They use their utility off rips, stuns, nades. Actually, no, the nade wasn't even thrown out from Purpo there. I thought it was. I guess KC just using a lot of that utility to push.
I've gone for such an aggressive setup against this
They push
side.
them into a wide open A site, barring the traps.
This is the classic setup though. KC absolutely love to play retake on this map, so they are more than happy to give up that space, allow for that plant to come through. The only real danger in this round is going to be Hoodie on the lurks. It's being checked for, but he is so passive.
Someone's got to be
He's not
checking
gonna be
CT.
found.
Yeah, this was a pretty big mistake.
The only thing will be if he can hit
They
that
left that
timing
for a
just
while.
right. The
That
thing is,
could've
the
gone
main problem, that weaponry disadvantage.
I have to get through this.
They're close range, though. They got the numbers to work with. Cloud has somehow picked 3 with a classic in his hand. This is unbelievable. They shouldn't have had a chance in this round.
That is
Cloud
awful
got
from Karmine
4
Corp. The plan,
kills.
awful.
Starting with that with a
The
classic
execution,
and finding 3 of them
awful.
with it. I mean, I'm going to need a replay of
Why?
that.
Why are we
I have no
doing
idea
that?
How he
I'm
managed that.
fairly sure that they've lost every single pistol so far in this game, and every single time in the map there has been a point, and most of the time it was the bonus round, like where they were coming in with rifles. This time he does it a little bit earlier, where he comes out with a multi-frag that they never really should be winning.
He's got him back. He's got him back. Firing back. And 7-7. We're tied up again. I said the pistol was a big factor. I said I didn't expect GiantX to force buy. Well, they didn't. They still won the round. Now we're neck and neck. And in fact, the ball's in their court. Weapons
now
for
we
the
just reveal
attackers.
that we're here.
And
They're just
none
going to go
for the
first B.
defense.
There you go, Stinger.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
God, this
Yeah,
match
watch
has
that
been
get 4
played
kills.
with
It is Martine.
I don't know. I don't love it.
When there's a will, there's a way.
Very basic, I feel like.
The Mitchman curse
Feels
is
like
that
both
strong,
teams
but
have
we'll
one
to wait and
idea.
see.
No,
Are they gonna
you check
They
this.
are.
Good.
No way that Tomazi survives much longer in that one. Magnum already gone. The rest of them just looking to run around the corner. And while Martin is the only one left, it will be one kill at least.
It's like we're
for the
watching the
first
same
time.
round.
Well, I guess
Defense
in
team
either
aggro,
GiantX are actually
attack
gonna
team
take
run other
themselves the
way.
lead, 8-7 up.
Which,
Bear
like,
in mind as well,
like on
last
Fracture,
time, they did actually
that's
play
how
this
the map is
within the
played.
series,
On
and
this
it was the
map, I don't
the
know if
GiantX
that's how
won,
you
and
should
that was
play
the
the
thing that
map.
sort of surprised me in this veto. Obviously, a map that KC have been very confident in, and maybe with the changes, scrim results, we don't know. But the fact is, right now, they're
Like,
down.
the sites, I mean, B
Barely
isn't that
anyone
easy to
died
retake,
well
as
in
we've
that
seen.
previous
Like,
round,
A
but
site
in
is
context
somewhat
of that and a full
easy-ish to
eco win
retake,
the
but
round prior, the economy for
like,
GX now
we've
looks
seen a lot
pretty
of this, I
solid,
feel like,
pretty
more so than,
secure
like, holding
for
on
the
to
coming
B.
rounds.
We're forcing them
Big
into B
challenge
and then
for
losing
KC
post
on their
plans.
map pick as their defense is now really under threat.
Giants have
This
a chance
defense
to
being
win.
challenged on the B side. Paranoia is used as they claim control of the site. It hasn't pushed anyone back though, because Tomazi is playing the retake. Part of the plan
Again,
from the
5v5
get-go,
retake.
Karmine Corp.
I mean, they got
And if they
Razor
do go
this
for the
time.
B main post plan,
Got Soul
you've got a
Gold here.
showstopper on Martin.
Oh, they use it now.
Hunter's Fury used proactively,
Wow.
though. I like the idea. Purpo's been able to catch one as well. They've lost Redguard, but they're not allowing them to get into the retake. This adaptation from GiantX is wonderful. They know
Nice from
exactly what their
Giants.
opponents are going for. As said, we set up this map knowing that KC love to go for the retakes. If you think Pipson and Milan aren't also looking at those VODs and working out the way they want to play, and so far, GiantX have done fantastically well just to be disruptive.
Karmine
Get
Corp,
in their
take a
face,
timeout.
put
Just
the
play,
Hunter's Fury
like,
through
make,
the second
like,
they're
one
setting
thing
up,
I always think
throw
in
Purpo
any
to
game
take some fights
is make them
aggressively and
prove
just not allow
that
those
their
positions
exec
to
is
be
actually
taken.
worth
Solid round
playing
from
retake
GiantX,
for.
and while, okay,
Right?
the showstopper will
Like,
still
no
be
matter
there,
how-
the rifles will still be there.
No matter
There's
how, like,
nobody even remotely close to clearing out
good
these
you
players.
think your retake
The problem,
is,
though, for KC, the scoreline
or
is
how
starting to
easy a
slip away
site
from
is to retake, playing
This is
retake
it. Yeah, a position it didn't
is
look like
just
they were
not
gonna
a
find
winning
themselves
strategy.
in. GX
like
certainly
anywhere,
have
really.
something
Like,
to work with.
consistently playing retake,
I like you're saying. I like the
just
idea
isn't a good
from
strategy.
them. We've seen KC. They're not really
Like,
pushed
just
out of their comfort
statistically
zone
it
those
is.
first 20, 30 seconds. They give up
So to
control,
me,
they
you
step
should only
back,
really
you
be
know
doing
they've
it
got
where
a
like
way
3
back in.
conditions are met.
And the problem
It's an
was
easy,
they
somewhat
were
easy
expecting,
site to
like I said,
retake.
GX
Your
to
retake
find
on
the
that
spike,
site
go
is
back in
good,
main, play that post
and
plant. Instead,
also
they
your
push forward
opponent's
and take
exec
those fights to them.
is
It's
worth
a much,
avoiding.
much better look. They're finding success.
Right, like, make Giants
round
prove
number
to you
17,
that
double
when they
digits
exec a
now
site,
possible for this attacking
that it's
squad.
actually good enough
It's the same
to
thing for
warrant
KC. Same
playing
setup,
offside.
I guess because they didn't use.
No, I mean GiantX. I think they were
Or, like,
expecting
take some control mid or whatever.
aggressive in this round. So for the first 30 seconds, they just sit there. They go, okay, they've got double flashes. They're going to want to push us. They're going to want to send Martin in, maybe with that showstopper. So let's just wait and see. The thing is, though, the read out from KC is fantastic. 4 players within
is he
this site
doing?
this time. As said, most of the time they've been playing retake. The problem is they have given the
Did you
game
see
away.
that? Where he's just out here? I guess he's trying to destroy a camera, but what?
Down to 40 HP. But all that utility coming through, the spams as well, it scared them. GX, though, might not be changing direction so much as changing their approach. Fighting for some mid control. Split through market possible here with still the B lurk. I'm expecting that's what they're aiming for.
Delete
The
ult.
smoke's on the left
4v4.
side of mid. Not using it more passive like you'd expect to cover their
30 seconds
cross
left.
through. I think that's just trying to keep players in position. And to some extent, it's worked. As soon as they hear that util, the wrap is back around. The players move to the site. Magnum, good for
Go
one.
on.
Showstoppers caught another, and this has slowed down the push from GX. But still, the man advantage isn't that far gone, but 12 seconds is the main
10
problem.
seconds
The
left.
plant needs to come through, and it looks like it will, but the blitz right afterwards puts
Nice
them
from
in the
Karmine Corp.
ground.
Just a better
Oh,
round.
really good round
Right.
from KC.
We
Again,
actually
I
got on
don't
the site, we
mind
can
the
test
initial
this.
setup that we saw from GiantX. They were passive, they were patient, they were waiting for their opponents, but this time KC were just happy to stack
Better.
up a site, get the read right initially, and then just almost stick around ready to have all of that utility remaining for the end. And I think that was the main thing, is that GiantX, because of their slow pace, because they weren't really pressuring them until right at the end, you still had a showstopper, you still had a paranoia, you still had pretty much every single piece of utility available to then delay to the very last seconds. And, well, for GiantX, not a round you'd be hoping to lose. Luckily, because of the way the rounds have gone, they have
Okay,
a lot
Fatino,
of
you got
prayers,
breach
and
ult,
they have
raise
their
ult.
ults building up as well.
KO to cancel, though. Well, I mean, we're going back to
It's
this.
going to be a blitz. Or at least I thought it was from the defensive side. It's a late paranoia. They were waiting for the contact. 4 players here, and this looks more like they're trying to push GiantX back than to actually catch them with a quick play. Drone goes up, re-smoked, rolling thunder, time to run, showstopper, searching for a target but not found it. Martin dies in the end, and Thrash claims a target, but there's no way to capitalize on it. They've got to fall back. GiantX have earned that advantage.
This is now problematic for KC. A man down already, but I like the way that they're re-aggressing, trying to take back some control. It is being watched by Redgar, and there's a trip there as well. GiantX instead have just opted to slow right down. The thing is, with the re-aggression from this defense, they could catch them. Pop Flash looking to go over the top, trying to reclaim some space. They had the close angle cleared already by the Gecko utility, and Magnum is now going to clear.
Hello?
Redgar,
They
who seems to
destroyed
be
the trip,
lost.
and he comes.
I think they genuinely didn't notice the trap was broken behind, and the chaos and the noise. I don't know the flash would have helped that much, but they were definitely unaware. KC, though, unaware of the player towards the backside. Cloud's got the perfect position to pounce. He's found his one, but he won't get much more than
Wow,
that.
the Karmine Corp win it. Wow. I mean, they obviously knew that most of them were back here.
Wow, they went plummeting.
Yeah, I don't think it helped that his entire team.
And he comes?
But that was it. They buy one more second? Maybe.
I think that's the moment where he's like, guys, I'm behind them, just don't.
I got one, everyone's dead? Oh.
But I genuinely think that Redgar, I don't know if he was setting up a smoke, but they made it very clear that they were coming from behind.
Yeah, like what? How is no one watching it?
Over the top. So I guess that either just
And I guess he's kind of like stuck, right? He's kind of stuck between this and this, but run to elbow them.
Lost, and that was what gave them the space to basically come back in on the retake.
And to be fair, if anything,
or
maybe
pick a side and fight.
I'm fairly certain he was hit by that knife, so he could not have been setting up a smoke.
Maybe.
Is just lost in the sauce for a second. And I guess trying to coordinate the push, it got a little chaotic. These things happen. It's been tough.
Got a tech
And at
pause?
9-9 for the side of GiantX, they've at least still got rifles, still have some ultis, but not actually any good ones. This rifle round's going to have a lot on the line for them. An attack pause is called through. I think this is the worst time for both teams, really. But if you're GiantX, you're a map down, the momentum just switched hands to your opponents. I think now they're left to just sit in this situation where they're a couple rounds from losing their opening matchup.
Yeah, this is not where you want to be if you're GiantX. Now, obviously, this is not similar to kickoff in the sense of the form. Like, we're not sitting there going, you lose 2 games, you're done for the season. It's like, to get into playoffs, you need to finish within that top 3 within your group. Now, obviously, you're in the group with 5 teams. That's a little bit more difficult to do. But at the same time, you are going to be still given an opportunity. And I think losing
Does Tom
to
know
KC,
how maths
it
works?
wouldn't be the end of the world. I think even just being a little bit more competitive, we've got some signs of life.
It's harder to
Coutinho on the
finish
breach looking good.
in the top
Cloud's
3
still there.
with
Purpo
6
coming
teams
alive in this map at
than
least.
5 teams.
There's definitely some signs that GiantX, like, say for example, they play against the likes of a BBL, a Koi, like you probably put them in that advantage spot, whereas KC, we expect them to be a Masters
Giants.
team. Like, that's what we're looking at now. They have proven themselves.
Heretic should finish
at the
above them,
highest
Navi
degree.
should finish above them, Foot should
The
finish
issue with
above
this
them.
map, I think, though, that will be frustrating is they've
I mean,
had
they do have 3.
opportunities.
Who
They've had
can
a lot of
Giants beat, though?
opportunities, in fact, and some of them just seem like
They can maybe
okay,
get
some
2
quieter
wins.
performances.
Is 2
So
wins going to be
Redgar
enough?
Especially just hasn't really been there in either map, and I think that we're even seeing
It
just
might be,
blips,
honestly.
mistakes that are happening. And for the other side of things, you've had a couple of switch-ups, like Thomas has said.
But they
now
might not.
moving over
They might
to
get warm.
that Sentinel role, and it looks good. Like, it doesn't look like he's out of pocket, uncomfortable at any point. So I think it's just proving again that this KC roster, even though they haven't had much time, they've had like a week, they've still been in the lab, they've still been working.
And that's another aspect to it that we didn't even mention, because obviously I said KC being at an international event, having limited time to prep for their matches, let alone think longer term, further ahead, think about Clove coming soon as well.
Why am I not showing up in
the
your
other
live
aspect
bar?
is
I don't know.
GiantX, whatever they've been practicing, whatever they've been mulling over,
I'm here.
it wasn't really an aspect of Breeze, I suppose, with KC. They haven't had to show anything. Whereas KC has.
You see that
like,
the 3rd team
the week preparation they have
in
is
the
trying
5-team
to
group don't get 2
build
wins, and
on
the
something
4th team in the
that
6th group
everyone
goes
else can
through?
look
That's
at,
not
or
true.
start from scratch, which again just puts you at that major back foot. I think the thing that stands to them,
Surely
despite,
that's
you know,
not true.
obviously
They
their
would have
prep,
said that.
They were one of the teams that was, I think, scrimming the most.
Can I say
when it
hi to
came
YouTube
Madrid,
chat?
despite
Why would
the
you type that
schedule.
in Twitch
They
chat?
would still get back late at
Where's
night,
membership
go
for your
right
channel?
away
I
into
still need to
scrims.
set it
They've
up,
got the
but I
hard
will
work
do.
and the dedication, but they just have this insane depth of young talent that no matter what happens, they can clutch out a situation. Players like Narrow.
Can I get the managing moderator thingy on YouTube instead of this lame standard moderator? Why? What's the difference? What does the managing want?
And you know, this is a squad.
I thought it might give you access to my full channel.
He's had his games.
I didn't want to do that.
He's also had his bad games, but we don't need to.
No, you do. You do keep bringing it up every time.
It's just very funny.
I don't think you've gone. Yeah, you haven't gone a single match since that day.
Managing moderator is basically a Twitch mod. Oh, what does the standard?
It's because he's just like he's my second favorite Spartan.
Okay.
0-1-5.
Standard just removes and times out.
Okay. I like it where they take their helmets off.
Let's not get into that.
Is it technically possible for Valve to lose all their games through EMEA? Yes, it is possible that they could do that, and then it would go on maps and rounds. Do they use in-game voice chat?
Okay, got you. So I was just getting filled in on what we've been waiting for. And KC had a little bit of a tech issue where they weren't able to speak to their coach, apparently.
I think it was they weren't able to call a pause. So basically, we're going back into the same place we were at. They've just won themselves the round, but they wanted to take a pause, and the timer basically was just going to go into the round. So you have to restart the round to get yourself back to the same point. Otherwise, it's infinitely more complicated. And yeah, so basically we're going to go straight into what will be a pause.
As a YouTube premium enjoyer, I appreciate the multi-plat stream.
A lot of these rounds get a little bit more tight. They get a little bit more messy at times.
Karmine Corp take their second time out after a win.
I think the thing I like with Eng is clearly a very proactive. He's not reactive. He's not looking at something and going, we just lost that round, I need to take a pause. He's going, we won that round, but I think this was a mistake that we want to fix before we lose a round, and that's something he does.
YouTube EMEA get something like Twitch Prime, or is YouTube
I think to some extent as well, the fact that you don't get those reactive pauses, you know, to each team their own style.
You don't get ads.
I think there's an element of trust within the core that you've built there, within the protocols you've established, that if you do lose,
do you think you should buy rifles after you win eco round or keep
your
SMGs?
IGL can pick that up. You know, that's something you don't need to expand a pause on. You can also listen in for a second.
Depends on the situation. Like if you're down a lot, you should probably buy rifles.
There's always upsides to it.
It's like a start of the game, keep the SMGs.
A coach that should most certainly be studied. This man has done so much with so many different rosters. And now here
this is my first time streaming on YouTube.
Regional run, a spectacular regional run, a splendid international one. They now look to start this one off with success. With a one win up, with a 2-0 in terms of maps. It's all possible.
Yeah, they'd have
for
4
KC.
Points.
Maybe racking it up.
No one else is even going to be remotely close. They'll be the only team still with points.
Again, I mean, it's the same kind of thing.
Of course, GiantX still
aggro
standing their way. We're at a 9-9
rotate
scoreline. It definitely isn't done yet. And
oh god!
It looks like we're going straight back in to what will be this B site take once again. Already though, set up.
Okay, I think they fixed it. It's just quiet.
He has just spammed through the smoke and managed to take 2 heads off while he's doing it.
Oh!
Taking over completely. The young man from Portugal could have had himself an ace.
Wow.
It's not going to be happening. Should have stolen it away, but dear Lord, that was an absurd round from the youngster.
What the hell did he say in that pause, Tom?
Miniboo will play against Fnatic? Yeah, I thought someone said that earlier. I mean, that makes it more. That's good, because they aren't playing with a coach at least. Right? And it's just basically the same team that was playing at Madrid then, right? So that's a big difference. But they did. I mean,
let's go. 10-9.
Buy Wolves tickets for everyone in chat and let's watch it together.
But
I think it might be a bit of a journey for some of you.
They've still got some credits left to
same
expand.
thing. Just going back to this idea.
Shot at it. Round disadvantage,
and
but
Magnum
disadvantage now has been
is
gifted
giga trolling.
I guess
so
there must have
they
been some
flash
sort of
here.
flash that
they
was
don't
thrown
see
out,
anything, so he just
clearly was
sprints to
dodged
B
by
again.
Purpo. Able to find that opener, and it's not something I maybe a little bit overconfidence from KC after the last round. I can't really blame them.
I know exactly where.
Already, information going to be taken. You can see
But
immediately.
they do. I mean, you're going to take B main here.
Rotate in to try and take a little bit of extra space off the back of the TP as well. They're going to try and fake information that there's less players on A. I like the idea using the from the shadows to try and bait things out a little bit. Although
now the drone doesn't see anyone.
Will have been heard. They've got the right
players
in the right
read.
place at the right time.
He hasn't heard anything else after the drone.
all about how this blitz comes down
Oh,
after.
but Martin just threw nades, so
GX just back out for KC. What did
they
hear?
smoke
What
and
did they
everyone's
see?
on their way this way.
They're rotating off the A site completely. They're
a good
stacking up
gamble.
this B site. I mean, the read is once again absolutely perfect from a dead
What the hell's
Magnum.
this trip?
And now this play through, they're running into Tamazi. They try to
Subs?
deal with him, but they don't know how many more
Are
players
we watching
are
this
waiting.
round?
The flash through even catches Hoodie.
Still
They
haven't
know
learned
where
how
he
to-
is. That flash gave
And
him
one of them
well
needs to
away.
live.
Hoodie
That's
won.
really not
Tries
good
best,
from
at least
Narrate.
finding the first. Swinging up close, he doesn't know there's a player in the corner, and
That
I
was
heard
a
few more
whiffy,
bullets than I
whiffy
should have,
round.
but he got there in the end.
Why is that the one we see?
Yeah, we didn't see anything, and then we saw that.
11-9. Again, the round starts off well for the side of GiantX. They get the opener. They actually get the read initially.
Oh, Johnson
correct,
HD.
but the rotation
I don't
from
think I
KC
saw your
are
sub.
just sublime.
Thanks for the 2
And
months.
I don't know if Eng has just the gift of
Again, so
foresight, and that
with the
was
new
on pause
stream
before.
the way it
He's
is,
like,
it's
okay,
a bit
in the
more
next round,
difficult for
obviously
me
you're gonna get
to
4 kills round after that.
like if I
We're
miss
gonna
it,
initially
then
play
I have to
towards
go
the
and
side,
change
rotate back to B.
tabs. and
Because it just looked like they
it's a
had the
bit messy.
script. It
Okay,
looked like
11-9,
they
they
could
get
see
an
a
off.
monitor somewhere in the arena and just knew exactly where
Again,
their
it's
opponents
full
were going.
retake
'cause
B.
it just followed them all the way around the map. Martin now invested into the operator as well, and it is another buy for GiantX, but this is slipping.
It is, and they're down to their last legs in terms of credits. Ults, you know, they could come online towards the end. Maybe Purpo and Cloud were particularly looking at a good plant or orb claim for Vitinho, and he's been doing
Get a
pretty well in
third
terms
monitor.
of kills. Reflash out for
Good.
KC, mid-control
So they
taken.
feel like mid-aggression is
Guaranteed
coming,
by
so
the fact
again,
that
we come
nobody
back here.
was spotted by the Dizzy. They'll move
5
towards the
suppressed.
side and the side of GX, but look at that. 5 agents have been suppressed, have been detected, and that op is going to be trained on the angle. The smoke up. Well, it'll allow them to still get them when they come through. Of course, the flashes you're expecting to see. Nade going to slice up this
Why did
attack a
Magnum
little bit.
get the up?
Purpo isolated, spam down to Mazzy, takes him in the open, and the camera's getting all the information
Wow,
all
nice
the
from
while.
KC.
They have no idea that they're being spotted, caught in
me,
4K.
what are these rounds,
as
man?
KC pushed to 12.
Why am I watching like
Guys, I
the
remember
most
last year,
basic
looking
shit
at someone like Tamazi,
from both teams?
This guy, just a ridiculously talented duelist that could throw out a neon and look fantastic. If you told me that going into next year,
I can't click
he'd
links
be
from this either.
one of my favorite ciphers after only playing it for a couple of maps, I think I'd call you
The hell?
crazy. But he had everything this round. The utility was on point, repositioning
what I pressed
consistently, finding the kills as well. Currently sits top of the board,
Wait,
23
what?
and 14. Well, the pause button
The
has
top
been
3 teams in each
slammed
group
once
much
again.
now
This
it's a
time it's gonna
minimum
be
win
GiantX
threshold
and
of
that.
2
I can
matches
tell
during
you
the
for free,
regular
This is
season.
definitely a reactive pause.
Okay.
5 rounds in a row for the
So if
defense.
everyone did lose,
No real blip even on the radar. Like, these rounds have been clean at that. And now, well, Pipson, he's going to try and come up with something that can not only win the next round, but maybe the next
so if
two.
everyone loses,
That's it. I mean, I think they have
You
another
don't
pause
go.
to work with at least, so
Yeah, he
can have another chat.
he could take a pause each round until they
you
get
think
to
they're
a
going to be
row,
good,
and
then they just disappoint you every
You're
time.
on
Well,
your own,
that's not
boys.
quite true, because
You're
I
on
put them
your
in
own.
8th in this
also
power ranking.
lets Eng talk as well, though, which
That's
I
the
don't,
problem.
I'd almost not want to take my own pauses. Just
Alright,
'cause
so
I know-
Mazzy, I'm thinking you just do that again. Alright? Well,
This
we
region
discussed
is so
before, just
doomed.
run it back.
I mean, Giants don't look bad. Karmine Corp were good on the
Great,
first,
if he
man.
dies, it's your turn. And if everyone dies, Shin you
Shin.
clutch. But we
We've been
won't
watching
see
the other
it.
team, but you need to accept that. Well,
Like, this map, I just think has
one
been
round needed,
pretty
three chances
basic.
to close this out and put themselves off to a crazy
it's just
start
been
to the
like-
season. I mean, GX are a team that we consider like right now.
It's
I
just
think
been this.
the team that could be taking that.
Have we
fourth
seen
spot,
a
right?
default?
Points dependent. I wouldn't be upset to see them push the international stage.
Oh, hello.
But I don't think they're one of the best out there right now. The cream of the crop. That's KC. But without Shin, they might struggle in this round. Smoke's now down. This gets a little tougher. Narrate is
he was just
incredibly,
gonna go, yeah.
To be
I
fair,
really thought
KC
he
has
was
been
about to
banning
get 3
Sunset
kills there.
forever. They picked it, though!
Magnum.
You don't get that excuse when you
Being
pick
forced
it.
off by the drone. Has some counter utility. They definitely know he's there. They know that Narrate is around this position as well. Rotation coming in.
It's an FPS
King Massarario, thanks for the 2 months.
Actually, Hoodie moving forward. Again, the rotations are quick enough at this stage. Hunter's Fury through. It's going to be dodged, and in the meantime, while it's being utilized, pretty much everyone goes down, leaving this into
not ready
just
for
one player standing.
Cloud.
Cloudy's been their hero a couple of times. He's given them a round that maybe they shouldn't in the past, but to keep them in this series, to keep them in this map. He needs to pull off a miracle. 30 seconds to do it.
Right, they got Martin with an op watching this way. These two watching this way.
Well, I think this one's sealed, signed, and perhaps delivered. Cloud, 20 seconds. They are waiting, biding their time, knowing he can't get that spike planted and kill us all in time. And with 12 left, it's a formality as to when and how he goes down, not if. Of course, it's Tamazi to pick up another
there you go.
lights-out series from him and from KC in general. 13.
That game could have been an email.
13-9.
Most certainly.
Yeah, before coming in today, Tamazi had played 19 games of Viper, 5 games of Omen,
you lose the round,
and a game of
you lose the
Fate.
game. It's
Today,
an FPS
he
game.
picked up the Cypher and has just gone 26-14 versus
Okay,
GiantX,
on
a team
next-
that beat them on this map last time around.
Oh,
Lights
Ahmed
out
Abbas
performance from
Hashmi
him and
with the
entirety of
40
squad. And
rupees.
off the back of a
How much is a
decent
rupee
showing
worth?
at Masters Madrid, it is safe to say there are no slackers on the side of KC. They are back.
And who else was
looking
on
as
Twitch?
fierce as ever.
Arjun 41 with the 4 months.
Time has showing what they've got on the international stage. They showed us what they've got on Breeze today. And there's no easy breezy map up against this squad. They are looking strong and determined to repeat last
40
season's
rupees is like
results.
half a dollar.
Kickoff went well.
This
and
is
they've kicked this one
Valorant
off. The flying start.
heritage.
Yeah, I think as well for
We
GiantX,
back
there were
hashtag
definitely
Let's Go Liquid.
glimpses
Yeezy
of
with the
what we expect to see,
21.
especially in that second map, was
Let's
looking
go
pretty
liquid.
decent
Ooh,
for
good luck
Tino
with
as well
that.
on the breach. Actually ended up top fragging, so it's not affecting his
Okay, let me
numbers too much.
change
but I think it's
my
definitely going to take a little bit of time
update the
before
title.
they get to the form that we want
Mods,
to
I'll
see
have
from
to
them.
be doing
And
this from
it's-
now on
it's
because
one of those games where I feel like you can definitely learn a lot from.
I
You're going
need,
up against one of the best teams. Either way, it is the day of KC, and of course we're going over to Sue, who's waiting with Magnum.
I need
Thank you
to
very
change
much,
on
guys.
YouTube
That
as
is
well.
right. I'm joined by Magnum, the IGL of K-Core. Now, congratulations
And,
on your victory. Welcome back, by the way. We've been theorizing a little bit
Rage?
about what you guys learned
Nefrima
from
Rage?
Madrid. So I wanted to ask you.
Thanks for the 3 months and Ultimate Attack. Thanks for the tier 1 as well.
So first of all, like I think the big thing is we polished our preparation. I think we know how to prepare for matches. That is all about our game. Second, we want to win, and what
The
we have
classic.
to do to
We wanted it
and
more.
Third, map pool. Yeah. Like we have different. Like we just have different map pool, different compositions, as you can see, and
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
feeling
watch the
excited.
next match.
Let's talk about
I
these
will
differences
leave
because
in
you haven't
2
had a lot
hours
of
though,
time. You guys
so
were at a global
depends
event,
how
you got to
quick
come
it
back here.
goes.
So
But this
how
one
long
went
have you
quick
had
enough to
actually
maybe
prep
where we
for
can watch
all
it
of
all.
these new things?
I think
Comments on
I'm
Karmine
not
Corp's Breeze.
quite
The
sure.
Breeze are good,
I
to
would
be
say
fair.
like 7 to 10 days, but what I can say, we are struggling with our internal office, so we are playing with 2,000 ping sometimes. So we count it like we have to like 1 to 5 rounds a preg with 2,000 ping, which is like a lot. But yeah, we play a lot of scrims a day, and yeah, that's why we want today.
I mean, you guys won EMEA. You're the kings of EMEA. So why are you changing things?
There is
Do
another
you even
game,
need
yes.
to, you feel like?
I mean, first of all, like we
Am I
already
leaving
showed
to do a
everything.
pub quiz?
And second, I think we are quite a young team and like a new team, so we didn't understand like what's our strengths. But I think now we polished our strengths. We know like what we want to play, what agents, blah blah blah, you know, and. Yeah, that's why, especially like if you change comp, you have new ideas, and yeah, it's much harder to play against you.
How much of this is coming from you, and how much is this you know the brainchild of N and Zeish?
I think it's a team decision, but most of it obviously is Ank and me.
The N method, it's working, right? Is he working you guys hard? You're practicing a lot?
Yeah, we play like 6 scrims a day with a lot of what review, and but it's fun.
How's everyone dealing with the potential role changes? Obviously, Tomazi on the Cypher, I feel like he plays everything at this point. You on the KO as well, on Sunset. You guys comfortable right now with your roles?
Yeah, like we usually like we try like a bunch of different comps, and then we just like talk which we like the most, and then that's how we choose it. Yeah.
Yeah, and lastly, looking ahead to the rest of your split, you have Na'Vi coming up, Food, Koi, Heretics, and so on. Is there a team that you feel like will be giving you the biggest challenge out of all of those guys?
I mean, what I can say, I don't know like from these 4 teams, but I'm happy we don't have to play Team Vitality, because oh my god, like I don't think we won single scrim against them.
Oh, yeah?
And we are getting like full destroyed. They are playing real well. But yeah, we'll see the next split
I love
playoffs,
that.
how we do.
I hope you get to play them in playoffs. Thank you very much, Magnum, for joining me. Once
Oh,
again,
we are getting
congratulations.
full
Thank you for
destroyed.
your time. But don't go anywhere, you guys, because after the break, we're going to be bringing you Team Liquid versus Koi.
Well, there you go. Vitality hype. If there's a 13-0 in the next two, I'm not drinking. Also, I'll be driving.
The Eco Goblin.
The Eco Goblin. Okay, I'll sit back down. Let's sit back down. Now this next game might be a walker, to be honest. This next game might be a walker. I just need to.
I know a place that will break you into 1,000 pieces.
Stay, Mr.
Stay
Camera.
away from them. Stay away from Lorca, Paco, and Picasso.
Okay. Anyone excited for Liquid to lose? What's the feeling on this? Did I watch the Pacific teaser? I did not. Is it worth it? No. Pacific teaser has no G. That's quite funny. What are my pings on Discord? Oh, kid put both in there. How kind. How cool. In the Discord ping. What's this? Again, I have to copy it and paste it. I can't just click links in this chat. And just another reason why this is not good.
Excuse me. I got it. Nope. Okay. 왜どこいる？あ、なるほどね。じゃあな。
ちょっとエレベーターの中はもうちょい静かにね。
Dude, what's wrong? No. I wanna go. No. I always go. Not this time.
Dude, let me go.
No.
Please, let me go.
Not this time.
I wanna get off.
Not this time, man.
Bro!
Bro!
Hey, why didn't you let me go? Huh? I told you, I always go.
Why would you even try to push the
Let me go.
I tried to push This is where you get off.
That was quite good, to be fair. Yeah, Pacific, and again, just for those of you who are wondering, Pacific are doing this weird thing. In fact, this is a good time to talk about, for those of you who missed it earlier. Pacific are doing this weird thing where they're playing 4 days. So you see how here it's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So they are, if you go on like their pick'em, for instance, they only have 4 weeks. They only have 4 weeks, and then their playoffs, I don't know why, their playoffs are like done differently to everyone as well. Where like, I don't know why, what is it BLR, bro? What the hell's going on? Either way, their playoffs are like, bad gateway. Their playoffs are not until, like, they're splitting it up again. So their playoffs start way before everyone else. Like, when everyone is playing week 5, Pacific are doing their playoffs, which is kind of weird as well. How do you feel like the Pacific coach is saying everyone is good at map vetoes now? I don't think that's true. I think that's very much the opposite of true. I think it's a big misunderstanding.
It, but it's called Koi versus Team Liquid. And I'm saying this because Kakuka and Bone Cold, it's because they've played against each other so many times already this year. And they got to play each other again, Kakuka, today.
It's kind of crazy, right? Because I think like also the expectations of both of these teams.
Like what I would say about the, how I would describe the map veto process for most teams is they're playing a hand of poker. And they know what their hand is. And they're playing against someone who's got 2 cards as well.
You get shocked, you lose the round,
and
you lose the game. It's an FPS
they know what their hand is.
Not excited to watch Koi get 13
Now,
to
normally
2
in
both
poker, you
maps.
don't know what the other person has, right? You don't know what they've got. But the way that most teams, I would say, is like, imagine if this person had like a card face up, right? But you didn't know this card. The way that most teams do a map veto is, even though they can see this card face up, they just disregard that. They don't care. And they just say, well, I know what my hand is, so I'm just going to play to whatever my hand is. Rather than...
I want the other way around. I think that we have met a Liquid
you know,
before, right? But
using the information they actually have.
Also joining in, I want to see a new identity, but
Who subbed? I missed it. It was Dr. Pete. Thanks for the 4 months. Not excited to watch Koi get 13-2 both maps. You think that that's happening to Liquid? Against Liquid?
You know, Nat's going on the Larks and everything working on Yumpy giving us a 1v3 and this kind of things that Yumpy does. I want to see an identity coming in from Liquid.
I mean, this
Why don't we do the map veto?
eliminated Liquid. I don't think anybody
I could do it now, to be fair. That's a good point. So yeah, Koi, Liquid. I mean, these two teams played each other, so. I just got a 0 out of 7, though, so I'm not feeling great. Unless VLR has a bad gateway. Is VLR just down?
You know, control of everything. They
Kinda
need
looks
to find
like
a way to merge together, but also they need to be innovative enough so we are aware that they're also advancing and moving with the game.
What, I'm just gonna have to guess?
2022 Liquid.
Yeah.
Does anyone know what the the map vetoes were?
We want to see something new from them.
Yeah, something new. Maybe we'll see it today. And in terms of new, though, they do have a new IGL, of course.
Liquipedia? Do they have it?
Almost like weird because Shadow was his ex-teammate.
How do you spell
Magnum was his ex-teammate. They both went on to IGL in VCT
Team
after
Liquid.
being his ex-teammate. Magnum is looking great out there. You know, he qualified for Madrid, looked great today.
Oh, I need Valorant, don't I?
Shadow also, again, looks pretty like a nice addition to Koi. So what is going on with Enzo here? What do you guys think Enzo is bringing to this Liquid?
I think it's complicated because
Results.
Kickoff was like a one-time thing. I need to see them more comfortable.
Koi.
That is, for me, like my ask from Liquid in this time around, because on the other side, I see a Shadow that was ready in this year, even if he were to stay on Apex, to get this, to take this IGL role. And
How do I
make
see
himself.
this
And for
game?
me, his
Matches.
performance, he is making Koi in some instances look very good. Besides, you know, going the individual performance, sometimes you see Koi rounds and you're like, that is a very good.
How do I see this?
Bone Cold, as an IGL yourself, what do you make of these two?
I mean, at least for Enzo, like,
Expand.
I can see him having like very good fundamentals that he brings to the team. I want to see, you know, like the fundamentals and the basics for the team to be honed up, you know, like to a very well degree, and then, you know, like start seeing, you know, like all the rest of the individuals start playing off of that.
What about Shadow?
From Shadow, I'm actually like, I'm not so sure because I haven't really been watching him play.
VLR is down.
From Shadow and like from the rest of the squad, I know they have like.
Click on EMEA Split 1.
I am just very interested to see, you know, like how can Shadow, you
Kick
know, like,
off?
perform and how he has been able to hand the responsibility to the rest of the players in the team.
Oh.
Because it's not the same.
Where is it?
Joining Liquid, do you think you'll be able to
Liquid
teach
Koi.
anything to Natsu?
Ah. Map veto, show. So they banned Liquid banned Breeze. Koi banned Lotus.
Know that there is some knowledge you have to. Is more of adapting
Fuck
as
it.
a group effort on the side of Shadow. I do
Let's
agree.
just stick
It's
with.
more of like, yeah, last
Will
year
that be
was
true? Don't know.
a bit of a
They then
fluke.
picked
What can we do to
Icebox and
make this year
Sunset.
better, to think more long term, and it's him picking up the
Let's say
IGL
Koi
role,
pick
and having to teach people. and having to make the project work, of course, it also lays down into like the stuff and how they make everything work.
Say Koi
On a current
pick.
basis, this should be easier for Liquid, just looking at it as
Sunset.
than for Koi. And
Liquid
sitting here
pick.
today, I tell you, I don't think that's the way it's going.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
do
say that
wonder
they
though,
pick
maybe being Enzo's ex
Split.
teammate has a certain degree of an advantage.
Koi ban
You know how he
Ascent.
calls, you know how he reacts
You
to things, so
ban.
maybe that's why
I mean, this is
Shadow
pure
has managed
guessing, to be
come
fair.
out
You
on
ban.
stage one time, out of the two
Bind?
times they've
No,
played
bind will
against
be the
each other
decider.
so far. But let's talk
You ban
about those,
Icebox.
two former
No.
Gambit teammates. Any opportunity
You
to
ban
bring up
Icebox.
Gambit, I'm gonna do it. But of
You
course,
ban
that's
Ascent.
Shadows
And we
versus
play
Nats. You know,
bind.
Nats, Bone Cold being this OG lurking Sentinel player, and then Shadows kind of growing into that role. What do you
In
think
fact,
of this head-to-head?
They
It's
pick
it's
bind.
gonna be nice. I really want to see, you know, like Nats, you know, like being back, because there's so many moments that I remember Nats just dropping like a
Okay, there we go.
21-3 on me or something similar. But I just really want to see, you know, like them just clashing heads in server.
I mean, on the other side, I do agree. Bunko, I want to see.
Yeah, we got a
being
YouTube
comfortable.
live
I
stream.
think that is something that we did not see this year. Sometimes he was out of in the wrong timings with the lurks and all these things that are a bit uncharacteristic for him, right? We need to see that clicking in, and if that doesn't work, he needs to evolve. The same way that, for example, when we're seeing CNET playing right now, right? And he's playing all these different agents, and we want CNET, either you play the Jet or this has to, like, and not everything has to go crazy for Nats. I think that the evolution has to be, and the requirement for
Can I do a
evolution
Billy
has
Billy
to be
stream?
there as well.
Like
Yes,
stream
you
on
learn,
Billy
but
Billy
everybody
or
knows
stream the
But
team
thing
playing?
Is, to counter
When
this,
do Wolves
when
play?
he
Actually, that's a
does
good
do
point.
it right, and when the team's given
just
the
reminded
space,
me.
given the support, it is so hard to win against that.
Right, so games-wise, we've got this game left here.
Yeah, and where does that lie, you think? Who does that lie?
And then we've got...
comfort reps, fundamentals, and being
So the games
being
start
very
here on
aware of
Friday.
the rest of your teammates, right? And I think that
Oh, Wolves
takes-
play
that
on
just takes
Friday,
time.
so I'll probably
Yeah,
miss the
100%.
Billy
I feel
Billy
like
game,
a
but
lot of the times when like a player is feeling
I guess
good
on
about
Friday
themselves
we'll go
playing
Wolves
good,
into
it
Liquid,
really reflects from your teammates,
and then I
because your
won't watch
teammates
this.
are the ones, you know, like allowing you.
Unless
like,
again it's super
play
quick,
like this,
which
and
it
they
might be.
react
Foot might
on
stomp
you.
Liquid.
So
Yeah,
But
I
we'll
wanna
definitely
coach
watch
a little
Wolves
bit
there.
about this, because even if that game plan doesn't work, even if
And then Wolves play the next day. Does anyone know how this is working?
They're looking for. They go Kiko.
With-
Kiko is looking really, really
They got multiple games on at the same time. Does anyone know how they're doing this? Are they only streaming one game?
It feels like we've been talking about KC and Heretics for a very, very long time, right? But actually, one of the reasons why they were able to win that first encounter against Koi.
Apologies
was
if
Kiko
you're
dropping
from
how much
Wolverhampton, but that place is a shithole. No, I agree. And I'm not from Wolves.
Icebox, so there's not
Oh, what
a
happened?
lot that you can do against. You can look away a little bit because he will give you that kind of consistency. He doesn't look like he's a bit uncomfortable. But again, Nats, for example, arriving
And then on
the
Saturday,
looks, it just speaks out to
Wolves
a
are playing at
global
1. I
and
mean, I'll
bigger
watch that if I
macro
can.
issue.
What about on the side of Koi? Because in comparison to expectations, Koi, they look better than they did last year. They're improving.
Sorry, Team Secret DRX, but Wolves takes priority. As long as I can watch it. If I can't, then I guess I'm watching
We see
this.
him play on the Fade. I think that they've explored the game in
And
a
I guess on
different,
Saturday I
way
will
as most
watch.
of the
Is there
teams
no
do.
games Friday
We've
in
seen
NA?
Fade, we've seen Sun Harbor. I think that they brought their
Guess not.
idea of what they want the game to be.
Oh, no,
for
they
them
play
and what
Saturday,
works
Sunday,
for
Monday,
them.
no.
But again, I want to see it in the long
So,
term.
do I
Either
have
way,
to get
it's
up and
actually
watch
uncomfortable
Global
and you being able
Zeta?
to tell on the server. Usually,
I really
am
don't
so
want
glad
to,
you
but I might
mentioned
have
Stark.
to.
So you know him, Bone Cold? You met him?
I mean, like I saw some
And
tweets and I was
Cloud9
talking
Lev
to
is
Stark
late.
earlier this year, and he seems super motivated this year. So I really want to see him, you know, like just bright like a star, like he did, you know, like back with our team. I really want to see him, you know, like just
Global
laugh,
Zeta is
have
content?
fun.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
it
you know,
could
like,
be
you know, feel like,
content,
you know,
to be
like
fair.
some moves,
I
you
think
know,
I've
like-
got to do it.
Yeah.
But then NRG Loud,
We were
assuming
talking
this
about
game
that, and I
does
was
get
like, we're gonna
played,
lose that, and he didn't
I
seem
think
as
we'll
keen.
miss
So what
the
do you think that is?
Pacific game.
Oh, there's a funny backstory.
So I'll
where,
miss
you know, like,
Bleed
the
Talon,
Phantom
which,
got
I mean,
pulled off because he was-
is interesting because of Bleed,
Wait,
but,
by who?
you know, it's not that great. But I'll obviously watch T1
it
Paper
was,
Rex.
one of the owners in a sense. He was because
Yeah,
it was
do you
against
remember the
100 Thieves.
context on how
It
the
was-
whole dancing started?
Yeah, let the
because-
man dance.
No, it was because of we played against 100 Thieves. He was dancing, you know, like when we were winning, and then we lost. And then, you know, like the owners were.
They were concerned that it would like get into his head and he would be like focused, and also like you know, to keep the right tension on your body, you have to be seated, you know, and not.
His coach is Barber. Barber is like smashing desks, smashing tables, probably smashed a monitor as
So
well.
maybe we need to tell Barbara that he's the one who has to tell you go.
Let him dance, let him dance. I feel like that's what we're missing right now on stage there. Like you said, you know, Starks was a player that we knew that always kind of kept the
Party will be
energy
for
up.
nothing.
And we
Give me
saw
two with
what
50
happened with
bits.
Sentinels when Zelsus was keeping energy up in that best of five.
You
So,
should get
Bongo, do you
Balatro
think
to
maybe
play
that
between
is something that
series
we
and
What
can
is
do
maps.
this?
It is a poker-based roguelike.
Tell you what I'll play. I'll play global.
This is
I didn't know
something
when
I
they
was
were going to
even,
start the
you know,
game, to
thinking
be
about
honest.
in Madrid when I was watching Sentinels play. You see Celsius being like so happy. Like I didn't think that much of like Celsius, but when you see him, you know, like every single round he's just yelling, screaming at his
5,000
teammates,
miles,
just
that's quite
yelling
far.
at the other team, just being so positive. It was just like, you know, like if I were to come back, I want Celsius in my team.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Wow,
Oh,
I think
I'm
anyone
back.
would want Celsius in their team. Like having him on your side, as you're saying, it's so important to have someone that is always going to have your back on the mental side, especially with how long that final is. I think that Celsius would always be a good addition.
He's not EMEA
Yeah.
though, so we don't
For
care.
now,
we
for
don't
now.
care. We don't care about what he's doing.
That's the thing, though. I legit thought, like, 5,000 miles from Iraq
You know, he was doing it
is
at
either
chance.
somewhere in
He was
Asia,
winning chance.
but if it's on the Atlantic, I think it can only be
But
Brazil.
let's have a little check-in here while we are seeing game
I think
one
every
already.
because
I
I
want
always
to,
see 6.
throw back a little bit to
You always see
Bone Cold or
6,000
Bone
miles,
Hot
but you never
because,
see
obviously
5
Giants played,
when I go
KC
Iraq,
played, we got
and it's in
Liquid
South
and Koi
America.
coming up
It's always
as well.
6.
Where are we placing these teams? Let's start with the first match. So now we've seen GiantX and we've seen KC. Are they Bone Cold or
You
Bone
get
Hot?
shot, you lose the round, you lose the game. It's an
KC,
FPS
I mean,
game.
they're still like they're just looking, you know, like they're.
Who's
just
that? Was it
looking very
Nilba?
solid. I don't know if there's
Milba?
You know, like that
Nijba?
much to add in there.
Nijiba?
They're just
With the
doing-
8 months? One
For
of them.
Giants,
Thank
I
you.
would still put them in the same position because I think that today's result was a bit expected. To me, what happened on Breeze, I didn't really like it. I think it was a bold pick. It didn't work. Maybe too bold in that sense. Who else? I think that Liquid and Koi are both on the same position for me in the lukewarm.
Yeah,
There are no overlap games
I
in
mean,
China.
you
Wolves play
put
the
Giant X
second
quite
game
high
both
up there,
Friday and Sunday
Bone Cold.
first
I
week.
feel like
Oh,
that's
what? Is it just wrong on
less of a
VLR?
cold. That's like a Bone kind
Play the
of getting
Pokemon
warm.
thing?
Kind of getting
Pokey
warm. To be fairly honest, I just forgot where you put it. So.
A little bit lower, but yeah.
The hell?
Oh, you're so real for that. You're
Google
so real for that.
Balatro.
But yeah,
yeah.
for Liquid and then both Koi in the middle, in the medium section.
I would put Liquid a little bit more on the cooler side.
Wait, is this the
Yeah,
same
on the
one?
cooler side, just because
Gen
I
1?
did
Why does it have to be Gen
I
1?
did expect a lot from them during kickoff, and I didn't see it. So coming in, I want to give them the chance of coming in hotter and actually be the surprise. 'Cause,
Redeeming themselves.
someone has to be the surprise. We had such a big surprise with KZ and Heretics at the beginning of the year. Who's going to be next?
What do you think, Bone Cold?
It's hard to say. I was just like figuring out the tablet, and we don't have
Pikachu.
Koi here. I don't know where to put them in that case.
Do we not have it?
Oh, Koi doesn't exist on this list. Oh.
No.
no.
Oh no. Okay, well,
but
we'll
have,
get it for next time. So
Okay, the
you-
type 2 non. The
confetti
evolution
and
higher than
And I think
1.
we have some fire. Oops, sorry.
Oh no, you said
Oh, that's
Giant
toys.
X on fire! What have you done, Kukuka? What have you done?
It's okay.
It's a
Are you
second
agreeing with Kukuka, though,
evolution
that
type.
Liquid seems to be a little bit lower than Koi in terms of the expectation here.
Nine
I'd say so.
tails.
I feel like Liquid still has like
Oh,
a
that's
little bit more
Yahtzee
room
So
to
it can't be
improve.
Nine tails.
But I feel like the
Arbok.
expectations right now, I'd say yeah, they're a bit lower.
Hear me out. Team Liquid, right, is the team that won EMEA.
It's
last year.
less
They
than
only had
1 meter
one split,
60.
And they were the
I don't
winners. They
know.
were on top of that Fnatic that terrorized the rest of the world last year, right? We know
is
that
Beedrill third? Yeah, it is.
3 out of 5 players are different this year, but it's not like they're new players, they're not the rookies. This should be a comfort pick in your pickups, and it's not.
Parasect.
For now, as of today, it is not. That is what we want to see the
Bro,
Liquid
what the
that
fuck is this thing?
changes that.
Kadabra.
Honestly, even that sounds like crazy to me that we're talking about
It's not
Team
Psychic,
Liquid having
Haunter.
lower expectations than Koi, who I think they won 1 game last year, 2 games. I can't remember how many it was. But
What the
what
hell
could they
is this
possibly
thing?
do, Bone Cold, to change your mind? What is it that you
So
are
it's
gonna
not
see from
ghost,
Liquid
psychic,
today
bug,
that's gonna
poison,
make you feel
water,
like,
or
damn,
electric?
They're taking it seriously.
I mean, I've always
Victory
been,
Bell.
Like,
It's not
I've always
grass.
had this idea when I see a team play, I want to see them playing like.
What are the
very
types
fluid.
are there? Normal?
When you have,
What's a
like, these
normal
simple
evolution?
ideas that you have
Fighting?
honed to the
Machoke?
perfection, that's what make like it allows you, you know, like. them
Is
to
it
do, you know, like,
fucking-
anything
what's
basically you
Pidgey's?
want. It's very
Pidgeotto?
easy, you know, like go from very simple and then. Hey,
It's not
let's
normal.
do this.
What the fuck is this thing?
Simple play.
I've gone through
Hello,
like half the...
TMV.
Depth, but
Right,
I
it's
just
not
want to see
electric.
the
Right.
fundamentals
Is
being
it
there.
fucking
And then I
Charmeleon?
want to see, you know, like them playing off of it. So.
It's not fire
What about
type.
you, Kukuka?
I think I'm more on the same, but
Is it
I
rock?
go back to the
Graveler?
identity to me. You know, I want to see if
It's not
I'm gonna
rock.
do it again.
It's found in a mountain.
Gambit.
There's not a day that goes by in my life that I don't think
Golbat?
about Bandit.
Yeah.
So yes.
So I agree with that. You're so real for that. But you can see
What else
exactly
is
how
found?
they
Oh,
play.
that's
You can
found in
see
a
how
cave. What's found in a
protocols are, like,
mountain?
so said that how everything's like based on the defense and how the rotations.
Bro,
are and how,
what type?
they
What type
work.
is this?
It's very similar to what we're seeing now in KC. You have
Ground type?
these youngsters, right? And you teach them the most fundamentals in depth.
Is
They
there,
can hit
is
the
there
shots. They will
only a
always hit the
ground
shots. They
type?
just showed it,
Kangaskhan?
against GiantX. But for Team Liquid, as of
Is that a
today,
third
you
evolution or
will
is that a
hear the
second?
names, you will see them on the
Oh,
screen.
wait, what?
And then
That's
you will
evolution
look at
one?
the game and you'll be like, what in
So
the
that- is
hell
that-
is going on here? You don't know what
Dragon?
they're playing,
Is it fucking
Also, they've taken away your bone.
Dragonair?
Bone cold. They've taken it off of
Kinda
you.
rude.
Motherfucker.
I'm looking at Twitch chat as well in just a moment on who you guys are voting for here. Whether you think Koi are
I'm
gonna
not
take
looking
this
at
game
chat.
or Liquid are going to take this game. And
Electric
as
water,
what I'm looking
poison
at right
bug,
now, it
psychic
is
ghost, grass fighting, normal fire,
Team
rock,
Liquid.
poison, normal dragon.
Are you?
What's
are
a
you
ground
really
type?
Is
there a ground type?
Are in full force here. I think for me, honestly,
Is Cubone a ground type?
once the result comes
Or
in,
Marowak is the
you
evolution, I guess?
2-0 Koi,
Marowak?
2-1 Koi, you get a bit of confidence, and you can just snowball from there because these.
It is, but it's not ground either.
They're veterans.
Fuck.
They're not kind of the rookies.
What are
they've
the
never seen
types
before.
are
They've
there?
been to global events.
I've
They've
done
probably
grass,
had
yeah, I've done
even
grass.
tougher challenge than this before. So
That's
I
just
just
a winner.
Yeah, I just want to see them get. It doesn't matter how they win, to just get a win under their belt and
I
see
haven't done a
Bone Cold
pure
and how they
flying.
can use that
Firo.
to propel
Is
themselves
Firo normal flying or
they have
flying
proven
normal? It's
players on
normal
both
flying.
teams.
Fuck.
I'm just hoping,
What the
both
fuck?
of them have gotten, like their things set and
What's
ready
a
for
what's
this
just
thing.
a flying type?
I think that for me, I don't want. It's not that much about who wins. I want to see some
A
dominance. and I
pure
wanna see some
flying
growth
type,
from
not
what we saw
flying
in Pickup.
normal.
As I said, the best teams in the world.
Is there one in
came
Gen 1?
here, to EMEA, and they've been given the chance to crack against them, to develop new things, also to watch Madrid and see how things play out, not only regionally but also internationally.
Yeah, well, it is enough.
It's
from
Gen
us
1.
here.
Look, it
This
says
is
at the
the
top,
third
Gen
time
1.
we're gonna see Team Liquid
Steelix is
take
not in
Koi,
Gen
so let's
1.
bring out the teams.
Jigglypuff, but it's not normal. And it's it'd be wiggly tough if anything. And it's not normal.
They missed out on Masters Madrid, but they have
It's
had
not
time
water.
to fix everything that went wrong. They have had time to come out and give us a better showing. Koi
Ice.
have already improved from what we've seen last year. The new
It's not
players are
ice.
settling in well, but the question is, how high is that ceiling? Can they
What
repeat
type
what
can
happened
it be?
and take down Team Liquid once again? And of course, on the other side, this is a roster you guys know well.
It's pink.
And you love players that we've seen
Clefable.
time and time again succeed on this
Fuck
stage.
you!
Not the result they would have wanted back at kickoff, but this is about
Clefable is normal in Gen 1. Fairy didn't exist in Gen 1.
Form of glory. We're gonna have the coaches on stage as well, Emil and Barber. Of course, guys, two of the most experienced coaches we have ever had in this region as well, both under a lot of pressure.
And we see a lot of smiles, we see them having fun, definitely looking forward to show what they have prepped for this stage. Remember, this is only the beginning. There is no elimination here. You have to play a lot of matches. It's good to see that everybody's coming in.
Disaster class? Don't blame me for that. That's not on me. I mean, look, put it this way. If Liquid lose this game, it's over. They're out. Literally.
I can't wait for it to
Okay, Matt Vito, here we go.
game to start.
They did ban Lotus. We got one.
We're going to be going to the last two times they played
Breeze,
against each other.
2?
Icebox, Sunset split,
Oh,
Icebox,
split.
split. We're going to get split again. Are we going to
Oh,
get
Ascend.
Icebox again? As well, it seems like both of them are pretty comfortable leaning towards those two picks.
Oh,
Wow,
well,
sorry, Team Liquid
trolled
is
this.
actually going to be picking Ascent is a map. Ascent is a map, dude.
We got
But
two.
this is old Liquid. They used to love this map.
Yeah, exactly. But then what kind of Liquid is the one that we're going to get? Are we going to see that new identity? Is it going to be a repetition?
Wait,
of
are
what we've
they
seen in the
out?
past? And
No,
we
no,
managed
no.
to put this
No one is
players
out,
to
but just
fill in
Liquid,
just
like,
those
if you're
slots.
Liquid,
Looking into
Liquid
the
have
first one, looking into
Fnatic,
that split,
Karmine Corp,
even though
and
Koi
Vitality in their
those,
group. So if they can't beat Koi,
there was a lot of clutches. It was just a messy,
it's over.
messy map.
Because all these teams will definitely beat Koi. And if they're bad enough to lose to Koi, they don't have a chance.
Because I feel like they're going to be showing us, like it's very good for the fundamentals of the team. So it's going to be interesting to see how the teams actually, you know, like start.
I mean, you heard it from Magnum. They felt like they had to change things because they already shown everything. They had it.
So yeah, I might leave. I'll leave in like 1 hour.
As we take a look at this agent, so like I wonder if these two teams have adopted that thinking or not.
Yeah, exactly. And moving, as you said, onto that agent select, Team Liquid. I don't see any changes. No changes.
So we start with split. We got a pretty normal comp from both sides, although the fade is a bit weird. But
I really like it. Going back into the IGL.
Never a great fan of this.
That Sky, we know how the nerf has affected the agent. He needs to be very mindful of how he's going to be gathering that information.
Yeah, I feel like on Liquid side, you know, like the Sky will come in.
There's the Ego Slugger. Can I even do a raid? I don't think I can raid, can I? What, do I have to just end the YouTube one, but then not the...
But other than that, you have to rely on the Sky.
I guess I could raid on Twitch and then end the stream.
Position here, you know, like to see how the split will start.
Yeah, of course. The third time they're gonna face each other on this map.
I'm new to this whole like the YouTube people will just get left in the cold, I guess. You can raid on YouTube. Look, I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea. Where is this like YouTube dashboard part?
And the breach on the side of Koi, it gives them so much edge for the attacking side, which they're going to be starting on. Adding that to Grabinho on the Omen, the executes
you in live control room. Oh, is this
that
it?
is going to rely a lot onto Naps and Yampi.
Oh, I can't wait to see, and I can't wait to introduce.
Insert ad. I found it
for this match, freshly from Madrid and also from NA. It is Pansy and Steel.
Thank you so much, Sue and the devs.
That's crazy.
I do have the distinct pleasure of being joined by Steel. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Yeah? You happy to be here?
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me again.
Yeah, I mean, we had to bring you back. You know, NA, too much talent, so we had to steal you over. So, let's kind of talk about what's in front of us, right? We have a bit of a
it's not ad
mid-table
time.
matchup.
What?
If I'm being kind, I
Why?
guess.
Where's
They
Hyper?
weren't pretty for either side.
Add
But
Van
let's start
in the
at the top
category
map,
2?
Vito.
Does it not
Anything
have
standing
it?
out to you there? 'Cause we've seen this matchup obviously in kickoff, so where does that now land us here?
Yeah, when we saw them at kickoff, we saw them
Category
a couple
gaming.
times, and what I saw from Liquid a lot
Valorant.
was them trying to
Why
really
did it
just
not do that?
dig into their individual skill.
Okay.
And we saw that on Icebox a lot. We saw a lot of lurking happening. So when I see them picking Ascent, I'm thinking, okay, they're picking this not because they want to do these 5-man hits, but maybe they've been working on that in the last month.
Hopefully.
But it's a map where they can really control the middle area, especially on the attack side, and try to get all
Okay,
these lurk
I
timings
didn't.
off with
So
Navi,
I'm learning
Navi,
from this YouTube
and
stuff.
that's what
Okay,
I'm
I
looking
just
at.
found
That's
out
what
where
I'm
to put
That's
that
what
thing,
I'm hoping
so.
for, and I'm hoping that we see something more than what we saw at the kickoff from these teams.
And I
Is
think
my
that kind of then leads into my next kind
thing
of
on
question
Twitch
for
fine?
you really is,
Hopefully
with
it
the
is.
little bit of downtime they've had now, where do you adjust? Because both these teams can't be happy with their results.
Still was roasting
It
teams
wasn't
last
quite
time,
where they
right?
wanted to be.
Kind of a
Where do you
bit, yeah.
start? What do you
But
look at
he
here?
was
What are your
right.
tangibles to try and work forward?
Now learn to
I
do
think
polls on
definitely
YouTube.
for
Well, I need a
Liquid,
mod for that, and I'll
strengths are their
give
individual
some of the
skill,
I'll make the
their
mods
aggression,
like
their
the full
confidence.
Twitch mods
But
rather
it's
than
like
just
a
the
double-edged
banning
sword,
people
because at
mods.
the same token, they overheat all the
Yes,
time,
yes.
and they're griefing these rounds. So they need
We're
a
getting
little
there
bit of
slowly.
coordination in their overall game plan. But we're gonna start it off right here.
I don't
on
think
Split.
managing mods have polls.
I mean, it is
You
all
need
up in the
editor?
air, right? It's just like,
You ain't
what
getting
do we
that
see
stuff.
from these two? How much has been adjusted? It's a real
Oh,
touching
dear.
of base between both of them because, as said, I think there's some high hopes
Shadow's
for
still
these
going with
squads,
that
and we saw glimpses
crosshair.
of it, but it certainly didn't amount to the results
Koya
they would have
cooked.
been after. So they've had a little bit of downtime
But Liquid might
during
also
Madrid,
be cooked.
got
Let's
to
see.
sit back at home and watch, you know, a player's nightmare. And now we have to see what they've got here for us. Nat's already going to be checking
Flash.
on the paranoia, going to slow the roll and give him a way out. But looks like Koya pretty hell-bent on trying to get towards
They can
heaven
be
control
main,
in
though.
this 3-2 split.
Oh, they take
I
B
like
main
how
and then they
Team
come
Liquid
back.
abandoned that
This
B
is
heaven
good
setup.
for
They
Liquid.
didn't have the numbers to
If
deal
they
with
went there,
the
they actually had a
really
chance.
aggressive
But
towards
now
the B main area here.
they don't.
As the map goes quiet, Koi actually just pumped a little bit, saw what was going on, didn't break the Cypher cam yet though.
Shadow was surely mini-map moment there because he was absolutely befuddled. And this late-stage aggression,
And
as
yeah.
you noted, that little B main kind of
Liquid, get up here,
reaggressed
they
that
get down
space
here,
taking, that
Shadow
reaction
looking
to
at the
losing
map.
heaven control
And
opens
now,
up so much of an avenue.
instead of
Look
us
at the
having B
position
main and
that
coming
Koi
and
have
doing
to
a B
work with. They
split,
need to fight back for some
now our
space.
time
Be it
is completely
CT,
gone
be it
and we
main,
have
they need a little something. They don't have
no
heaven, so
space,
they
although
popped into
this
CT. looking like this is the challenge they're after, but it's already being considered. You can see the positioning coming out from Yampi. Perfect consideration and a great bit of work from Yampi there. This is stunning start.
Got a screamer in the chat.
Player himself, but way too many numbers. Josh, that was a beautiful round from TL.
That was actually a
Has
beautiful
Yampi
round.
played Viper
There's
before?
actually
Probably.
so
I
many
mean,
things that they
Yampi's
did
played
well
everything
there,
at this point
and
because...
this is kind of like one of the things that
yeah.
at least Koi,
We got
when
Enzo on
they
Sky.
reflect on whatever happens this game, this is like a
And
round that
Yampi
they
on
want to look
Viper.
at for their own defense sides.
I mean, I don't
because
hate it.
Team Liquid did everything well there. They had the setup on B Heaven. They realized, hey, we're getting pressured here hard. What happens? They push through A main. Kiku goes
Yeah, that
all
was
the way
a
through
decent
sewers,
round by Team
you know,
Liquid.
helping out the team with a little bit of map
Koi,
control.
I think it's a bit of a weird call
They disengage from B Heaven.
to
they
when
go
we've
back into
taken
site,
B
and then
main
they
and we're
regress on
in
B main.
position
As
to
soon
do
as
a
they
B
make
split,
contact
right?
at
They,
sewers, they're pushing through B main and
you know,
taking that
they
contact
were
as well. So
here
really
and they
good
were in
proactivity
here.
there.
So
And once they
normally
get
when we
that
get to this
advantage,
spot, you
they
just
kind of
send
slow
it
down,
because
they
when
wait,
you do
they wait for
pause
Koi to
and
make the
come
next
back
mistake.
here, like these guys aren't gonna run all the way back around here, right? So you you're gonna end up going B anyway because of where these guys
Looks like
were.
Liquid have turned up to play a really good look in the first round, and being rewarded for
So
that behavior will set you in motion.
I'm not saying necessarily it's like an awful call or like, you know, something that like it made no sense, but it's just a.
Are on this side of the map. And wait and see if there is that proactive approach. Obviously a fine
It was
margin.
a decision that you may often don't see.
Yeah, it's great info, and Koi can't really do anything too aggressively here, but I think they don't... That's not their plan right now. Their plan right now is to kind of like work the econ a little bit, maybe get an opening pick here, and then see what they can go from there. They're not really heavily invested in this. They got 3 classics. They're just biding their time and seeing how many mistakes Liquid can make. And as we pointed out, they have a tendency to overheat.
They certainly do. Let's see if that's been worked on. Is that composure now key along Team Liquid? Yampi maintaining control, but a quick slip through the vents. This then kind of pours in. Kiko, see what he can do here. Should be able to hold off quite well. Yep, does do good damage.
Double
Dips away.
swing.
Gonna make them work for their dinner. And there's no easy kills coming in here for Koi.
30 seconds
Yeah, and what's happening though is that we're seeing Liquid right now. They have to back up, and they're giving so much space and respect. They have to give this space and respect. But what that means is over on A side, it's just Nats there between them and the site. If they're able to get into Nats, kill him, and get the spike planted, that's a really good eco round.
10 seconds. Can they cause any sort of chaos? Maybe a plant? The plant is going to go in. And 1 kill to boot. That's about it. I mean, it's not ideal. Nats handled the pressure well. Diffuse going to come in. I mean, but as I said, for Koi, they weren't expecting wonders. They weren't expecting miracles. It was more just get a grip of the map.
Koi
see
are
what they can
lost.
work
I
out,
mean, they're
see what
lost
they
in
can
that
pressure,
round.
if
They
can
have
do
no
some
chance,
economic
but we'll see in
damage
this
towards
next one. I mean, I
Yeah,
wasn't.
we're forcing out a couple of
I have my
repurchases of armor.
big
We
worries
took
about
out
Koi,
Nats, we got
and
the
I have
spike
big
plant, we
worries
got
about
the
Liquid
orb
as
for
well.
gaming
But I
as
think the
well.
Liquid
So
are at
all
least
things considered,
solid.
Things are going decently well for an eco round. You
I
can't
think
really
that
ask for too much
Koi
there.
are-
And right now they're just building towards their economy and their ultimate economy. And this is going to be
No.
one of the bigger rounds of the half because we're getting really close to some ultimates, namely the Fade's ulti. And
What
if
has happened to
Koi
Hypok, though?
gets
Is he
that
doing something else?
early into the half and are able to swing some rounds
Is he
because
just
of it,
out on
I
it
think
on
that's gonna be
EMEA?
really scary for Liquid here because Split, you need as many defense rounds as possible.
Absolutely. And again, I'm kind of eyes on Liquid here as well, just to see if they have something in mind on this kind of, you know, bonus round that they're left on. A little bit of a repurchase here and there, but Nats didn't particularly invest heavily. So again, trying to keep that money building in the best way possible.
I'm really liking what Liquid did here at the start. They put the pressure over towards.
I'm
mid
honestly
early.
surprised we haven't
They
seen teams try and
forced Koi away, and
pick
now
KO
they're regressing
into this
a
Viper
mid-fight.
in
They're
mid.
All 4 people here playing retake A.
Nice stun.
Going into this mid aggression here.
You know, just to like, because a Viper, pretty much everyone puts their Viper like here, or like, you know, close in mid. So I did just feel like if you hit them with a KO knife and then just send it at them, like that's, you're now playing the map very differently to how you were before. Now Nats with a ghost here probably doesn't really have any chance, to be honest. It's a nice smoke for him to cross, but...
Already site going to be cleared, so they know that they can ferry across the spike. That should be going down any second. Looks like that's the case. Any sort of naughtiness
decent
from
round by
Liquid is what we're
Koi.
looking for now. Not a great deal to play
Should
with.
be
Very
pretty easy
tricky
from
to
this
pressure
point.
back in. Still a flash in the dog on Enzo. A little bit of kit, not a great deal.
There.
I like what Liquid's doing.
Yeah.
They're not rushing into anything. They're clearing everything. They clear the vents. They're looking for any lurkers. They're going to clear the ramp together. They know that this round might very well be lost. What they're doing is they're seeing if Koi makes any mistakes, they're going to take their time. If they have an opportunity, they're going to go for it. But at the worst case, it's a bonus round. They don't care. They're just going to
playing
if they make
exits.
all of Koi die to the spike here. That's a win.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You could already see them trying to escape through CT. Enzo going to grab another. That's Scrivino down. And this is actually getting a little bit costly. And again, these are rifles they were losing. Luckily, Shados is a safe pair of hands, but that's just two standing. Make it just one.
He was
What
right
the
there.
fuck is he doing?
He could have gotten away, but he ran back into it.
That's a costly first buy for Movistar Koi. That's going to sting a little bit. They can afford it again, but they lose that nice buffer they could have built.
Yeah, I mean, getting the round's good. Getting a buffer is nicer. We're about to start seeing ultis unlock, especially if we start seeing them going for either of the orbs. So we might see like an A main or a B main control the start of the round, get that orb, they'll get that ulti online with a kill or with a spike plant. So that's going to be something that I'm looking forward to here to see how they kind of do this push-pull. And they're starting split. They're getting the Viper set up on A. That aggressive lurk, they're going to find out where Nats has been playing. But what I like about Liquid is they've done a different setup every round, and they haven't been doing something like super aggressive every round. They've been changing it up enough though that they can kind of have this first stage, this first phase of what's going to happen. Then when Koi does something, okay, we're going to do this other thing. So right now we're seeing this push into B main. They're going to have all the info here that hey, nothing's going on over here. Here's the timing on the Omen. They're going to be posted up, and by the time that Garbino peeks out again.
But how much information do they get from that? Again, it is a play for control. They do get to kind of put the banner towards B main, make them work if they want to try and retake that space. But you can already see the lean. They're starting to go.
I am not 4'2".
This has been a pressure point. This is not subtle. And two players will be in response. Mystic being one, Nats the other. Already see the drift coming through from Yampy as well, considering is it time to now put a lot more stock into this, and it looks like that may be the case. Again,
where's my remote for this?
Nats play. Oh my god. What just happened? Camo's gonna find two. And that is a
good old Liquid trolling.
It's rare to see that from Nats. Really
Whoa,
unexpected.
Camo.
Enzo is almost played out of this round. It's gonna require a 1v3.
Crazy.
Incredibly difficult. Plant being put down now. Garbino just lost somewhere in the map, basically. He can't pin these players down. It's time to look for a save here. What the hell just happened?
Okay, whilst they save, I'm looking for my
round where you do so many things
treadmill
right,
remote.
and it still doesn't work out. You still lose the round. So what did we see that was right from Team Liquid? Well, they got the aggression onto B main. They took it on the timing once Koi started putting pressure on mid. They got the info on the Omen. They had a really good setup towards A ramp, where basically all this aggression towards B and B heaven is going to funnel all of the Movistar's Koi players through the vents into A heaven, and that's where Cypher and Omen are playing together. They're not playing one site, one heaven.
I'm
They're not,
fucking blind. It was literally
like
right
They're
in
not trying to
front
hold
of
the
me.
site even. They're just trying to lock down one specific area, and that's A heaven. And if Nats gets that kill, it's like we're having a completely different conversation.
EMEA
so
sent
I think
me
the setup in itself was good, and I think we're seeing a
They sent me a mouse.
Liquid.
Mouse
it does look like it, right?
Yeah.
But it almost stings a little because you're still staring at a 2-2 scoreline.
Yeah.
Because this one moment, I don't know if he thought he had the kill.
No, he definitely thought he had the kill there.
Again, but it's so rare to see that.
They sent me a mouse mat and a shirt.
Right?
I'll show you the
he's
shirt
normally
tomorrow.
Your kind of like rock solid player, makes few mistakes, and seeing that happen early is a little unfortunate. Hopefully they don't.
Now the treadmill will not be
faith
going
in the
faster.
idea, because the
in
concept
fact, I'm
is
going to
good.
delete
It's
that
just, as I
fucking
said,
thing.
That one mistake can cost you here. And
I'll
Koi
walk
gonna
at my
learn
own
that. That's a chance
speed.
to rebuild. Get the buffer back. They are now so close to some of those key ultimates coming online as well. That's massive for them.
Wait.
Another new setup.
Why
here
does this
for
happen?
The defense side of
Is my mic okay?
Liquid. But with just the one Phantom, they're really trying to leverage that right now. So they're playing a 2-1-2 setup here.
Is that okay?
And as soon as they get
What's
info
my
on the
current shirt? My
extremities,
current shirt is a
that
game
moving
changer
to the
shirt
middle,
that I
they
also
know
got
that
sent, to be
action
fair.
is going to be at the middle, and they want to be there, ready to fight with the flash, with the Phantom, with
Is the
maybe
mic
even
still
popping a
okay?
Raze rocket here.
Keeps
Good
making
data
little
from Koi, though.
why
Yeah,
muted
Koi
stream?
Managing to evade past the paranoia being posted. Enzo did take a swing, so they should be able to start identifying where that one rifle is. Not fully aware of the rest, obviously, you see what they've gone for.
Okay.
But I mean,
You're
the
still
money's
saying the
also
mic is
quite
okay,
low.
so I'm going to
At this
assume
point,
it's
they're already
still
starting to
okay.
peel away. Koi having to respect this. Again, they did lose B main control
Okay.
early. That adjusted setup.
Let's
could be
get
quite
some
telling here.
trolling!
The camera does get removed, which does give
How
Nats
will
at
Liquid
least an
lose
idea,
this
but they've got a lot
game?
of time. They're down to about 40 seconds now for Koi. Looking for that re-hit. They still have a lot of utility to play with.
I disagree
And
with
now middle control.
This is a bit tough. They took a read. They did a gamble stack on A. And
Koi?
that's a good call, like making a call, just
30 seconds
picking
left.
the 50-50. You might catch them. They might go into you, and that's exactly what you want. But the rifle's not with them right now. The rifle was trying to solo
Let me
the
just
B-site.
unplug the
So
mic
here
and plug
comes
it back
the
in.
hit.
Do they get any benefits? Camo
Hopefully that
already gonna clear
works.
Mystic.
There's still two
There are
on
still two
site.
players here. Another spotted and another taken down. The gamble stack not really working out, as they did lose Enzo in the meantime, so that's a rifle
Okay,
gone
they did
and
pretty well in
cleared
the end.
Cleanly. Koi
I redeemed.
navigating this space very well.
Yeah, and I think
Mike doing
Koi
this
on that round for having the understanding of the awareness that they need to do a pump set at middle. They didn't go straight into a trap. They didn't go and just say like, okay, the first time we use an ability, we're going up here. They did a breach flash into vents. They threw up a fade eye. They used a prowler even, and they didn't go with that. They were just waiting to see what the reaction was because Team Liquid.
Okay, I can cast around.
If they're on eco,
I can cast a bloody round.
They don't have the money for the
whilst I'm walking.
So they basically once they see anything happen, they have to act on that. So they get triggered, and
okay, here we go. Shut up, Steel. Welcome to the TMV cast. It's the first one of EMEA. It's a great brewing up that will just add to it all. Is it gone? Am I here? Or not? Am I alive? The microphone? Is it here? Let me check if it's that first. Let me check. Is it that? Is it this thing? Let's see. Does it go out if I just carry on doing this? Is it the walking with this? Let me just keep doing this. And does it work now? I can't hear anything now. But if it's okay, so that means that it's this. That means my headphones causing it to come out. Okay, so if it's not this, great cast by the way, as Koi are up 4-2. Here's Shadow with the kill. Shadow, what a play. Here we go. 1v4. Kiko gonna save. Koi are going to beat Liquid. Liquid are trash. Oh no, it's over. Okay. Right, let me try it. I can cast the next round if you want, and it shouldn't go out as long as I don't do that. We'll cast the next one. It's fine. You'll just have no sound for a bit. And deal with it. I guess I can turn it back on for now.
I don't want to like hold my breath right now and be like, oh my god, is this like a new revamped team?
Right, so it's based off this.
This is what we come to
so
expect
this is putting it out,
on their attacks.
probably because it's swinging about.
That they have to their attack.
So I need to make sure that it's not swinging
They're
about.
doing some misdirection, some
So I need to put it around my neck as much as possible, I would say.
B. They're keeping
Or
a lot
like
of map
tape
control,
it
and they
down
understand
together.
now that Liquid's trying to be aggressive and get in their faces. And right here, we saw them punish it with this nice
Maybe if I
regroup.
wrap it around something.
Didn't like what I saw from Liquid there is that Mystic came all the way from A all the way to B, but he just kind of like started standing around, like walking around with no real purpose or
Wrapping it
direction
around
there.
my neck
I think if he was
doesn't
able to
sound
get
like
closer to
great.
B main earlier, maybe he could have used like, his Omen Flash to get into market to help
I
keep
wrap
Nats
it
alive there.
around my monitor.
They're back.
Back again. But I'm looking at the ults as well now. This is going to start adding another layer to this
And then
that Koi
go
gets to
for it.
depend on, right? They've got some very key ults.
Hopefully now,
last round invested
it's
and they've really
stable,
gone to, you know,
so
the way
it
he
doesn't
wants to
cut
bet.
out,
Again,
is what he's
Purchase
hoping.
Bulldogs, still a couple of
But is
rifles
he
coming out.
right?
Got enough to fashion a buy here.
I don't know.
Not missing too much kit and looking to maybe playing Kiko on
Let's
this.
try it again. Okay, let's cast this round as we get Kyo with a kill on Shadow straight away. And it's a good start for Liquid. Finally, they get into a round. They do just have a bye, but look at their eco. It's not very good. They need to win this round. Need to win it. But what can Koi do now without Shadow, without their IGL? It could be tough. The flash comes round. It does hit them. So now, good information for Team Liquid. They smoke off B main. What do you think of this situation now, Mr. Artis? Bro, you don't want to be on Team Liquid, bro, no, Team Liquid are a cursed team, bro, they're a cursed team, bro, the Razor comes out, come on, kills him with the nade, he kills him with the nade, bolts his ults out, the Viper's pick comes in, Liquid, bro, how has he died to a nade? And now it's a 3v4 with such little util to use, no flash, nothing, into a Viper's pit. As long as Shados doesn't die to spam, I mean, Camo's very low, he could die to a spam, but it's gonna be tough. Are they even gonna go for it? Is it gonna be another Liquid save? They're just spamming endlessly, hoping, and they're gonna save. They're just gonna try and save the op and run away. Run, run, run away, Mr. Liquid. Away you go. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Shanghai hopes for Liquid. Bye-bye, playoffs. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Got out, they were able to reset, everything looked so good to them, and then here comes the fade ulti into the site, the full hit from Koi, and what happens? Team Liquid lose 2 right there on the entry, and
how's he died to a nade?
So it was like, what are we doing? Like,
he got
an advantage. We know like all these ultis are coming.
He got hit by the fatal.
This type of situation where we could get punished for this. Okay. Okay.
Do you not love the Barbal cam?
Timeout.
Pardon me?
Do you not like Barbal's cam?
No, I love the camera, but I don't know, I'm not sure about the noises that were coming out of the mouth.
Well, hey, it's working. 5-2. All right, that's how you beat Liquid.
Yeah, well, I mean that's part of how you beat Liquid.
What do you mean that's how you beat Liquid? Anything beats Liquid.
This is just a kind of look back almost on that last season. A lot of the key things still looking good for Koi.
Yes.
Now, unfortunately, in my mind, Team Liquid did look good initially. They came in
Give you
with
with all
ideas,
due
a
respect.
couple of competent
Isn't it
ways to
all
make it
due
work.
respect?
There were some
Not
unfortunate
due
rounds, to be
respect.
fair, but again, there were also
You've
player
lost your
mistakes that opened
charm.
up that opportunity. Nats going down at ramp, right? Repeat that round, he may get that
You
kill
think
every
Nats
single
deserves
time afterwards,
better?
But it is what it is. It's how it
Look,
works.
he decided to go to
Yampy
Team
getting
Liquid.
caught
He
in the
signed that
arms well in the middle.
contract.
Some of these key
That's on him.
rounds slipping away has now pumped the brakes. Liquid going to call the timeout. I don't know what the adjustment is though. What do you say in this instance?
Team Liquid is
If I'm the
100
coach
Thieves in
there
a
or
different
the IGL,
font.
I'm probably saying like, guys, we have like the right idea. It's our execution of the ideas that are being a problem right now. So we got the opening pick on this other round, and then we give it up afterwards because we're getting site exec on and we're trying to hold the site. We don't need to hold the site. Let's stick to the game plan. Yampy, why are we peeking out with our ulti there when we know they're going to spam as soon as we pop the ulti? Just wait a few seconds. Like all of the ideas, everything is going well. Just stick to the plan and we'll be okay.
So Mystic on his own, they do force a buy.
And it looks like, a quick evacuation of the site. If they are
just playing full retake this time.
I mean, you can already look
Full
at the site
retake
itself.
against
There's so much pressure here.
Viper.
Camo going to be clearing all the way up.
They're going to go for a flank though.
Seeker's going to be
Watch
coming
your eye on
through. This should
Yampy.
force Camo away. Going to give away the game, but it does eventually fall back. This should be the springboard towards the site.
Koi
Spikes
has the
planted
breach ulti,
5v5. They
though,
don't
as
go
a
for any
post-plan.
flank.
And that's going to be really scary for Liquid. They know that as soon as they start trying to do something, it's going to come out. They can't all get caught by it.
They got a breach ult as well? What are we doing?
First bit of contact comes in, but
We got
Koi
no
clearing
chance.
out,
They
still
just...
leaving a couple of players here to
I mean,
capture
why
on
did
the
they
ball.
even use
By
it?
the time, yes, Mystic wins out, but they're already down to 2. One being the operator. Looks like another
Jesus
round
Christ.
that Liquid are going to have to fall away from. Koi, these site takes are great. To be fair, they're great. They're looking well-rounded, but there's nothing beyond expectation. They are playing a good game, but Liquid need to get a grip on this now because the game's about to start falling away. Nice shot, but it doesn't really matter. Rifle gone. And at this point, there's financial reasons to chase.
Yes.
That's not good.
That's not good at all. And just
Jesus
looking at Team Liquid
Christ.
here, it's slipping away from them a little bit. Like round by round, it's slipping. And I have to go back to the point that it's not too far gone, but what we see.
I
from
might just
Koi
go
was
into
pretty
Sliggy's
brilliant,
chat and just
actually.
say,
we saw a pace change.
this team
Usually
is
they've
ass.
been kind of like slowly working towards an extremity, maybe setting up the Viper Shadows to cross
Like,
a
what
ramp,
are we
maybe
doing,
the
man?
Fade Prowler to help it
What
set
are they
them up.
doing?
And then as soon as they do that, they go into middle, but they don't do anything right away with middle. They usually go back and re-clear the
banned.
extremity first.
I would get
So
banned, you're
Liquid's
right.
just taking a gamble that they're not going to do anything quick, and then what Koi does is they just walk up B main, they run into the site for free because Team Liquid's playing the retake. They're not
Like,
expecting
what-
that.
Yeah. Their
plans are just...
This is going to be now an uphill struggle, of course.
Like, their
Liquid
plan
have to
doesn't make any
respect
sense
the
against a
financial
breach ult.
position they're in,
And
opting for
Koi
just
feels so
shares.
confident.
I mean,
They don't need to get the breach ult.
It's just one at this point, and
I mean,
that's about it. So
why did Koi even use their
we need
breach
to
ult when
figure
they
this
got...
out
I guess
fast,
the,
otherwise Koi gonna just start
the
walking
timing
away
was a
with
bit
this
weird.
game.
I guess he used
Credit
it
to
just
Koi
as.
playing well, but as I said, those opportunities
They
between
feel
the
like,
fingertips here for
oh...
Liquid.
I mean,
I
this
wonder,
round,
with
they
that
got
info
obviously
that there's
pistols, so we're
player
not
event,
expecting
are they
much.
going to
They're just
pump
going for a
again
mid
like they did
push.
in the previous round and just throw a flash, throw anything
Koi
to
maybe
find
a bit
out,
suspicious.
hey, Team Liquid still here? If they are, maybe we see the Sky Flash and the Raise Nade coming out right away, and then we can
Even
just
like
let
little
flank to the other
things. This
side.
is another
And
thing
right
that
now,
I
we
don't
saw
get the
that
teams do,
disengagement
right?
from Koi.
Why are
They
you
kinda
one-waying
leave out
this
middle. They let
when you want them to
Team Liquid
come
take
up?
a peek, see nothing. Now Team Liquid's moving
And
around
now
the
you
spot.
move away?
Honestly,
And
so
now
many
Koi
good
got it.
things
This is
from
good by
right
Koi,
now.
to be fair.
This is actually very impressive to witness. Feeling the pace of
And
the
the
game
camera
perfectly.
sees
Kinda
nothing
got
B
Liquid
main, so they
wrapped
just
around their little
run to
finger.
A. Now, which way did Koi
And
go?
they're gonna
Because
hit
they might
this.
come to A.
That is audible. They're going to note the rotation towards that A side.
I don't think they have heard them. I
made a
think they've just
misread. I
guessed,
mean,
but
if you're
got
Liquid,
right.
you do have to take a gamble. There is part of that, but again, you got to give credit here to Koi. This wasn't just a random.
20 seconds
bit of luck.
left. Liquid
They've
haven't
done
heard
a
anything,
middle,
so
that
yeah,
kind
they're
of,
gonna
as
be.
you said, that quiet disengage, falling away, letting them re-clear, seeing
Hello?
nothing, and then going
it's
for the
back.
gamble stack on A. And to be fair, in one of the previous rounds, Koi did go for that A hit as well.
Surely
so
they can afford
maybe an
singers?
educated
Yeah,
guess,
that's
but
true. It looks like
credit
they're
to Koi
going
in
for
this,
a bit of
reading
a
it and
GE
really
idea,
playing
which
this
I
to the
don't
best
love,
of their
but
capability.
it is what it
At this
is.
point, what are you meant to do?
It's like that martial arts stuff where you kind of like use your
If I'm Liquid GM, I'm firing everyone, buying out Cloud, and then buying the entire Chippy Chappers roster, except their info player. Who's that info player, Elevate?
Pushing for info.
What kind of info are you talking
What they're
about?
doing is, hey, you're going to do this. I understand that. So I'm going to let you clear it. Think that it's clear. You're going to over-rotate, overreact to the other site, and then we're going to be able to like walk into a free site.
Yep. And even this gets messy again. Keep in mind the
I mean,
finances
they
behind
have,
Koi are very
yeah,
robust.
they've got so much
yes,
money.
Liquid will take it, but it's not really, going to matter in this point. Koi, comfortable. 7 rounds to their name after what looked like a great start from Liquid. A lot of key things.
Liquid needs to import FNS. Now that would go hard. Would FNS move?
All of the stuff you tick the box for.
Would FNS move to EMEA?
Yeah.
And it's not recovered since. I don't really know what Liquid can do at this point. It comes down to the players now, as you said, kind of executing the plan, keeping that in mind. This is a huge chance for them. They have, I mean, 1 ults there, and it's not particularly fantastic. Mystic, the only one with it online at this point. Same to be said on the other side, but still, nothing key to change the outcome.
It doesn't matter, because last time they had ultis, Yampi instantly died after popping his ulti, and Kiko popped his Raze Rocket and just used it as a zoning ulti until he got grenaded down at the sidewalk. So it doesn't really matter that much. Sorry,
I'm hearing your depression starting.
But, I mean, we need to see better ulti economy from I would say, both teams.
See, now, the thing is about the vault save that Liquid did, I don't mind it early in a half if we're doing it to go full light shields, and then we can just buy no matter what. I think that's really the only way it makes sense. Now, with the way it's ended up, maybe it makes some sense, but... Just ult into the smoke and we didn't hear it? What? Peck pause!
It leaves Nats on Island. Does have support from CT and a great shot. Going to alleviate some of that pressure coming through, but now Nats goes re-exploring. This time he's got it.
Lucky,
Clears out
lucky,
Camo and now
lucky.
controls the space. Spike now left in a bit of a predicament as well. But again, look at this positioning from Koi. They're in CT. This could be a re-clear. It's almost a switch of sides at this point.
It's a very weird round.
No paranoid to play with, maybe waiting on
You
the spot
want
to come back
Shados
around,
to be the one to get a kill, really.
TP.
Yeah, I think he was going to grab the spike with that.
I don't think that was a good enough trade here. Now down to a 2v2. They've got to know that Nats was still around by sight. That's not a surprise. I don't know if they've had contact on
2v2,
Yampi yet.
bro, go get the...
Probably. But what can Shadow and Shados do? Nats goes walking and gets the timing just right. Spike does go back to hand, but with 15 seconds, it's limited options here for Shadow and Yampi. Was catching the cross.
Liquid finally got around.
Liquid.
Did they win the pistol,
levying
Liquid?
the
I
score
think
a
they
little
did.
bit here, bringing back to touch. That was a
Am I
nice
even
sign-off.
reading the
Yeah,
YouTube
that was
chat?
actually pretty cool. I thought that
Yanfei
was
Asfa.
super sketchy. I was
Don't
actually
doubt
a little
me.
bit nervous. It almost looked for a second like he flicked off that kill and was like, oh, I have this. And then, oh, wait, no, it was like the
I was
fake,
worried for
the
it to
fake
happen
clear,
again.
right?
Yeah.
But I think that push into screens there by Liquid, it was actually smart. And the reason why is because they identified that Omen had his ulti up. So what was going to happen if they just sat around
they got
A
an AWP
side
again.
is Koi could have gone to B, had the Omen do his ultimate, pick up the spike, and then plant on B for a free site. So Liquid's like, oh, we can't let this happen, so we're gonna like get out of the site, we're gonna take some space, we're gonna try to fight them. We know they're in spawn, let's go take this fight, because if we don't, we've lost.
Okay.
Maybe that's
Koi
enough
playing
to
very
bring a
slow.
little fire
The old
back to
classic
Liquid
Koi.
here. Enzo, looking to potentially playing Kiko again. Saw that work
Not
quite
much
well on the
information
B side
given
before.
away, but with this up here,
Opting for the angle for now. Not going to explore too far, but he's got plenty of targets.
they're gonna fade. If they
Yeah,
fade
he
Prowler,
knows
they're
that the
good.
Viper
If
usually
not,
starts here, and
they're
the
in
Viper
trouble.
usually gets set up. But he doesn't bite too much. Not this time.
Oh.
Camo, got to be careful. Down to 30. Speaking of ults, there we go.
Thank
That's
God,
not
Sakto,
bad.
then the
Beat
ult
already
back
there.
sight.
Takes down Kiko and opens up an opportunity.
Yeah, I think that's
to
3.
Shuts it. 3 back to back, bringing it into a favorable situation for Liquid. Heroics from him. And it's all Gravino. But a 1v2, he's got time.
They know where he is.
But he's got a lot of targets to clear.
Okay, Yampi with a
207.
save round.
It's worked for Mystic.
Fucking hell.
But credit
Nice
that round
omen,
to Yampi.
though.
I mean, he found 3 there to turn that back around.
Yeah, that's an angle that you love to have the Phantom on. But when we were sitting there looking at the 2-6 scoreline, I was thinking to myself, Liquid need to get at least 4 rounds here to be comfortable going into the second half. They have 4 with the potential to get 5 right now. So without trying to jinx anything, you know, we might have a game on our hands here. But we're so close.
Do I
to so
trust
many
Liquid's
different
attack
ultis here.
side though?
We're,
Not really.
We're getting like 2 off of the Fade ulti. We're getting 1 off the Rocket for.
Okay, well,
Hammer,
1 off Razor.
On the flip side of it, we're a couple off of well, we're 1 off Yumpy's ult. See if he can get any value with that this time.
So
Shadow's 2 off. Snogso 2 off.
Still going to get away without revealing the operator, but I mean, it's still relatively telling. Again, trying to patrol towards middle, keep some of this control. I know Koi have been identifying this as a place that they like to pressure. This has been a pressure point. You can see that Shadow
During League of Legends,
utility,
EU stage has best of 1. Do you think it should be the norm in boarding regions like EU?
Still on either side of the map, so looking like they do.
No,
want to
I
put
don't like
pressure
BO1s.
towards mid. This should be.
Drop it.
I'd prefer single. Oh, you lost that! Camo gets ult.
Gonna find it, and that's a problem now. Mid looking far more
I can
vulnerable.
just do a BX with Razor.
Plenty more options. Had to use a little bit of utility to clear through, but they're still gonna be happy enough. And this is a problem. Yampy, no way! Mystic went down, and
But they
Yampy
get him, and they got the
survived,
one with the Razor
Survivor's Guild
too.
was
So
enough.
now,
Eventually, Shadow's gonna find him, but it's Nats and Enzo with a late
oh, Shader's kills.
through middle, and Shados all too aware of that.
You know where Nats
Leaving
is
who's
probably.
normally on that A
Shadow.
side.
I mean, you can get
behind the
ult with
curve.
Orb.
You don't need to have that much awareness to deal with someone shooting like that, though.
A lot of respect, but
30 seconds left.
Again, sights theirs. Nats can quietly come over here, but he's found. It was
okay. Koi get
a
it.
feeble attempt at the end there. I mean, it felt like it was all based around that operator finding value. As soon as it doesn't, it crumbled.
Yeah, I think they had a lot of good things going there. Getting the
You get shot, you lose the round.
Miracle, thanks for the 9 months.
With the Skies info.
Love the
on
YouTube
the dog
streams.
with
Also welcome to 100T disappointment train.
I can't wait.
It's the Sky setting up the
Now after this map, I'm gonna need to go and make
direct
some
info
food.
or
I think.
indirect info. Oh,
Just
the Sky
like
sees
some
people outside
sandwiches.
A. Okay, you can
Guys,
get the
let's
deep line
go.
at B. Okay, you're going to move up with the dog and peek behind it. So I think that Liquid had some pretty good ideas there, but it just fell short on too many
My
different
goodness.
occasions. Missed op shot in that last round, for example. A couple, a few rounds before that.
Okay, Koi
they
with
got
an
executed on
kind
at
of
B site.
retake-ish
They weren't
wall
able to get
here.
off the site. They did so many things well, but it's always the coordination, the execution where they fall short.
And now this is the
See
telling
Liquid's
point.
attack
This is
side.
a
We're starting
test.
with a
Is
default
4 enough?
pistol.
Again, you've got to almost argue the pistol is paramount
Trying to
to
like
their
almost
success too.
fake as if to be
It's so
aggressive.
hard to be so
And then they
uphill,
try
and
to go for
Sansa
this
trying to be
paper X
so
idea where you
audacious at
pinch
the
on
beginning.
ramp.
Swings
Man,
out
this
and finds
should
the
really
pointy end of
work
the
for
stick.
Koi. Like this idea should have been.
Quite
They should
key
get this
aggressive
kill.
in this. I mean, they do have rounds
Okay,
to play
it's a
with,
3v3.
and they have cleared one. But again, you look on the other side of the map, the spike should be going down. We are in a 3v3.
I mean, Koi kind of had the perfect idea for this. Oh, Enzo.
Enzo's position. Feast or famine.
Should
Let's
be
get
Liquid's
what he
round
wants
now.
From this. Do they even clear it? They're considering it. They absolutely do. But Enzo
Nice from Liquid.
succeeds. Big work from Enzo there. And that's going to give Team Liquid a chance in this.
And I think one thing that we're going to see from
Not much
this
for your
map
new
is
game,
also
chat.
how Liquid's going to probably go into their
The
set.
chat
Split and Ascent can
does
play
not
a very
exist.
similar style in some weird, obscure
The
way on their
walking
attack side,
exists.
right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we're going to see that, though. We saw...
I'm now on a health kick. It's
emphasis
health kick
towards
time.
A, and then what that actually does is
You know?
it sets up the two-man B-walk with the spike.
When
and then
April
the, you know,
comes,
the
the clocks
players
change
get to kind of,
forward,
like, trickle around
things
and be
become
like,
sunny
there's like
again.
3 or 4 different lurkers every
And
round for this
I'm
team.
going for that
so
beach
I think
bot.
that's what we're going to see them kind of emphasize a lot on this map and Ascent on their attacks.
Okay, double pistol for Liquid.
Koi not really slowing down on the aggression, putting high priority towards B main control. Gonna get
My
the ult,
microphone
but
just
gonna lose out on one on the way.
died again, I
Yeah,
think.
they are working with
But I'm back.
classics, and that's about it. So not really looking for too much here. Already probably got what they wanted, at least with the ult orb. Can they do some more damage though? Potentially force a little bit more of a repurchase for Liquid.
What do you think is the problem with
Plenty of
Apex?
players on the
That
right
it's
side
so
for now, at least,
dominating, yet they're serial
Liquid
chokers. So
continue
this
on this
idea
path.
of people choking, I think is really funny. Because, like, you're looking at a
Like,
sample
Liquid
size of
right now
3.
is- they
And in
can do a
sample
good job of
sizes
this
of
on
3,
defense, was getting an advantage and then keeping that advantage. And
like,
I think right now
anything
that's
can
what they're
happen.
trying to focus on and let Koi kind of make the next mistake. And this is something that Koi did really well against Liquid in the first half. And it's
If they
another
get
thing
to,
that,
like...
you know, is Koi going to bite? Are they going to over-rotate? Are they going to peek for info and then run into Team Liquid right now? And it looks like that's actually happening.
If they get to, like,
being rewarded for their patience here.
8 finals and they haven't
Starts
won
with
one,
middle
I'd then
there
be
is
like,
a lot of
okay.
players on this side, but again, weapon should outdo it, and it does. Team Liquid
Didn't happen for
very
so
well
long, and
approached,
now it
very
is.
well rounded. This looks good. This could be a game on our hands now, right? Like we're getting to the point where the scoreline doesn't look as egregious. You start forgetting some of the issues from that first half. You think, oh, 6-8, we've got a game on, but Again, this does come back to, does Koi then have those
Like,
adjustments
if
we
they
were
start
looking
losing,
through?
if they keep
I guess
losing
from
and
regular
losing and
series,
losing and
came
losing,
from
then I'll
previous
say
season.
they're chokers.
Have they
But
done the work we were
I mean, looking at
for
sample
here?
size of
Does Liquid have the
3,
capability to keep doing this? Again, this is similar to
They
the
aren't
start of the
chokers,
first half
they're
too,
just-
so can't read too much into
just
it
lost
yet.
3.
But this is the bonus round. I mean, maybe could be.
And like for me, in the first
thing with
one
what we saw
at
kickoff between
Copenhagen,
these two teams against each other
I
was
think you
that
could just make the
the
argument that
matches always
FPX
went
were
the
the better
distance,
team
but
all
the
along.
problem with Liquid was they weren't all showing up. It was only like one person showing up. The rounds where everyone showed up,
Why is
they
that?
played well. And right now,
You know, because
we're
as soon as
seeing
they got
a
Sugetsu,
lot
they
of
were
Liquid
just good.
showing up. It's not just one player here or there. It's like
Do I check the
everyone's
YouTube
kind of showing up.
comments?
You know, a couple of bad missed shots from.
No, I check
Joe
everyone's
Johnson
but
that one round.
yours.
That was a pretty pivotal round that probably cost a couple of rounds. But it's like they're all kind of they're not really overheating except for that Yampi one round, for example.
Not the ideal start for Kiko
They
there.
walked up
Looking
with
to
the
pressure
wall,
towards
but-
Heaven early, but they have managed to slip the net a touch. Yampi in a position deeper towards a Cubby on the back of B, but again, let's see if Koi are even considering this. The paranoia just around the corner is actually going to clip towards Nets,
Oh
but it
my
plays in
God,
Yampi.
Koi,
A
what
little
are
bit
we
of a surprise there, creeping up with the wall. Yampi again looking to reaggress. Nice timing from Mystic to swing. That's lovely coordination between the two, but it's still Shadow and Starzo. There is still pressure in this, and there are 2 rifles up for grabs. They've got a couple of upgrades here as well.
Okay, Liquid.
Mystic
Maybe
makes the
they
most
aren't
of his.
over.
This is ideal. This is a fantastic round. As Darkzo, his options are done here. I don't think you get to play back into this.
No, when you're against a bonus round like this
What
and
about
you're in a
Reykjavik?
1
What
versus
about
3,
Reykjavik?
you
They didn't
have
make
to
the
save
final.
that.
You're out.
You got to, because like we're getting really close to an Enzo ulti, for example. But the thing that I really liked here is, and it's something that we should point out about, you know, if you just look at something by the numbers and just look only at the stats, right there, it's like Kiko went out mid, he died, but he got a lot of info, created a lot of space, and that let his teammates walk out onto B site. Nats got all the way to the back, or Yampi got all the way to the back of the site there, and then what happened is they dropped the wall and they're able to have
It's
this
like a walk-in
crossfire.
already.
Koi's getting pinched from 2 different angles. They let the B walk
Maybe
out
it's just
happen,
this map.
and it was all on the backs of like Kiko's sacrifice, basically. He didn't get to get any kills or rewards or, you know, praise for that. So I'm going to do
Thinking
that right
Man
now for
versus
him.
Moist in 2 hours.
It was an impact at death. That's what I
That
think.
sounds like the most
Are Moist gonna win Ascension
Even in my
or
game,
M8?
I promise you, it's really valuable. I love the way this is just what you've told yourself throughout the years.
It was
But there
7-2,
is
yes.
validity to it. Again, you got to look at the value they just won from that round. It's huge, right? This
Oxygen?
then probably ties up the scoreline. Probably, you know, stranger things have happened, but they have no ults to depend upon for Koi, so they are going to be.
Do you think
coming in
triple
with the
control
sheriffs
will
and
be
that one
played?
remaining
No,
rifle
not really,
that
because it's
Starkzo
just
managed
it
to get
gets a
away
bit
with.
redundant
But
at a
beyond that,
certain
this
point.
should now be, I don't want to say a walk in the park, but this is Liquid probably closing the gap.
I was thinking of cooking with quadruple
Worried
initiator though.
about this though, but how much does Starkzo
What do you
get?
think of Omen,
Chomping
Gecko,
at the bit here, and the
Sova,
reveal is
KO,
dangerous.
Fade?
Starkzo, can he live? Can he survive? He's still here. He's got to back away from this. Already finding value is great. You don't need to overdo this one. Nat's looking to try
Sounds
and
like a good
even
comp.
the odds, but this is so dangerous from both sides.
Sova and Fade is
We're gonna
ridiculous.
see this actual
Ridiculously
big
good, I agree.
Activation happening coming through the vents. They're going to be able to get the crossfire and the backstep onto A Heaven here.
Yampi, yeah, beautiful work. The timing was excellent. You saw the pause over towards
Okay,
May,
we're gonna get
waiting
8-8,
for them
probably
to
a
clear
timeout
through
Koi,
from
I would
Heaven.
suspect.
It's a great recovery from Liquid after there was genuine threat and danger. The last player remaining, Gravino, not going to have any play this round. Very well maintained by Liquid.
Stop
there.
putting
You
this
can see
idea
the
into the
idea from
global
Koi,
goal
but
player minds
again,
of your
that pressure in
viewers.
Heaven clearing back through, not falling too
But
foul.
no, I'm trying to put it into
I guess
your
an
head so
attempt
that you
towards
can
May.
finally win
Yeah, and I
something.
think one of the things that, well, I had a few things written down for Team Liquid here, and part of it was like what their strengths were was their individual skill, their aggression, their confidence. Their weaknesses was overheating and coordination, and especially it's the coordination on their attack side because they rely on the individual
kill
skill
me
so
now.
much, and because they rely on setting up lurkers.
Kill me now.
Kind of. Just getting
Okay, I'm
people
just gonna
inserted
quickly
into
get a
really key
snack
spots,
during this
it's
tech
really
pause because I
important that
am
they have
like,
good
you know when you just all of a sudden
so it's
feel
not
like
just enough that
starving?
you have someone inserted,
That's
it's
me
that you
right
have to
now.
kind
I'm
of go at the
starving.
right time. So it's like it's your time, it's like red light, green light, where you have a green light, but your teammate has a red light. And their traditional problem, going back to kickoff, was that, you know, too many people would be going, you know, when they have a red light, and not enough people were going when they had a green light, and it caused like this mismatch of, okay, Yampi's all the way up there, but, you know, these guys are all the way back there, what's going on? But right now, it's looking really good that, you know, as soon as they get a little bit of pressure at A main, they're like, oh wait, they're fighting us right now, they're backed off, oh, you should have some space at middle, go up middle, okay, the middle guys are up, they're in A Heaven, they're fighting, okay, now we reactivate. And I think this is kind of like the change that we expected to see, or hoped to see. Yeah, we hope to see it, I mean, we expected to see it before kickoff started, but, you know, you kind of have to take what you get. And right now, you know, does it look like they used the last month to kind of hone in on this, get to the VOD review, look at kind of what was going wrong and kick off, hey guys, like we're on the right path, but right now what's happening is our coordination and our timings are whack.
Yeah.
We're going, you know, let's fix this. Let's make sure that once we've done our job, we chill, we wait for the next signal to go, and then we go on that signal. We can't just like start going before that signal. And I think we're seeing that paying off right now. Obviously, you know, 8-8 isn't the scoreline that you want to be sitting here talking about when we're praising them. But considering they had such a, you know, deficit in the first half, 2-8 or whatever the scoreline was, that was. They're doing pretty good.
They are. I mean, I think this is marked improvement in areas that were worrying. Again, if we'd come into this game and we're an 8-8, and let's say, I don't know, Nats and Kiko are having a nuts performance, they were just kind of not necessarily hard carrying, but you know that like they're having big impact. It kind of then hides
Okay, I think
all
I
the
need to sit
crimes
down.
and the sins of the actual
I actually
roster.
legitimately
They
thought I was
have
about to be sick.
adjusted throughout the little bit of downtime between kickoff and now.
Like when I got up then and walked out the room, I thought like, oh, am I about to be sick? And I haven't been sick in years.
Some of those issues. So this is all kind of looking.
I don't think I've
like
actually
seeing up to
vomited
they could have
in
fixed some of the problems. I do want to flip
many
I guess the look then towards Koi, because first half looked kind of like we not expected, but again hope to see a similar look where they still looked as confident, comfortable.
Is it kilograms in the UK or pounds? We use.
Now it's like, okay, do they
I
have
vomited at the stadium in Madrid. There's no way FMU did that.
area as well? Because we've seen Liquid kind of tick in the box.
You never caught COVID? I was never sick from COVID.
Now we have to ask the question towards Koi.
I did have COVID. I mean, like actual sick. I was never sick from COVID. Were people sick from COVID?
Didn't listen. Sorry, Alberto. But
like I had a cold.
Investigating, that's why.
You didn't answer kilogram, pounds, DMV. I did answer. It's stone, but some people use kilogram.
Are those key markers there for Koi as well to show that improvement? Because it is a rare treat to get downtime during. You know, if you're a team, if you're.
Wait, did people get like? No, right. Let's right. So when I'm saying did people get sick from COVID, I'm not talking about were they ill. I'm talking about vomiting. I didn't know that. Was that a thing from COVID? No one that I knew did. I didn't know that was a thing. I'm not saying that COVID didn't exist. COVID did exist. And vaccinations work. And you should get them. But, there you go. Typical Wolves fan COVID denier. Not a COVID denier.
Everyone knows what to do.
Do you make flowcharts?
I don't make flowcharts,
Okay,
but like I mean, it's like a more of like a mental, you know, whatever. So when you go into the defense,
what's
side
the tech balls about?
You have to have this individual decision making. You don't have that same flowchart where you have like really clear-cut protocols. And if that
it was horrible. I mean, COVID was the worst illness I've had since I was a child,
like,
really.
Hey, if this is gonna happen,
yeah,
I'm gonna do
because
that.
I got COVID quite early.
Kind of babysit and hold the whole way and kind of
like
micro you,
like before, like any lockdowns or whatever. I got COVID quite early. We didn't know it was COVID at the time, but I later found out that it was.
You're doing your own thing, and you're part of the map, and you're like, oh,
and it hit me like a ton of bricks.
I can suggest something across the map to you, like
the first time.
These are your 3 options. Pick one and do something.
I was not patient zero, no.
The players that are on the other side.
I think he doesn't read YouTube chat, boys.
Don't make the plan in time, or don't execute
He's a comrade. I do.
Fashion, then that's when things fall apart.
I can see all of you.
You know, if you're Koi and you are the coach or
Mr. Dumb, he does. Aziz, Saj.
Looking at what do we need to focus on? Well, our attack game plans are solid right now. We don't really need to focus too much on that. Let's focus on our defense a little bit.
Ryan asked if we were watching Wolves together this week. I can.
Or what are we not doing that's causing us
is the second... Oh, Ryan will know. Is the second... is BLR just wrong, Ryan? And is the second Wolves game on Sunday?
Puzzle-solving skill as an individual on the defending side of those players, right? Like, as you said, on the attack, you
yes?
get the IGL.
Okay.
It's a very clear
that makes more sense. I was quite confused why they would have 2 games on at the same time. It doesn't really make any sense.
This will be quite a test of the individuals and their capability to question, to find out, to find those answers, to get those solutions that they're looking for here.
Yeah, we'll watch the Wolves games. I'm happy to
if you were wondering, so
cheer
hopefully
hard.
the check-in from Barbar, maybe they can come up with a concept that works for him here, but I'm kind of curious at this point, right?
Like, even with this crosshair shooting the camera, chat, I'm like, are you on it, bro? I don't know.
That maybe we liked with Liquid, but can cause
I'm literally watching it like, is that on?
I guess
How does he use that crosshair?
relieve us of any of those worries from that kickoff side, which I think we're being very honest about this, but neither of these teams would have been happy with their kickoff results. I think that's a very obvious sentiment, but still, coming back into this Liquid, be taken towards middle to begin with.
We missed the Viper ult. That's tough.
The issue with
How does he have the
defense
shotgun
here,
crosshair as his
with their
primary?
composition, they don't
That's
have a
good.
sentinel here to get the passive info to kind of like lean on certain places so they can gamble fight and get real value with this breach stun. So right now it's a hit and it's a miss. They don't have a turret to get triggered. They don't have a camera. They don't have trip wires. They don't have alarm bots. Without that, they have to spread out. We see
time.
over on A, the Fade now has
Don't really have much control. We're just gonna come back to B with the wall, which I always feel like,
holding B all by
the
himself
Fade
as well.
Hornet has
So
come here,
all
so
the focus is on middle right now. But again, it's just like they're way too spread apart. They're way too split off.
32
They don't
seconds.
have
This is
any map control,
not a
and
great
it
round for
doesn't matter.
Liquid.
There's 30 seconds left. Here comes the big hit. We do
30
see the Fade
seconds.
get
They
the
got
deep
paranoia.
round of that mid-fight.
They're gonna
So
get
maybe it's
destroyed
gonna
by
be
this
a hit into
paranoia,
the B site,
surely.
and they're gonna have enough people here. You're gonna have to see.
Rubino, this is a lot of pressure in your hands. You got to find a little bit of value, and he does.
And he
Keeper
had to
goes
get that
down.
kill, I
He
think.
holds
This
the
is
line.
nice by
Now
Mystic,
himself
or not
falling back in
now.
From heaven. 13 seconds. Liquid leaving this so late in the day, but Mystic on the bailout, and that's on the follow-up. They need a plant.
Oh.
They need it now. They got to secure this. They got to get it down. Spike's down, but so are the rest of the side. Nat's the only one standing in a 1v1.
Stark's those
Hope gonna
miles
come
away.
through looking like Quake, but already Stark's not going to reveal his position. Going to drop on down, and now there's problems.
Oh! He's back. Nuts is
How
back.
did he get away with that? Oh,
Wow.
That was nasty. That was dirty.
I swear those late rounds always work.
I missed you.
And when they have no right to.
Mike doesn't do this to me. He's, he's so clear cut. He's a good boy. You've come in and just gone, I like it dirty. Nice one.
Well,
Well.
when in Germany. So,
Bergheim later.
I love how, like, so many people would start freaking out with, like, 12 seconds left on the clock, and you're like, oh my god, there's 12 seconds left. It only takes 4 seconds to...
I mean, that's a massive win, though.
Or whatever.
Like, now what? We got Spectre,
So you
Stinger.
don't have to stress out in those situations, and part of the reason why those situations work is that Ori's going to be in positions that they can't really get great fights. They're
Such
gonna be
a guild
sorely
round.
overwhelmed, and they're going to be out of abilities. So Team Liquid...
Oh, good old guild.
One of the things I
Remember
really
guild?
like doing is kind of like these practice drills where it's like, okay, this practice game, we're not going to do anything but hitting in the last 20 seconds just so we can get comfortable with being on low time and being able to still get into the site, get the spike planted, and do all this stuff without freaking out, without overextending, without just like peeing our pants, basically.
Yeah. Are you telling me that scrim bucks aren't as important as everyone makes out? That's crazy.
You should
That's
be playing to get better, not
crazy.
playing to win.
That's
Scrims, yes.
Crazy you said that. Reddit in shambles. Maybe the analyst does too, not ours. NAs. At this point, let's see if any more naughtiness can come out of Koi. I mean, they've done a little bit of damage early on.
Yeah, they're going for this B split. I mean, if
something,
Nats
you know,
dies,
with
they could be in some trouble. What is he doing? There's no way he's just done that.
A bit of a problem here. Gets the TP
Like,
back
Rubinho
away. He's
TP's
got
back?
lovely little upgrade too. Shados now in a key position. Look at this. Playing in so perfectly. They made a mountain out of a molehill, and Mystic and Enzo are in tatters. Enzo looking to try and recover.
I
He
mean,
does well
Spike's
to find
down,
two, but
23
now
seconds,
he's down
stop,
to
so
Mystic.
get fucking
He's gotta
moving.
do so much.
He gets a stun on the breach, gets a spike.
Hello, what is
What
going
are they
on here? This
doing?
is rotten to witness, and Stark's only got a frenzy.
That's the right
11
word for
seconds
it.
ain't a great deal to play with, but you've told me it only takes 4 to plant, so it's not a problem. Mystic now, what do you do with this? You've got to
Now you
commit
jump.
to
You
this
jump
one.
now.
And he does. Oh, dearie me. That is heart-wrenching for Liquid, but you'll take that every day of the week if you're
Jesus
Koi,
Christ.
but
Well, I mean,
mistakes
that's there.
just
He
remain
can't go there. He has to
like a
live.
prime example
Like, if
of
your
the
team is
Liquid
coming
not
in this
kind
way,
of
you
having
don't take the risk. You let them go
happens,
first, and
they
then
go
you
one
join
for one
in.
B main.
You
At
don't
the end of the
go
world, they know
first.
Koi's fighting for B main. What does that mean? It means mid's probably open. So what happens? Liquid moves up mid. 3 of them. They're backstabbing B site. Yes,
Because the thing is, you
open
want
always
any
from
guy, and you've
A
already
over
seen them
to the
pushed
back
up in
of
B
B
main,
site.
right?
But what happens next
So
is
if you're
Nats
coming from
solo
heaven
puts
there,
in B main,
and their
walks
focus is
into
on these
them
guys,
when he knows
you should have a
his
free
teammates
kill
at B
anyway.
heaven, he doesn't have to go
Right,
anywhere.
once you know
All
where
he
they
has
are.
to do is wait
Or,
there and wait to see
if this
his
guy is
teammates
here,
push him.
he might
Cool,
push
he's
into
good.
you.
If they don't push him, cool, his teammates come from the back, and then he can pinch with them in like 5-10 seconds from them. But then he goes out too early, he overheats. And this is the prime Liquid issue that they had all of kickoff. And that's
mean,
what
that's
you
what-
hope to see them fix. So
what
why
he's
is
talking
it
about
so
now.
uncoordinated and disjointed and...
Yeah, that's.
So we've used this wall, which I actually kind of dig.
Kicking themselves too. You know they're sat there and they've seen that and they're just devastated again.
Though I think you could do it
but you
deeper,
don't
but
want it
whatever.
around like that and
How is that not
Wow,
found
how
a
did that
kill?
not find a player? I mean, look at the damage, but it doesn't really matter at this point.
Sky
Heal's
Hills.
gonna come out,
Yep.
yeah. So Enzo being alive even on 6 HP is so valuable. Nats is back to breathing. Starkso trying to catch anyone on the cross, doesn't quite get what he wants here.
They're gonna try and pinch on him? I mean, it would have been a nice idea if they left someone here.
That's exactly why.
Is he gonna come
It's
back?
hard enough as an IGL when that happens. It's like, oh man.
They're just gonna send it A into 3 people.
But at this point, I mean, what do Liquid have here? They've got Heaven control, they've got a little bit of a step towards A, but there is still 3 players here. This is a lot to handle. Mid is out of the question, it looks like, at least.
They're gonna
for
try and
now.
pinch on him?
Maybe they want to test this, but that Viper's Pit is going to be
30
holding. This is
seconds
hard to
left.
clear. Looks like they're going to go back towards this A hit. But the problem is, look at Camera's position. I kind of like this, going late lurking, but again, Nats gets rewarded. That's better. That's what he wanted probably in the previous round, but this patience pays, and now they're rewarded towards Heaven. There's one player on the site.
Shadow's gonna need at least
How
3.
much damage can one man do? These late round hits now starting to become a factor. Shadow trying to buy the time, but gets cleared. They should be fine on the plant. There shouldn't be anything to threaten this. The pit drops in middle.
He just had to
Everything
live.
looking good here for Liquid now. They've stabilized.
I actually quite like the idea to aftershock this.
Stabilization
But
is,
then again, I mean, they can just
it's
run
like one
anywhere
of those
there. But you
things
force
where
them to
it
potentially
sounds
do that.
super obvious and easy to pull off, but it's one of those things where when you're in
So
the
Koi,
moment
I mean, this is going to be an
and
eco
all
for
this
them again,
chaos is happening,
probably.
it's
I
so
mean,
hard for people to
they're going to
realize,
have
like,
3
hey,
guns.
we
Maybe,
can just,
maybe
like,
not. Maybe
even
they
though
will
we're
buy,
kind of, like,
but
out in the open, we can just chill for a second and let things simmer.
they
and then
played so
maybe something
slow,
happens
like
in our way. And
that they
I
just
think one of the
wait.
things that
Basically,
was really
this is
cool
what
about
it feels
Liquid
like.
did
Like
this
the
round
attacking teams are
was
being successful when they
put
just
the
can
pressure
wait,
on the Viper
and
from
the defense team
fence and
makes a
from
mistake.
the bottom of the middle at the same time.
Right?
They were, like, spraying
Like
things
both
up.
these teams have
Because
played
of
very
that,
slow,
it kind of made
and
Koi
here we
think,
saw it,
like,
right?
oh,
Where
hey, like, the Viper's
we're just
getting
walking out
pressured,
on
maybe
our
it's,
own.
they're gonna go towards
We
A.
die.
They gave
Looking
a
for
lot of
info
space
here
towards
because
A,
we just
a lot
gone
of abilities
silent.
were used, and then yeah, Team Liquid was able to move up into the site again. There's, like,
And in
8
reality,
seconds
it's
left as
just
they
like
spray
maybe a
snow.
bit of a
They
lack
got
of
the kill on the
trust
site. They're able to get the plant with like 1 second
for
left.
Koi here,
That's
right?
all
Like
you need.
we've
All
heard
you
a
need is
lot of
1
noise
second.
here.
So
We've
you're
heard
gonna
nothing
bait out
else
this
all round.
utility, which you have to do.
Maybe our Roman could
Nades,
try
there's
and
mollies,
see
there's
what's in B
smokes,
main.
there's
Like if he
stuns,
clears
there's
B
aftershock
main,
splashes, everything. So why not?
we're
like,
in a good
beat it
spot.
out?
They just
It's gonna
don't
take a
like. They
while.
didn't really seem to trust, even with 3 people
Again,
there, that they were going to be able to
18th
hold it.
round just gives me like flashbacks. It's all going to go
And the
wrong
Omen gets
after
caught
that,
kind of
and
like
then just
half
starts, you know,
rotating,
that
but
doubt
not
comes in. This
rotating,
is a
like
really big course
just in
correction.
no man's
Really puts
land.
them right back to believing in the plan for Liquid. For Koi, I'm curious, right? They've only had 1
Okay, they
round
do
on this
buy
half so
in.
far. The scoreline is very forgiving because of that first half, but this is a pressure moment for them now. Their funds are going to be running a little lower. No big ults nearby apart from Starkzo's. I mean, that could be critical, but again, they've got a lot of work to do in front of them here.
So again, I like the orb
We've
here.
seen other teams use the Viper ulti really kind of like creatively. They'll get into an area, they'll pop it in like, you know, to cut
So
off.
I
middle
don't.
or
I
rotate
like this
flankers
idea,
or
right?
like
Of you just
We've
get
seen
past the
Yampa
choke
sitting with
point.
his ulti
They've got
for
the
a
orb
few
that I
rounds,
talked
not
about
using
as
it
well
really
before as well.
Anywhere, anytime. Yeah, they've been planning with like 2 seconds left, so like when are you
Like
gonna use
I
it?
like
Who's
this
playing? Like all the kills
as
have
an
already been
idea.
decided by then, but to not kind of have
Because it does
like,
create
a
pressure,
creative
right? This
way
guy
of
has
using it as a
pressure, so this
fake
guy has
or
to come in
using it
here,
to create an opening, or
which
be
is
able to
opening
secure
it
all
up
of
for
middle
A
so you
for
could
them.
do this like, kind of like ping pong back and forth thing. We're not seeing any of that, but we're going to see a full A hit, but a decent read from Koi.
So they're a bit slow.
Potentially. Does Starkzo get to live? No! No is the question. It was a very quick execution. Now Heaven's being flooded. Good damage, but no kill. Again, Nat's getting maybe a little ahead of himself there. Maybe didn't
And again,
need to
you-
take
yeah,
that
you-
fight individually. A deeper hit from Yampi.
Why did he almost go forward?
He waited for it to come up before he peeked. Okay.
There we go. We're
learning.
changing, we're learning, we're growing. Mystic waiting as well. There is a very clear choke point. Now they're going to force the hand to make them go through Heaven. And look at the space being taken behind them. I like this. Mystic and Yampi considering it. Spray comes in, but it's not going to come next. And now they've got to try and take that space back from Heaven. They're going to fly towards the side. And actually, Camo doing really well. Clears through. Ult comes in. May
Okay,
not be
they'll be
pretty, but it
fine.
gets the job done. Shadow and Shados not in a position to do wonders. Yampi going walkabouts. Expecting the unexpected. Shados down on 10 HP. Miracles aren't happening, and Team Liquid
Okay,
is
that was a
up to
better
it.
round by Liquid. I like this
I think
setup.
really good ulti usage here from Team Liquid in this round. You know, just as I'm talking about how they haven't been using it and haven't been doing a good job, they have to kind of just be like, you know
Why
what,
is Nats
let's just
trolling?
do it properly this
I
one
do
time to
feel
make it
like
sound silly.
they might have a bit of a.
But it worked.
I think there's a bit of a trust problem for
what you
both
were looking
teams.
for, if anything.
And this is
Like they
another
don't
example
trust their
where we
teammates
see
to
stats, it's like,
win
when I
rounds,
make that
so that just like
exclamation in the middle of the round, like
everyone feels like they have to win the round
like,
themselves.
I'll tell you why. They go into the site, right?
Yep.
Kiko does a double satchel in. He kills the fade on the site.
Oh my god.
Here it is. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, they have the site free. They're gonna flood in and get the spike plant. So where is Team Koi located on the map? They're probably in heaven or probably rotating to heaven.
Yes.
So why do you need to go? You have the man advantage, you have the spike planted, and your teammates are all... They haven't stabilized. Bring that word back up from the, you know, a round ago. So let your team stabilize, get into like different positions, ready for the post plant. And
That's
then
his
when,
overextending when not needed.
Opponents are coming in for the retake.
Yeah,
that's
he's
when
just.
You can jam them. But like, they're still.
I mean, like Steel's saying, right? Like once you've cleared the site,
you're peeking into them. You're giving them what they want to be.
Like where else are they gonna be? Like you know they have to be in heaven,
okay, like,
and you haven't been up ramp yet, so you know that they're gonna be looking this way.
And the thing is that he doesn't. They don't
So why are you
get punished
solo
to the same
swinging
extent
this?
round,
Like that's
right?
just a rank play.
Liquid got away with it. There wasn't a huge issue, but you could see that if other teams are watching
Okay, they
this,
force back in with
seeing
2 Bulldogs to
opportunities,
Spectre.
is still overheating. There are gaps still to this. There are opportunities. There's a first glimpse that these players are going to get of the teams after kickoff break, that, you know, during Madrid. So again, for Liquid, this is probably going to be a VOD check-in and a kind of question mark put towards this, because again, Nats on his lurks was iconic. But finding that right timing, finding that timing within the rest of the team is essential. Now, 11 rounds.
This one I like less. Right, this is fine, but I think the better orb is definitely there, and just trusting yourself to be able to clear B main.
Like, why are you even trying to play 1 versus 5 on the site? You're gonna lose it, and then you don't even have the Fade ulti for the retake. So good decision here. He peels out. He's gonna go and switch weapons and, you know, get a little Bogdan law going in, kind of.
See,
if the orb was here now,
Thank you for that
that's what I'm talking about. Like, that, come on, this is not rocket science.
That iconic. Well,
like, why are we putting our orb here? Why don't we have a lineup for this? Like, this is something that loads of teams do.
This ult, though, right? Like, hindered at the start. Is anyone there to capitalize on this, though?
Catches 3.
I mean, a little bit of information, but closing that gap, what are you going to do with it? Where is the value of this? Like,
There's 3 people on the site, though.
Guys, they're on the site that they've planted at. Enzo, yeah, there has been no
I like this. I like this
ability to
casting.
close down on
This is how casting should work.
pressure,
We
but
don't
it
even
plays
check
in
that
Mystic.
corner, man.
Does very well here. Bails out Enzo to get away and then reaggress. Goes back for more and can't make the most of it. Shadow levies this down to a 2v3, favorable to Koi.
Nice
the
swing.
HP is low. It's on Nats now, and that's good. He needs more though. Knows the Starzo's up there. He's got such a good read on it, trying to toy with him, but now time is a problem. 6 bullets to play with. Oh my word! And he's done it. He forced Shadow off the spike, and that just needs to play this properly. And oh my, wait, did he go too early?
No.
No, he didn't. Nats.
Wow,
plays
Nats
it to the
again.
Second. That got a little close for comfort in the Red Bull clutch, but
Wow.
he does it to get him to 12.
You know, Nats giveth and Nats taketh. Because we see these overheats on these other
Whale
maps,
champion,
and
sorry, I
they're
think I
just
missed your
huge
sub. And
around. He's
Charokar as
basically
well,
won
thanks for
in
the
a-
9
I
months.
think he had a 1 versus 2.
Oh no, I
before.
caught you,
Yeah,
Charokar,
so
but I
it's just
didn't
like,
catch
if
Whale
he's gonna
champion.
pull out these big rounds like this,
19
these
months.
clutches, He's allowed. Okay, you can
Have you considered being a K-pop idol? I considered it, but figured that my pay was better doing this. I'd rather be watching mid-Valorant.
Oh, this got so dicey.
Zorl, thanks for the 7 months. Zorl? Zorl?
You lose the round.
I'm
You
thinking
lose the game.
man's
It's an FPS game.
Casarito.
Nuts is back.
Thanks for the 5 months. That's his back.
I think I heard.
It looked a little like it. But 12-9, again, if we're taking...
That was a battle of
pause,
mid.
if we're taking
It's been
stock,
mistakeful,
Koi only managing 1 round
I would
really
say.
on this half. This
There's
is
like
not
the
been
odd
pretty
good
hard.
moment, you know, good
Plagued with
individual
issues and
play,
looking good on the
some
attack.
good team play, but also
Back into
mistakes.
this Sabai is there, but Grabino already taken a boatload of damage, and maybe just a spam through middle connecting, but they're trying to be proactive. And again, it's on Nats here. Told you, feast or famine. What can he do this time? Still gonna find
Okay, it's
one.
1 for
Still
1,
takes
but
down 1.
now they're gonna
And he's
push
gonna get, I don't know
CT.
how much he saw there. Probably enough, but again, they've already got side control. That should be telling in itself.
Fox's only got a
This
judge.
is, again, coming back to the limitations of Koi's defense. Because of their composition, you know, they let Liquid walk into B-side for free, and now they're all the way deep in spawn, and they're jamming this. They're jamming the retake. There's no chance for Koi.
Yeah, offsetting that timing. Yampi pressuring back through was just gorgeous. Where are you off to?
It's last round. Spike's
Where are you
by
off to? There's nowhere to run. You gotta face it. 13-9. Team Liquid.
Okay, Liquid's attack.
First half may have given you worry, but that second, Josh, was excellent.
And it's actually interesting to see that Liquid wasn't just doing their lurky thing where they're inserting lurks and doing like 2 or 3 people lurking. They were grouping up and doing these full 5.
Still not convinced, but they should
Not even
win.
just the last few rounds,
Okay,
but
I'm gonna
the
have
half
what, like
where they were just-
You lose the
20
round.
minutes?
You
Going
lose
on
the
the last
game.
side.
It's an FPS game.
Should I just end it now?
When can we see another goodie?
That's only map 1.
Should I just end it now? Chien thanks for the 2 months. When can we see another Coridi? That's special times only, I think. End it now? I think I might have to be honest, because I'm not gonna be able to watch the full map. And I need to eat.
A place that will break you into 1,000 pieces. Stay away from them. Stay away from Lorca, Paco, and Picasso. Don't ask about Lola. Caballo Grande. Dolor de Nieve.
I'm still confused by this advert, to be honest.
But in spite of everything, it occurs to you to visit Andalusia. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Anyway, yeah, I think it might just be best. Eat on stream? No, I mean, I'm gonna have to go anyway. I mean, Liquid are gonna be coy. It's a scent. It's gonna be boring. Yeah, who cares? Right, I'll YouTube, I don't know what I'll do. How do you raid on YouTube? There's no way, right? YouTube, I don't know. Twitch, if you're on YouTube, unlucky. I don't know what to say to you. If you're on Twitch, go and watch. Go and watch fucking... Go and watch Bren. He's playing some sort of game. Bren's playing something quite interesting. I don't know what it is. Oh, he's playing a maths game. Off you go.